It's the best of Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Let's bring in live from Seattle is available now. Joe Coy is just on fire. He's got the Beacon Theater at the New York Comedy Festival. I believe he has 2 shows.
And he shows up on time.
Yes, he does.
Joe Coy, you're not going to believe this.
Hi, pal.
What?
Bonnie McFarlane is officially an hour and 6 minutes late.
An hour and 6 minute late.
That's not even late.
Yeah, that's
not here.
That's a no
That's
show.
what that is.
That's a no show.
Right.
Cancel.
Thank God for you.
No, that's disrespectful.
It is. You wouldn't disrespect us like that. No.
We're
I
not
was
sure if
6 minutes early.
Bonnie, what makes you think you could just do...
Late. That's
it's
disrespectful.
an hour and 6 minutes.
When you come in an hour and 6 minutes late, you don't smile.
No,
That's
this
right.
is
You,
Joe's
you
time.
come in with a story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something sad happened.
Yeah.
Make us believe
It's
it.
Rich Voss.
What happened?
Why are you so late?
I thought
so
it was
late.
9. I honestly thought I was just 6 minutes late.
No. You're
Yeah.
66 minutes late.
Yeah. So
Oh, wait a minute, wait
it's
a minute.
unacceptable.
So, Bonnie, you're actually 2 times late. Because you're even late for the
Yes,
hour
I'm
that
late.
you thought you were supposed to be here.
I thought I was
So
supposed
that
to be
sucks.
here at 9:07.
Yeah.
You're early for your
Hey,
9:07.
You're on time.
Yeah. How come you thought you were an hour late? Was it a miscommunication or was it your
I
fault?
saw on Twitter people were like, "Where are you?" Then I went back and looked at the text, and I was like, "Oh shit, I did read it wrong."
Okay.
Okay. We were going to get rolling, but it's your fault.
Yeah,
It's my
it is.
fault.
It's your fault.
I mean, I think you should still get rolling. You know what I mean?
Well, this one
Like-
was not on him. The whole hour we had for you. So,
He
Joe,
could've-
welcome to the
this
show.
morning when I
thank
texted
you.
him, been like, "Remember, it's 8 o'clock." You know, that's what
You mean like you do
producers
for like a small child?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's really what we are.
I guess so.
As comedians, we're just small children, aren't we? Though.
That's good. I'm glad you went deep to start.
All right, leave me
good
alone.
stuff.
I'm here, aren't I?
Wait, you can't come in with attitude.
Can you believe that?
God, man, that is good.
Yeah.
Misdirection. What are you, a magician? Wow. I feel like you got here early now.
Yeah.
You guys are lucky to have me at
Yeah.
all.
I do appreciate you guys having me on.
I like the attitude.
It's our pleasure.
I like that.
I
It's
do.
our
I
pleasure.
really do. I'm a surly fuck, but
Right.
I like that you guys had me on.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad that you're both here. I mean, last time Joe Coy did the show, that was in Montreal.
Yeah.
And you ended up
With Bob.
getting into a fight with Bob
I didn't
because
get into a fight.
you wanted to
No.
call him Bob,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was like, you can't.
Oh, you mean
Bob
Robert?
who?
You mean
Robert.
Yeah,
Robert
yeah.
Kelly.
Yeah,
Oh.
Robert.
Bob gets a little surly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fun. That was the best
That's a
10
real
minutes
fight?
of my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it wasn't a fight. It was just an
Can
argument.
we
It was
hear
a lot
it?
of fun.
Is this the kind of show where people there's somebody behind the scenes,
Like a request line?
Bonnie,
looking up?
It was
stuff?
a minor disagreement, but it was entertaining.
you
Yeah.
Very
show up
entertaining.
like an hour and 10 minutes late, and then you just want us to play a clip from an old show.
It's actually a fair suggestion.
I feel like you don't have.
Hey, how did Bonnie do on the show?
Yeah.
Man, she requested some of the greatest shows.
Bonnie, are we starting to figure out that maybe it wasn't our fault that you lost your radio show, if these are your
Do
instincts?
you want to really go back and do this?
Yeah. It was Sam.
Come on.
It was
Come
me,
on.
yeah.
It was Sam.
It was.
bet
me.
it was.
It was. It was. 100%.
Do we have that thing or no?
What, the Bob Kelly? No,
Yeah, no,
I
I'd
don't
love to
think
hear
we just
one
have
line
it
of
on
it.
standby.
No. Can we grab it? I would love to hear one line of that.
Yeah, I'm sure we could find it.
Because it was just Bob's.
Oh, now
initial-
that it's his idea, it's a great idea.
Well, I didn't say it was a great idea. That's
Jim,
why.
you're a genius.
Yeah, I kind of figured go
man.
back and grab it. 'Cause I forgot about that.
Actually, not a bad idea, Jim. A little history never hurt anybody.
No.
Yeah. And the Emmy goes to with best selection of an old show.
Sure.
Jim Norton.
It was
That's right.
a fun clip.
That's right. Well, welcome, Joe.
I'm so happy here.
What's
Welcome,
been happening
Bonnie.
in your life,
Why you?
Samantha?
What do you
Why
mean?
do you have a beard? What
Yeah.
happened? What's
With-
going on?
His hair is just wrapping around from the back and coming
It's
up.
funny.
the front.
Right.
Your beard is the hair you've always wanted on your head.
That's right.
You know.
That's
it's
right.
Like a perfect consistency, whereas up top, not so good.
Not as good. But that's what you have to do. As you have to make a
Sure.
choice. You either have to start letting it grow to where you bring it down because it's
Right.
not going to be up anymore,
Right.
or you get the weird hair plugs and that can end in disaster.
Yeah, that's bad.
Did you shave
So-
yours off before? Were you losing it, or did you just got rid of it?
No, I just shaved it
He
because I
had a
was
full
losing it in
head
the
of
back.
hair,
In the
and he
back.
said, "You know what?
Yeah,
Some
I got
guys
friends.
do.
I
I've
got
done it.
friends that do that.
Yeah.
Full head of hair and they shave it. They'd rather be bald.
I've kept my hair very, very short, and I've had a full hair. It's thinned a little bit, but I did this long before it thinned.
Right.
I like it like
Why?
this.
Oh.
I just like it.
Yeah.
I have cowlicks too.
Oh.
You do.
Like
It's
shit.
too much to
Yeah.
do in the morning."
No, it's fucking horrible. My hair when I have hair stinks.
Do you look like shit when you have hair?
I do. Yeah, I do. I look worse. Worse with hair.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
You're as handsome as you've ever been. You know
It's
that,
not
right?
really. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'll
That's
take that
nice.
nicely.
That was
Yeah.
very nice.
You could take it as a compliment.
It
I'm
is
not-
a compliment.
Yeah.
She means it well.
Yeah.
She would never insult me.
Bald seems
You
like
know
a
me.
Yeah.
bald seems like an easy lifestyle.
Bald is just good.
Yeah.
It's so good. I don't have
I
to
mean,
worry
normally I
about
find it
fucking hairstyles.
repulsive, but on you guys, it's fantastic.
But you have to, I mean,
Your husband has a full head, a good head. That's one thing Voss has a good head of hair.
But he wears a
And a
hat
great-
all the time.
He
What's he
does.
doing?
Yeah, well, there's nothing under it, but I mean, he's a good head of hair.
he's a good hair.
Grass doesn't grow on a busy street. Have you ever heard that saying?
No,
right, I
I've
get
heard
that.
you have a plump ass. How come you can't take more of this?
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
You're
That's
asking
in a
my
fortune cookie.
comments I've heard about my ass. That's
It's a non
one.
sequitur.
No, grass doesn't grow.
I
on a
swear to God, I think you said ass doesn't grow on a busy street. I didn't get it.
I
Asses
thought
don't grow.
It was actually
Asses
funny
don't
that
grow.
you went
I
completely
apologize.
in a weird direction.
I totally misunderstood you. I really thought she said that.
Yeah, and you're like, no. What about anal sex? Well, what? We were totally talking
Well,
about.
I never heard that expression.
Hey,
What?
this is a busy street. I'm ready for some anal sex.
I know.
It didn't make
never
sense.
heard of that?
It didn't
That's
make
why
sense.
I wear a hat.
Right.
I went with it.
I think what Bonnie was trying to say was because Rich is stupid, he has a full head of hair. Was that?
Yeah.
Was that?
No,
the-
I understand now,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay.
You get metaphors.
I do. But you're right, Jim. If she had said ass doesn't grow, that would have made
That would
absolutely
have been a
no
very
sense
good improv,
whatsoever.
but I went.
But had I not known that you misheard me, I still thought it was a funny, mislead,
Oh, thank
weird
you.
thing to just say
Yeah, I
that.
couldn't take credit for it like I meant it to be that
Yeah,
like
you
that
should have
clever.
just went with it.
No. Honesty is the key. to
You
this.
ever do that? You do a joke and the audience laughs really loud, and then you do the tag and they realize what you meant and they stop laughing. You know, you're like, oh, they thought something completely different.
Oh, so like your misdirect just completely doesn't work.
Well, like I think I'm making a joke about something, they're misreading it, they're
Right.
laughing really hard. Then you do the tag, you clear everything up for everybody, and then they're like, "Oh no!"
Like you do
That
something
wasn't the
like
joke I thought it was.
Yes.
you do something like and Trump is stupid. They laugh and then you tag it with, "Don't you hate the Jews?"
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
no,
what?
wait,
No.
why? No, it's
No, I don't
not.
feel
I
that
love
way at all.
Jews. Yeah.
No, it's not it.
Is that where we were going?
We didn't know you were
That
going
was
there.
the joke.
Yeah.
That
tag
was
is
the joke
that?
that I was doing.
Can I take back the laughs from before? 'Cause
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
That was
Or it's just
weird.
a bad
Road
tag.
that we were on.
Sometimes a bad tag will ruin it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had plenty of those.
Meaning like the joke itself works.
Works, and then you just get greedy.
Right.
Yeah.
I've gotten greedy many times, and I'm like, oh, and you can feel the steam coming, just the energy drain.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't even finish the tag. You get halfway and you're like, I know.
Because it feels cheesy. It feels like an 80s TV trick. Like,
Yeah.
hey, live at the improv. I don't know, a clever tag. And like they kind of believed that there was a live moment happening, and then
yeah,
your
yeah.
tag just wrecks it.
Yeah. Oh, it was written.
Yeah.
Right. This is
That sucked.
So you feel that like as you're doing the tag, you're going, "Oh no, I have much less gas than I thought."
You
I
feel
did.
the life
This is-
drain.
This is
Yeah.
escaping.
Yeah, the air comes out of the balloon.
Right.
It's humiliating.
I should have left him wanting more, and there's no place for me to go now.
Don't
No.
worry, Sam. You're asking all the right questions and you still won't learn anything about comedy. All these years later, I think the pattern's presented itself.
Hey, if you want to learn about comedy, you got to study it.
You got to go on every night. 10,000 hours, man.
A guy tried to play chess. The 10,000 hours guy tried to learn chess and play a grandmaster. There was, or not 10,000 hours. What was the guy who wants to do every task? Does nobody know what I'm talking about?
No.
No, I know 10,000 hours. I mean, the first
There's an
place I read
expression, yeah.
10,000 hours was Malcolm Gladwell said it.
Well, he co-opted it, I guess.
Co-opted.
He didn't originate that idea.
Well, he probably
He didn't?
credited it. You know,
Did he credit
No,
it?
I don't think so.
Really?
I'm not sure,
Who
but,
did he co-opt
but
it
everybody gives him credit for it, and it wasn't him. It was a Middle Eastern scholar. No, I don't know who it was.
But he writes these books, and there's all kinds of references in the back.
It's always maybe
Like he cites these things.
Okay,
People just
so he
don't look up the
probably-
citations.
Okay, sure, you got me there.
He popularized
Well,
it.
he doesn't know if he actually did that or not. He's just saying he might have.
I know, and I'm giving him credit for saying he might have.
Yeah, we don't know. Nobody knows.
It is possible.
I give him credit for being on the fence on even.
How's your podcast?
Oh, it's good, man. It's really good. Man, that turned real quick.
I
Real quick.
meant to ask you.
Yeah, man. It's been great.
Right.
Thank you, man.
Now the ass growing thing actually starts to make sense. You're like, okay, this is just how we drive.
I just thought I wanted to ask.
This is where we go.
Because I've done it. I've never done Bonnie's.
Yeah, they wouldn't have had you on.
I did it
right?
while I was on Sirius. It was a radio show. It was fun.
Oh, yeah.
Were you a marriage counselor once? You
Yeah.
never
Oh,
were?
that was the podcast.
Yes,
Sure. I
yeah.
love their show. I mean, that show is phenomenal.
Right.
It's very funny.
You're talking about My Wife Hates Me.
Uh-huh.
And what's the name of Joe Coy's podcast?
It's just Koi Pond.
Koi Pond.
Yeah, man.
I like that.
So fun.
Oh, that's
It's
a play on
your name.
words.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
man.
that. I love wordplay.
Mhm.
You do a lot of that in your set.
I do a lot of that. Yeah, man.
The puns.
Koi Pond.
Why?
The koi
Why do I
pond.
show up? No one likes me. I'm an asshole.
No,
Yeah, I
we
was
all
just
like
thinking
you.
that.
Because you're perceptive about how people feel about you. That's why you show up.
Yeah. Bonnie's main
know.
strength is her self-awareness.
Yeah.
I know. It's like as soon as I start talking, I go, I'm annoyed with myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I get that.
No.
I'm obnoxious.
No.
I understand. You're so used to you're a nice guy, Joe.
Yeah, I'm a nice guy.
You're nice to people. You don't.
When the venom comes out, the venom comes out.
Can we
Right.
find the Bobby clip?
Yeah.
It's right here. We have it.
Oh, do we have the moment?
Yeah, this is
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to
Yeah.
see?
This is
Yeah, because
funny.
I will say that. Yeah, I've always known Joe to be like a nice guy.
Very a nice, mellow dude. Always, when we did Chelsea lately, he was always a good guy to be on panel with. Just a fun guy.
And I a lot of times when I see like a nice guy comedian, I go, this is strange because all the comedians that I know are just miserable and saying awful things about each other, and it's just
to you. You should say they're miserable to me.
to me.
Right. Among each other, we laugh and trade jokes.
That needed a citation. Miserable
When we're
to
out
me.
there by ourselves, it's all good times.
We hang
Pats
out.
on the back.
Help each other with our acts. Little writing sessions.
I've seen that on TV shows. That really happens.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'll bounce a joke off Joe, and he'll go, "Hey, why don't you try this?" Then he'll do one. And we break out our notebooks and create.
The comedy green room is just a magic
It's a
place.
really great place of helping and sharing.
But it's moments like this when you go, oh,
That's right.
Joe is just trying to be a nice guy, but the moment confrontation rears its ugly head,
I
he's
can't
been
wait to
waiting
see
for this for the
Yeah.
whole time.
Oh, it's in him. It's always been there.
Yeah. Go for it, Joe.
Coy.
Joe
Joe
Coy just popped in. Maybe
Rich
fast
wants
forward
to
like
know.
2 minutes.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
I love this. It's filled with chocolate, Bobby. When can I call you Bobby? Is it my whole time I've known you? It's fucking Robert. You're a dick. Everyone
is
else gets
true.
to call him Bobby.
That is true.
What a dick, right?
Yeah.
And he does it in
Why am I
front
a
of me,
dick?
too. He's like, yeah, you know, and everyone's like, hey, Bobby. And I'm like, well, fuck, when do I get to call you Bobby?
Call me Bobby anytime you want, you fucking weirdo. It's
Thank
up to
you.
you. I don't walk around going,
I'm the weirdo. My name is Joe. I tell everyone to call me fucking Joe.
what else are they going to call you, fuckface?
You call him Joe. Robert.
Bob,
But Joe came in a little salty, but Bob really hit back hard with real anger.
But Bob, can I just say Bobby or Robert or
Yeah.
whatever we want to go by?
How about Bobbert?
Rob. He was being aggressive but positive towards you. He was like, "Call me whatever the fuck you want."
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, but then he called him a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, you fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
You turn the light switch on, man. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Right. And he started also leaning in the body language.
Joe did call him a dick first, but it was like the way, come on, you dick. When can I call you?
That's just like bros being bros,
yeah.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is, like, everyone he said, it's like it'll be a group of us, and like everyone's calling him Bobby, and it's
Right.
like,
No,
hey,
I'm Robert to you.
Yeah, I
You
know.
don't know me
Hi.
like that.
Hi,
Right.
Robert.
Right.
Yeah. Bob got very salty back.
Well, let's see.
All right.
Fuck you.
Bobby, Robert, Bobby.
No,
Bobby
if you're
with
going to
an
go
IE.
by Bobby, fucking go by Bobby, asshole.
You have one name,
Have you met my
fucking
friend
idiot.
over here, Jerry Norton, dick? You can't.
He probably draws better than
here's,
Jim Norton.
Here's Samantha over here.
Listen, scientist face.
Bonnie, do you have any you have observations to make here?
Is this within the first like 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Yes, this is
Yeah.
Joe
Just-
sitting down.
Yeah, Joe just sat down.
So Bobby, listen, we're here.
I know you're friends with
I know
him.
you're going to start yelling at me any second.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the way you are.
Bobby has little child legs in those dumb
But
shorts.
Bobby's saying, "Call me this, call me that, call me this, call me that," and you're the one who's like, "All I want to."
Bonnie, you're
call
an
you
hour
is
and 6
Bobby.
minutes late.
That's a good point.
Let's just remember that.
It's not your
okay?
show. You have no jurisdiction on that.
He will pick up on weaknesses, though. He's like, you can't come back from that, Bonnie. So you're trying to point out something in the argument, and he's like, fuck you. You were
Yeah,
late.
he's like deflecting with something else.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is correct, though.
You were late. An hour and 6 minutes is
Sorry,
it's a
yeah.
tremendous amount.
Yeah, that's a lot
to
of
be
time.
late.
If you were doing the Tonight Show, you would have missed the entire show.
I like how you're comparing yourself to the Tonight Show.
Of course we are. You're lucky you can get on one of those things.
Thank you guys for having me.
It's
I
a
really
pleasure to have you
appreciate
here.
it.
I'm glad
I
to.
really
I'm
do.
glad
I heard
you're
you
here.
did well on Fallon.
I had fun on Fallon. Yeah.
You can't compliment yourself?
I fucking killed it, guys. You know the gal from. Do you want to finish this? Or
No,
I'll
the
tell
gal
story?
from where?
From what's that show on Amazon?
Finish this.
The Amazing Mrs. Maples or something.
Maisel. Maisel, I think, yeah.
She
Alex
plays a
Borstein?
comedian.
Is that who it is? Alex Borstein?
No.
From Nancy? I mean, she's on the show.
No,
Yeah.
the one that plays the
The comedian.
the
I
comedian
see.
on the show. She didn't have it. She didn't seem that excited to meet me, which I thought was weird. I thought she'd be like, "Wow."
Why?
Well,
Sam.
listen, I'll explain it like that. Who's the guy who played Spider-Man? He was on the show Garfield.
That was
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew-
However, Tobey Maguire in the earlier films
Andrew
was a hit.
Garfield was on the show, and let's say that he, after talking to Jimmy, came backstage and the real Spider-Man was there. You think he's going to be like, "No, not right now."
I
He's
see.
going to meet the real fucking Spider-Man.
I see. So you're saying since I'm a lady comic, you should be bowing down to me right now.
You should
I'm
be
what
like,
you're portraying.
Yes, you
I
should
see.
be like, "Let me get in here and fucking find out everything I can find out."
Did she pick your brain for tips?
She took a quick photo.
I mean,
That's
she's.
it.
They already. I mean, they're doing tremendously well. I don't think she's at the point now where she's like, she's past character study.
Yeah. I mean, were you there or were you a little late? Maybe you missed that opportunity.
I know.
Maybe you were 6 minutes late.
Oh, I thought I just had to be here when the show started. No,
Oh, my
no.
bad, Jimmy.
No.
I thought you said 10.
I went into her dressing room and it was huge. A person playing a comedian gets a huge dressing room. The real deal
Right.
gets a
doesn't.
shitty little dressing
Well, yeah,
room.
but the person playing the comedian is like super popular. You know,
I'm the real comedian.
a lot of people watching, a lot of eyes,
Hey,
a lot of eyes. Like Joe Coy is a comedian, right?
I've heard that.
He
Yeah.
probably gets the big dressing room.
He's a wordplay comedian of the year.
He is.
Yeah, that's my shtick. Wordplay.
Did you say stick?
Shtick.
I never heard it.
Shtick.
You gotta shush it up.
Let's go back to. Should we go back to the name argument?
Yes, I would love to.
Seems
see
like
it.
it's bringing
It's
out the
almost
best
done.
in everybody.
Yeah. So positive.
Yeah, totally.
Because I look like the after shot of a workout video with you.
That's a good one.
That's a real
Joke
good one.
I did already, fucking asshole.
I wasn't here, asshole, so it's mine.
You were right here, shit dick. I did it in front of you.
Don't
bring me into idiot. Fucking.
I will always remember shit dick. That is the best. That is the best.
Oh,
thing
now they're
ever described.
complimenting each
Shit
other.
Yeah.
dick.
That's what pros do.
Yep.
Norton knows about
Yep.
that.
Yes, he does. He just called himself that. Yes, he does.
Look at Joe being a professional and diffusing the tension.
Oh, because in my head, I already know I'm winning.
Okay, so you're good.
And then
Yeah,
Bob
yeah,
throws
yeah.
it on me,
Yeah, yeah,
though,
yeah, yeah,
This
to
yeah. is
imply
one of-
that I enjoy homosexual activity.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I don't appreciate.
But I mean, it's not. It
It's
can't.
slanderous.
Is it? You know, slanderous means he's lying.
This is like a perfect, though. You could show this to a class, a university or something. I'm Canadian college, and this is how interactions should go. You get mad, then somebody says something funny, then you come around. You
Yeah.
know, that's like comics. They can switch. They can turn on a dime.
And you diffuse, and then everybody's happy again.
But them coming around is usually just a technique while we're thinking.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
literally,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
look,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I let's think of the audience when you're like, you guys were a great crowd. No one says that unless we're thinking of
I know.
something. It's a fucking pausing trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you guys are good. Who
Yeah.
cares about that?
Out of all the shows,
They
this one's
do.
the best
Yeah.
one.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
How do I get off of this motherfucker?
Yeah, what am I trying to think of? Where's my next joke? You guys are great.
You ever been in
I
front of?
did my closer
Yeah.
already, and I still have 10 minutes.
You never been in front of an audience that you're like, these guys are great. I gotta compliment these guys.
I have, but it's usually a technique. It's usually something you're pausing and your mind, the one part of your brain is going, and your mouth is opening, and that garbage is flying out of it just to keep them calm for a second.
Joe, you play like huge rooms now.
Yeah.
What techniques can you do in rooms like that, or do you not even need techniques?
No,
anymore?
I still play it like a club. You know what I mean? Like I always want to change it because you got a lot of people that are coming a lot. You know what I mean? A lot of regulars.
Oh my god!
Repeating, traveling to see me, and you see them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I got to change it up. I really do. And it's like it doesn't matter if it's 2,000 or whatever. It's like I see the one person in the front row. It's like fuck, I got to change it.
So they're
That's just
traveling.
me.
They're following you like the
Wait,
Grateful
you
Dead or
recognize
something.
people in your audience?
Yeah, yeah. I got a few like that come. You know, especially if I'm on the East Coast side, they'll
People
swing.
really love wordplay.
What?
Sorry.
Man, I'm sorry. I would have got that if you were here earlier.
Koi pond. Coming to the koi pond.
I feel like there is passive aggressiveness building between you're late and you do wordplay stuff.
Yeah.
It just keeps.
Yeah, it
they
just keeps
keep
coming.
going back. I
Believe
don't know.
me. Keeps coming.
This argument is degenerate into hack and cunt.
It is. All right. I'll do appropriate small talk. Okay, is that
Please
what you
do.
guys want?
Yeah,
no,
please.
no
Yeah, yeah.
funny.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Please.
And if you want,
or don't talk.
that would work too.
Why small it up? Just shut the fuck up. You don't want small talk. Hey, this is a good pod. A lot of small talk. Such little words coming out of that fucking mouth.
That's another wordplay, by the way.
So
small talk.
Okay, you didn't have to. Bonnie did.
You don't have to explain. But the audience is a lot smarter
right,
than that.
You're right, Bonnie. That was.
Yeah. But that is wordplay.
To Bonnie's credit.
Yeah. Koi pond is wordplay.
She did get you. What do you do on the koi pond? Is it just
fish
interview
around
show?
Basically what we're doing here.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? You're
It's
fishing
just the
around
name
for
of the
topics?
show.
Yeah.
It's a fucking name.
Yeah.
and who's your co-host?
I got my guy Chase Druso. He's really funny, man. He goes on the road with me. It's a lot of fun, man. I have so much fun on it.
I enjoy it. I
man.
did it once. It was in Corolla's studio. Yeah.
I love it, man. It's crazy when they start coming around. Like, whoa, fuck! You really. I was in Malaysia, and they're like, "Oh, we love you on the koi pond. That's what we listen to." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I didn't think I got outside of L.A.
Right.
Like, all right. Cool. Thanks. I had no idea there was a reach like that.
Yeah,
so.
you just started to start it, and then you realize, like, I'm opening up new audiences just by doing this.
Yeah, Adam's the one that told me. He was like, "Yeah, just do it," and he produces it, and I'm just like, "Okay." I didn't think anything of it, and I was like, "Wow, this thing's really reaching people."
Yeah.
Yeah, it is weird when you do it. All of a sudden, you realize that you're doing a podcast, and people are like, "Wow, they'd rather go see that than the real person."
Yeah, that's crazy. Or no, what did you just say?
Well, Joe, Jim's having. Jim has a podcast other than this radio show.
Oh, there's another one?
It's the Chip Chipperson podcast.
And tickets sell faster for that than they do for my show.
Get the fuck out.
Chip Chipperson is becoming really popular.
It's humiliating.
Becoming, it is.
But
right?
it's at the expense of Jim Norton. Like, people aren't going...
It's a seesaw. There's not an equal rise.
People are picking. They're
One
not
goes
going
up,
like,
one
oh,
goes
yeah,
down.
I'm a Jim Norton fan, so I like Chip, too. They're like, no, I'm going to go with Chip, not Jim.
Are you serious?
Yeah, unfortunately, and it seems like...
Who's Chip? I don't know who this is.
But it's not.
So
is he
you're
a
saying
comic?
the more people go see Chip, the less people go see Jim.
Yeah.
And it's not a seesaw in the traditional sense, because a seesaw, it goes back and forth.
Oh,
it's
no.
like if a big fat person was on one end of a seesaw, and and little handsome Rob was on the other end. It just stays weighted to one side.
Never going back.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So is this the end of the argument with Joe and?
You want to go back to
No,
the?
I think this goes on for like 15 minutes.
Oh, does it? Okay, I didn't remember.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's what Chris did when I go, what'd you say? He goes, I'll forget it.
No, I didn't. I did this.
Bob, it is on you. If
forgot
somebody's
Chris
calling
was
you
there.
Robert, because that's the name you're billed
Yeah,
as.
we don't have to
If
go.
somebody, if like a comedian. I just realized that I'm bringing it back to the name thing.
Yeah, you are.
When we had moved on from it, I don't know
He's
why
trying
I
to
would
keep
do
the
that.
fight going.
I don't know why. That doesn't seem constructive
It's
to a friendship.
understandable.
I don't know. I apologize for doing that now. You're okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Yeah, man, that's great.
What is this thing you're hosting tonight, Bonnie? What is Secret Handshake?
Oh, that's a show we do every first Wednesday of every month at the Stress Factory in New Jersey. It's a fun show. It's going to be Mike Vecchione tonight and others.
I'm not helping you. Alex K.
Justin
Hart.
Silver, Alex. I don't know who that one is, but
Why is it called Secret Handshake?
I don't know really. I mean, I've been telling people something, but it's not really true.
What have you
been saying?
Because Allie Mae came up with the name, and I just was like, "That's a good name, so let's do it." But I say it's because I can secret handshake in some big acts to come out there. But
Are you talking
What
about?
an awful explanation.
Yeah.
I can secret handshake.
I got my secret handshake and get some people out there.
Yeah.
Who are some of the people that you've gotten through your
Who are
handshake?
some of the big acts that you've
Chip?
Yeah,
Richard,
Chip. Yeah.
Richard
Chip,
Voss.
Chip Chipperson.
Chip Chipperson.
Lyle Chip Chipperson, yeah.
Who have you gotten?
I don't know.
Richard Voss, she said.
Have you gotten Voss?
Yeah, but we got Voss twice.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's cool. And My Wife Hates Me is, of course, the podcast. Is that going gangbusters?
I don't know. I don't keep track of that shit. I have to do it once a week. I fucking do it.
You still don't like it?
I mean, I like doing podcasts and I like doing radio. It's
Right.
just there's something about
Is it
doing it
Rich?
with Rich.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I
It's
get
so
that.
frustrating. Which I guess people like,
Yeah.
But I was doing a podcast yesterday and then they were like, thanks to the fans and, they were naming certain people. We love the memes you send out. They were really being specific. And I was like, oh my God, we do none of this. We're not like, why are you listening?
Well, they're
This is
building
ridiculous.
a community. And you just you stay in a hole of self-deprecation.
I know.
Like I've never seen.
It doesn't work. Doesn't help.
No, of course not. Why?
My podcast has no reach. And if somebody's told me they're from Malaysia listening, I'd be like, "What are you doing with your life?
You shouldn't listen to it.
You shouldn't listen to it."
Yeah. Which I mean, I know
different than the koi pond. That he's putting something out that he's proud of.
Right.
Yeah, he likes it.
What's brand new?
I'm always a little embarrassed, to be honest.
It's a newish podcast, right? My Wife Hates Me.
Is it? No, it's like, oh, you're joking.
Yeah.
Is that your attempt at sarcasm? Hilarious. No, he really has learned over the years.
Well, no, I didn't realize. I guess you didn't.
You don't
realize
have to do as much work anymore, Jim.
No, I just like to sit back and let
the comedy roll in.
Well, yeah, no, I didn't realize that you would take doing a podcast for 6 years literally as it's brand new. So
that's a good point too.
Yeah.
You didn't. I don't think you used the word brand. I think you said, "Is it new?"
Still. 6 years is not
Bonnie,
new.
you were late. You know.
When you see a 6-year-old, do you say, "How old is your baby?" No. Say, "How old's your kid?"
Right. That's to my credit.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, so yeah. No, we have a kid.
Your child.
Is that what
your daughter?
No, I'm talking about the podcast. Our podcast is 6 or 7 years old.
Jim is just
Our
going
podcast just started going to school. And
I'm saying the podcast is not a new podcast; it's an old podcast.
Yeah,
I guess you're right.
It's been around for a long time.
Sure.
When you look at the podcast,
I don't know what a long podcast is. It's been around for about 7 years.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah. Well, when you're in a 13-year marriage, it's
it's half of that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
That's a long time too, especially with Voss.
Yeah.
I would imagine that it grates on you at times.
I think I'm doing a good job. You know, I'm hanging in.
Hey, did you do a soft cover?
Great.
Did you do a soft cover for your book, or do you only have a hard copy?
No, soft.
So you added to that, or no?
What do you mean?
Did you put in new material for the soft cover? Sometimes
no, I didn't do a hard cover. I just did soft cover.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't do hard cover, then soft. Okay.
Is this all passive-aggressive insults towards me? I'm
Honestly,
not sure what's
no.
happening anymore. I was late. I apologized. I
don't
made
think that
mistake.
one was an insult. Sometimes Jim just gets
Bourdain
curious
did her
about stuff.
book. You were close with. I don't think I've talked to you since Anthony Bourdain died.
Yeah.
And he did your book, and you were developing something with him, or was it just the book?
Just a book. Yeah, no, I wasn't developing anything with him. Why, did Rich say that?
No.
After he died, Rich just starts putting that out.
No,
I
misunderstood.
Yeah. Rich is like, we can't get Bourdain to go to pitches, so obviously. So what if we just say that we were developing something? Yeah, we already had something in the works, but what can you do? But if you guys want to pick that up,
that's funny.
It could be a good idea.
I did notice on the video, Sam, the beard is fucking amazing.
Thank you very much.
You like it? See, we hate it.
Do you?
Who's we?
I think you should
Rob
keep it,
hates
man.
it. I hate it. Troy.
Do you hate it, Rob? Yeah. Troy hates it.
It sucks.
Okay.
Travis hates it. Anthony hates it. We all hate it.
You hate it?
Yeah.
Of course I do.
Holy shit. I think he's just joining the crew on that one.
It's pretty
he's got
clear.
a fucking shitty beard on his face.
Yes.
Jim has the entire staff paralyzed by fear of his power.
He does.
And that's very clear.
He does.
When you look around this room, they're all nervous. They're sweating.
Yeah.
Whatever Jim hates, I hate.
Jim is very intimidating like that.
He is
Sam's
very
beard
bad.
is messy. And no one likes his messy
Jim,
beard.
your life is messy.
It's a disaster. But I'm not. But I don't get everyone to say it's good. They all know. If you ask would anybody like my lifestyle, they all go no.
What do you think
It's
of
terrible.
Jim's life, Troy?
I think it's cool.
Yo, Troy.
It is, right? Jim gives Troy hope. Troy sits there going like, I don't know at this point in my life if I should still be. And then he goes, well, Jim's still rocking and rolling, man.
Yeah,
Jim's doing
successful.
great. Yeah. He's doing awesome. So yeah, I don't think that everybody thinks that your life is bad. Jim.
I say keep the beard, man.
I'm going to.
Yeah, keep it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. I'm
and
not.
more flannels. And a fucking axe. Buy that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm adding things to me to convince people that there are masculine traits.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
if
Oh yeah, you're very fucking waif-like and twinkish.
right, but nobody remembers because I
That's
start
right.
to look like the
Yeah, when
Brawny
you
paper
shave it,
towel
yeah.
guy.
Yeah. The who?
The Brawny.
Brawny paper
Oh
towel
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mess that up.
I think you said the Bernie paper towel guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do look more masculine.
Right. That's and I'm
Wait, he
trying
doesn't
to.
have a beard.
No, he doesn't. But he
It's
was
a
just.
horrible
But
reference.
it's his shirt.
I guess I think
Oh, it's the shirt.
maybe at one point he had a beard, maybe not.
Every woman wanted to fuck the Brawny towel guy.
What?
You're wearing the exact shirt. Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Bonnie, did
Every
you go
girl
through-
wanted to fuck his brains out.
He's not even a real guy.
No, but he's seen as this masculine, the brawny towel guy. Everybody knows what the brawny towel guy is masculine.
Bonnie, did you go through a period of time where you wanted to fuck the paper towel guy?
No.
Yeah, I don't
Every
think
guy wanted to get jerked off by Madge when we saw her putting people's hands in the liquid, and every woman wanted to fuck the brawny paper
I
towel
don't think
guy.
that every woman wanted to fuck the brawny paper.
Every woman wants to fucking eat this guy's cock.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember
True,
that
right?
time. Yeah.
Bonnie, did you ever go through a period of your life where you wanted to eat the brawny paper towel guy's cock?
Yes.
All right, I stand corrected
that
then.
is
Maybe
true.
maybe that is right. Travis,
Look
you
at
wanted
the-
to fuck the brawny paper towel guy?
Who didn't?
Yeah.
Okay,
Click
all
on the
right.
left. On that one. Look at him. He's all handsome with his. No, top one.
Let's see.
That's the one I
Yeah.
remember when I was a kid. Right
With
there.
his mustache?
Yeah, that's the one I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah.
That's the guy women wanted to have sex
Oh
with?
my
Yeah.
God! Both
Now
versions.
that you point him out, I do see the attraction.
That's why they'd buy the fucking towel. So
Yeah.
when the roll was empty, they could fuck themselves with it.
Yeah.
To his image.
Just look at the ripped up plastic label on it.
Yeah, they'd go through the towels quickly just to get to that tube to fuck themselves. Looking at
Oh my
the,
God.
It's a
That would hurt.
It's a drawing.
yeah.
It's not even a real picture
Doesn't
of a
matter.
guy.
That's why that's what they use the paper towels for. It was a real fucking panty moistener. They love this guy.
Just sop up their panties with the paper towel.
Fucking sop up those wet panties.
I don't know if your understanding of females is on point.
Probably not.
Yeah, I'm not 100% on that.
What happens is their vaginas get very wet.
Yeah.
And they
Right.
need paper towels to sop it up. We need to sell that.
If we could have a
Can we put
logo
a dude on the cover?
that gets the reaction, we need women sopping.
They're outdoors. Look at the outdoorsy. They're in the fucking trees.
Yeah.
There's woods behind him. He's a man doing man shit.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
These guys don't use paper towels.
No.
Maybe they're saying these are the trees we cut down to make these paper towels that you're just going to throw them all
There you
out
go.
anyway.
Yeah.
That is definitely your shirt, though, Sam.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yeah, I mean,
it looks good.
I think it's important. I think you got to remind people of your masculinity sometimes, especially if you're Sam Roberts. It's something you have to constantly remind people.
Yeah, I don't disagree. You've
Right.
been, you're twinkish.
I am.
So you're on Adam's network.
Yeah.
He's a fucking machine, Corolla.
Yeah, man.
A machine the way he does that.
He is a machine, man.
5 shows a week, fucking,
Yeah.
or 4 shows a week, whatever it is.
Well, he does it like a radio show. He left radio and immediately went into podcasting and did it
A
so that his
daily
radio
episode.
audience would have the same content
Yeah.
that they could just go right to.
Knocks it out. His army's strong, too. Shit.
Yeah.
He has a lot of people listening to his show.
Yeah, man.
But he just
Yeah.
does, he literally is just like a 1 hour radio show.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Only having to do 1 hour. It's easy.
Ugh,
Just go in, knock it out.
Yeah. And he
good
was
stuff.
commercial reads and
Right.
like regular segments and bits.
Right.
Adam just talks a lot, though. He's a very good talker. He's a really good, he doesn't even need anybody there. He's just a good explainer. He's a great talker.
He has a lot of interest that he's obsessed with. And that's what makes him easy to just go.
Is he on the
go.
spectrum a little bit? Maybe?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
He has to be. I thought of that while I was doing it with him. But it was like, because he was talking once about repairing a lawn chair.
Yeah.
And he talked about it for 15 minutes. But it was pretty interesting.
Right,
and the
right.
fact that he could keep you interested for that long, I was like, yeah, I mean, he's really good at this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
autistic.
And well, that's
Yeah.
what makes him good. That's I
Sure.
mean, it's his superpower.
Yeah.
You
He's
know,
good.
he's using what he was given by God to do good.
I could never be interesting about that for more than 30 seconds, if that.
I couldn't give you that.
Or maybe I was just kind of a little compliment for myself.
Yeah, it
I like
didn't
it
work
when he
out.
was talking about this. This is the most boring topic that he talked about was a fence, and the guy made the fence in my yard, and it was crooked, right? But he was like, "No, it's not crooked because it's going with
the land?
With the land,
Yeah.
He goes, "It's straight." and he put the thing on there, and then Adam just went off on it.
Right,
He's
he goes
like-
on for
he's like-
15 minutes
Yeah,
about...
because he's like, "No, you fucking idiot! It's not straight. Like that's not straight.
Right.
The level says it's straight, but it's not fucking straight. If you look at it and it's crooked, then it's fucking crooked.
Right.
Like build it to your sight. When you stand back and you see something that's a straight line, that's straight."
And you're going...
It's like just because it's measured, everything you just listen to everything that's just but the fucking the level said it's straight, so it must be straight. And I was sitting there with my mouth open because I was like, yeah, this is what I wanted to fucking say to this guy.
Right.
Like, he wasn't listening to me, but I already paid for the fucking fence, so now it's like crooked when it's coming down the stairs. And he even pulled out the level. He's like, no, see, it's fucking straight. It's going with the land. And I was
And
like,
because
no,
he's
dude.
saying it, you start to get even more
I
passionate
got
about
more
it.
mad
Yeah.
because he was right. Because
Yeah.
I told Adam about it. He's like, yeah, fucking people that hate it when they fucking do that. Like the house doesn't even sit straight. Everyone thinks the house is level. It's not.
Right.
Like, it's fucking crooked. Like, the wall's crooked. Your fucking TV's crooked. It's got to be crooked. You want it fucking straight? Look at it and go, is that straight?
But that's Asperger's when you're like, if I'm looking at it and it's straight, it's straight. And he's the one who's like, no, it's not straight.
it's
I got to
not
make
straight.
sure that it's over here. I got to put my level up.
Exactly.
Like, for most of us, it's straight. It's fine.
Yeah.
We'll be okay.
I'm good.
We don't need to get all crazy about this. It's like, everybody comes over, they look at the fence, they don't say it's crooked, you're fine.
Absolutely. Who the hell needs to sit at home and wonder if something's straight?
That's where Chip comes in.
He does.
He does, just shouting at you. Did you vote yesterday, Bonnie?
I'm going to do it tomorrow.
She's Canadian.
Okay, all right,
She can't
good.
vote.
I can't vote. I'm a pedophile. No, I'm Canadian. I'm not allowed to vote.
You're not a citizen or whatever?
I'm a legal alien.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're one of those caravan people they keep talking about. That's tough. That's tough.
I was in there for a while, and then I said, let me get a flight.
Did you vote, Joe? Did you vote?
No, not
Me
yet.
neither.
Oh,
What do
yeah.
you mean not yet?
I don't know. I don't know
They
what
already
not
said
yet
who
means.
won.
Not yet means I'll vote next time.
There's
not
always
yet.
next year.
I'll do that.
I'm going to see who won. I'll vote for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You try to stay away from politics mostly, though,
Yeah,
right?
man. Just stay away.
You like to get
Or
that,
keep it to myself.
right? Get that big, broad audience.
Yeah, my sister and my dad go in and out. You know, they butt heads. I'm like, this conversation's fucking boring.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't want to hear it. I care. I'm good.
Right.
I pay my taxes. I'm good.
Right.
Yeah, but things haven't been bothering you lately.
Yeah, there
about
has,
certain
but I
things,
don't want to talk about it.
Wait, Bonnie, you're supposed to be like a feminist woman who supports women.
What does that mean? Is he a woman?
No, I mean, I would just think that you were more. I know you can't vote, but were you encouraging other people to vote?
No, that was one thing that fucking irritates me.
Yeah.
What?
The
Celebrities
virtue
tongue.
signaling with the voting. It's
Right.
like, all right, I'm a grown woman. I know where my voting fucking station is.
Find out. You can go to this website and put in your zip code.
But I don't understand the people who get up every day. They see 40 tweets about go vote, and they're like, you know what? I better start telling people to vote. Well, it's
The
taking
word
care
is
of,
out.
I walk by the word
people
is
know.
out. I go by a fucking clothing store. It's like, don't forget to vote. It's like, stay out of it, Coles.
People
You know?
they
Come on.
get likes on it. Oh, thank you for telling people to vote. It's good that you told people to vote.
But that's why, because it's like, then I'm doing something, I'm liking somebody else's post about voting. Now they've got 4,000 likes
Right.
on it. Now they feel like they've done something. It's
right.
like,
I didn't vote, but I liked that person's "I voted" sticker. So it's close.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
people
I was part
were
of the
cheering
process.
people who came in with the I voted stickers
It's
on
so
and stuff.
silly.
You're like,
Yeah, it's not an accomplishment. It's just a thing. You just go and do it.
That's baseline human shit.
Right. You're allowed to go do this if you want to. Cool.
All right, yeah, I'll go do it.
But
Yeah,
no,
and
you
it's
can't.
also
And-
like, the whole like blue no matter who and stuff. It's
yeah.
like,
What's the difference between like if you're just gonna be blind to one side?
if yeah, I mean, obviously I'm not the first person to, but it's like you're saying like vote, 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 unless you're a Republican, vote, vote,
Yeah.
vote.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
they were saying. They were like, the Democrats, we need to bring everybody together. No more separating people. Let's bring everybody together.
Well, the
and in order to do
Democrats,
that,
like, the whole
everybody
thing
vote
needs to be
Democrat.
fucking
And you're
burnt
going
down.
like, what? What about the people that didn't want to? Obviously, there are other people, right? No. We could bring everybody together if you just think like me. That way,
Right.
we'll all agree.
Right, we've all got to start coming to a common ground on my side,
Right.
if that's possible.
Right. I think we'd all just be more peaceful that way.
I mean, there's things that bother me. Obviously, kids in cages.
Right. The kids in cages is, especially when you phrase it like that.
I put my kid in a cage for 2 days, and the she's still psychologically damaged. Like, do you ever read there are people who are like doing stuff like that to prove like how psychological.
What?
Like, why are you doing that to your kid?
No, just be a parent.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
I
that.
think
Like,
we can
you
all
have your kid.
imagine how that is.
Yeah,
You need to do
it's
it.
definitely bad.
Yeah.
Although Kimmel had Borat on his show last night, we were watching some of
It
it
was very
earlier.
funny.
It was very funny, but at one point that we didn't watch on the air, he went door to door, to talk to people about voting. And he was talking about, Borat thinks, putting Mexican kids in cages is a good thing, obviously,
Oh,
because he's
right.
Borat. But he was able to talk to a woman
Who also agreed with him?
agreed
Ugh.
and said that the cages were actually better than what they had at home.
Sure.
Oh my god.
God.
Good
And
point.
She
Valid.
said Trump was giving them 3 meals a day, just like his own kids.
That's right.
So,
He is.
Oh man.
Absolutely
So-
right.
Have we completely lost like any kind of empathy to other people's plight.
Well, I also think that you're thinking of cages like if you were in a cage, you'd have to be crunched over and you'd be
I'm thinking about being
uncomfortable.
separated. Even the cage is less appalling to me than being separated from a child being separated from its parents.
Well, these kids got to
Don't we live
out.
in a gilded cage though in show business?
I mean, aren't we all in a cage?
Show
the cage
business
is
the best.
inside of us.
Like celebrities can feel the same hurt
Sure.
that these children feel.
I get what they're going through.
If a caged bird can sing, why can't a caged child?
just poetic metaphors that make no sense. Just a guy trying to relate. I wish you'd start tweeting like that.
Yeah.
Like that's what your tweets should be, just trying to do celebrity tweets.
Right. I understand what that child feels.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's, I mean, plus adults in a cage is going to be tougher because they're short. Kids are short. They'll be more comfortable in the cage. So I think that on that level, it's okay.
And if they cry, you can just rattle it and go, shut up!
Stop that! Stop that!
I put a cage in my kid's room, just left it open, and guess what? She slept in there. So
For you, it would be hard to be
Just saying.
separated from your daughter. It would be hard.
For you.
It would be torture. Absolute torture.
In another country,
Oh, I can't even imagine. Honestly, it's just.
we'd be wondering if she
sickening.
was scared.
Oh, I mean that's the thing. You don't know what's going on.
My dog is crate trained though, and the dog loves it. And so we'll leave the house, and the dog will go up in the cage,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll be super happy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I always say, you
Great
know,
comparison.
You know, it might be like that.
Absolutely.
Some of these kids run to the cage. Is
Right.
that what you're saying?
That's right. Yeah. Like I have a kid.
once
I'm
they
thinking,
get used to it, once they get the treats,
Yeah.
Right,
that's-
right.
there's no stopping.
Where are
them.
all the toys?
Yeah. Hey,
In the
there's-
cage.
There's ice cream in the cage. Oh boy.
What? Get
Yeah.
the fuck out of here.
Three hots in a cot.
You
little
lock the
fuckers.
cage up, and there's no refrigerator. It's all melted.
It's been in there for
Stay
a
in the
day.
fucking cage.
Shut up. Rattle, rattle, rattle.
With the metal cup.
Right.
Clank, 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 clank.
But they're not doing the cage stuff anymore, are they? They stopped. I think.
They're still separating kids. They plan to separate the kids again with this group.
Were they
of-
doing it too? Part of this, they said they were doing it at least because of human trafficking, and some people were bringing kids that weren't theirs.
I don't believe that. I think that the guy from the head of ICE was saying that his justification is that if you break the law, you get separated from your kids. You go to jail and you get separated from your kids. So
Right.
that's what they're doing.
What
But
should
it's-
they do with them though? If they break the law,
Set them all back together.
Well, the
Okay.
thing is, are they breaking the? I thought you were allowed to come here if you needed what's it called?
Asylum?
Asylum, yeah.
but you
Oh,
got
they're
to
applying for
apply
asylum?
for asylum.
Well, there's a problem at the border too, where they've applied and then they're waiting weeks and weeks and weeks, and it's a different system than it was.
This-
As far as I know, I don't know everything about it, obviously, but just let's not. Can we just, as a people, not separate kids from their parents?
But
Yeah,
this,
man.
this caravan of people.
what do you
they're
do
going-
if you? Sorry, what do you do if you go out and rob a bank and you got your kid in the? What are they?
But I don't think
What do
it's
they
a
say, go
criminal
home?
offense anyway. I don't.
robbing a bank? Yes, it is.
No, I don't think.
I know the law, Brawny.
Absolutely. Watch Dog Day Afternoon, then get back to me.
I love the Jimmy head tilt.
That's
Also,
right.
they've
right.
lost track of kids. They can't find the kids.
There's so
you
many.
know.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's some of them are babies.
Bunch of bad kids who don't know how to listen. Get back to the cage. Oh, Brad.
So
Spoiled
wrong.
Brad.
Yeah, I get. I mean, I get both sides. I get what you're saying, Jim.
Yeah. I did a head somewhere.
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah, get back there. Yeah. I mean, it's tough to do. But the caravan, though, with all the people coming over, that they say they're going to separate
Caravan
again.
sounds fun, doesn't it?
It does.
I mean,
But
Not a
they're
1,200-mile walk, though.
I mean, unbelievable.
yeah. How
Do you know
many
how
kids?
shitty your life has to be to sneak into Mexico?
How many?
I mean, it
Yeah,
is,
no shit.
How many kids are really going to be with those people? The kids can't walk 800 miles.
It's
There's no way. There'll be like 15 people that show up here by the time it's all done. It's not gonna,
It's really it's so sad and tragic, and I hope that we can have some empathy for these people. I'm not gonna cry.
Well, then you should have voted, Bonnie.
I know.
You should have
Absolutely.
voted. Should have let your voice be heard.
Yeah, instead
Damn
of
it.
putzing around in your ivory tower.
That's right.
My
Telling all
me
us how to
bubble.
live our lives.
I'm just floating around in me bubble.
Yeah, it's
I don't feel bad I didn't vote. I didn't care that much.
right.
About what? Anything?
Just who was
What
running.
about LGBT rights?
I care about those. They're
Why?
nice. Just I think I don't like to see anybody mistreated.
Oh, I see. I see. Especially when you're dating them.
Well,
Right.
and working with them.
Travis. Yeah, I don't know. You just read these statistics about people who don't vote.
Yeah.
And it seems, and you're like, how could this many people not be voting? But then if you're part of the statistic that's not voting, it seems like gross. You know what I mean? It seems like you're part of the problem.
Sure.
Did you vote?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Proud to not vote.
Well, fuck.
I didn't get a sticker, though. So.
Why
Well, then
not?
we don't know.
Exactly.
So you're a fucking liar.
That was it from, exactly.
Well, what'd you put on Instagram?
No selfie, no
sticker,
sticker.
man.
Oh, is that
You
the
gotta do a selfie with the sticker on your cheek.
Yeah, I was going to put it on my thumb and then stick my thumb up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it.
Or like-
America.
Wow, and wouldn't that be,
Wow,
really
a
giving
little
it to
edgy.
the man?
Little middle finger.
Put it on your fist? I don't know.
Yeah.
I was going to stick it on one finger and then put the other finger up, and that makes a peace sign.
Yes.
Because I voted for peace.
Yes, man.
Yeah, but no sticker.
No.
So I don't even know if it counted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the suburb, so I don't even think
Yeah,
they
the
bother with
sticker's
that
like your
stuff.
receipt. You don't have it, bro.
I don't have the receipt.
But no one holds the receipt up and shows everybody.
Look what I did.
Yeah, look at me.
Yeah.
What a fine citizen.
Right.
Well, isn't there something like believe all men? So we have to just believe him that he voted.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Should be that way.
I'm glad you brought that up.
We're back with more best of Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
My buddy Nick just hit me up, and he goes, I can get Rookie of the Year or a pair of Rookie of the Years in an 8.5. Do you think I should tell him that? Yeah, I know a guy who needs an 8.5.
No.
All right, well that's that then.
Yeah, for
Probably
retail.
Retail or very close to retail.
I don't need them. I want them. If he wants to sell them to me, I'll get them.
What is that?
It's
What
not
a
the end of the
shitty
world.
attitude.
It's not a shitty attitude.
It's a shitty
I don't-
attitude.
To
What do you mean?
complain about it on Twitter and then somebody's like, I can hook you up.
Yeah, but
I don't
you
need
just
them.
said- yeah, then use it. First of all,
Rich.
You little cunt. You should say, "Hey, I can get them for you." Not make a little contest out of it.
Why?
Hey,
You
Jim,
like
what do
not
you
make
think?
anything entertaining out of it, right?
No,
Yeah,
it
no,
wasn't
I'll be more like
entertaining
you.
going to Jim. What do you think? And Jim goes, "No, whoa, that was fucking entertaining." There's
Jim, did you
radio.
like that exercise?
A whole lot.
Yeah, me too.
I loved it.
Oh, you guys are fucking horrible.
You know why I like that exercise?
Why?
It got you all riled up.
It sure did.
I'm back to normal.
You're not.
You're
I
not
gave you a
back to
piece of
normal.
fucking turkey bacon.
I appreciate that, by the
Exactly.
way.
Get
It
me
was
the
delicious.
fucking
Thank you.
sneakers and be a fucking man.
Be a man.
He didn't like that you made something entertaining out of it
No, he
That
didn't.
was entertaining
to everyone.
No,
Let's ask the audience. Would you prefer that we just quietly gave Rich the sneaker contact or asked and then said no publicly?
Yeah. Which is
Let
better?
me tell you, that's serious entertainment. You're probably going to get at least
I know-
100 more subscribers when they hear about that.
I know it's
one.
not nearly as good as coming on the show
And
and
talking
dropping
about-
Joe Coy's name for no reason and then going
Plugging him.
nowhere.
I was plugging my buddy.
That is true.
Yeah. He still won't talk
He
about
still
it.
won't.
He's so
And he did
scared.
come in
I'm
with
not
nothing.
scared at all.
You're
Please,
scared.
it's the
He
last
came in
thing.
with
I'm not
nothing.
scared.
Nothing.
I'm not scared.
He did come on with nothing.
I didn't.
Do you think he's scared of Joe Coy?
Terrified that Joe could hurt him.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
I'm scared.
That's how you know when a man goes, ooh.
Right.
Touch your chest like that.
Yeah, he is. He is. He won't bring up how he
He's
feels.
a frightened man.
Yeah.
I don't feel. I didn't.
You like Joe Coy, right, Jim?
I do.
I do. I like him a lot.
Really?
I'd have him on the show today. I'd
Very
have him on the
much.
show tomorrow.
That doesn't mean. Would you go have dinner with him?
100%. I
Yeah,
think
of
he'd
course.
be great
probably
dinner
pay. He's
company.
on fire. He's selling out shows.
Did you go
I'd
to
make
his show
Joe
at
buy
all
me
when he
dinner.
was in town? Did you go to his show?
I don't go anywhere.
I don't go to anyone's
What
shows.
do you mean? You go all over the place. If it was a wrestler and they invited you out, you'd go to the wrestling event. So you like him so much, why didn't you go to his show?
Number one, he didn't invite me.
Oh, I guess he doesn't like you as much as you like him.
Number two,
That's not the point.
I work at WWE, so that's why I go to those shows.
Sure.
You know, that'd be like me saying, "You go to comedy shows." You're like, "Yeah, I'm performing."
No, if I go to shows that I'm not performing.
No,
when
you
I'm-
don't.
Yeah, sometimes.
Name one.
I went to see Andy Kindler at the Stress Factory 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
I would
Rob
go
in
see-
Vermont. Let's see what Rob has to say.
Okay, all right. Let's see if Rob.
Hello, Rob.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say that I thoroughly enjoyed the contest about Rich's shoes.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Okay, you like
Okay.
that. You like that better that we actually created something with it instead of just saying.
Quietly giving him the shoes.
And this
Yeah.
is how. This is.
I did. I enjoyed Rich's pain.
Thank
Okay,
you.
great. Thank you very much.
Thank
Rob.
you, Rob.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a contest. I said the word contest, and now he thinks it's a contest. You got some dumb listeners.
You called it a contest. He
I
was
know.
referencing what you said.
Yes,
I
he
know,
was.
but it wasn't a contest. You believe everything I say?
I don't know what you're trying to prove there.
I'm
Do
not
you
trying
want?
to prove anything.
Should we? Should we play the?
I just want to hear the opening of it. Yes.
Okay, because we need to know. Okay, so and I'll bring everybody up to speed, I guess, because
why Rich came in on such a ball of fire today.
Yeah,
I
90.
wasn't a ball of fire. I'm not going to listen to it because I don't care about it. You guys are just filling time. Let's talk about the Correspondents Dinner. It's more important.
Okay, what do you think about the Correspondents Dinner?
I think it's fucking ridiculous that they're fucking blaming and using Michelle Wolf as like the fall person. Why they're not using comics anymore. Or at least this year.
Are they blaming her? Or are they just saying
on one
Who's
of the
they?
One of the articles I read last night, they're going over what she said and saying that some of it was offensive or whatever, and they're not going to deal with it. But fucking writers and reporters or whatever will attack politicians all day long.
Yeah,
That's
they're
their
babies.
job.
The media
They'll-
are babies. Yeah.
They'll attack politicians, but then when they get attacked, fuck this, we're not going to have comics
Exactly, they
anymore.
stink.
It's bullshit. And they're using her as an example from some of the stuff she said last year. Whatever. It's fucked up because there's been a lot of every comic.
I think they're
that's been
trying to
on
get
there-
the president to go.
I do too.
I think here's the bottom line: as long as there's a comedian, Trump won't go shitting on him. So I bet you Trump goes this year. I bet you that's to get Trump to go.
I don't know. I mean, I
Or
think
they're
it is
trying
to
to
try to
entice
get him to go. I still don't think he'll go because
not.
his adversarial relationship with the media. Jim
Yeah.
Acosta going to court and getting his White House press pass back and muscling his way back into that room.
Yeah.
Is not going to make him like the media more. That's for sure.
Yeah, so it's just a.
He should be in the room, by the way.
Who,
Yeah.
Jim Acosta.
Or yes, of course. Or if they just get and again, I like Michelle and I like the comics they've used, but get comedians that are you don't have to just only have one opinion. You know what I mean? You don't just have to let Nick DiPaolo do the fucking Correspondents Dinner or Colin. Like we are not just getting one. Like, come on. They're only getting one ideology because the media are the ones, that's the people they book it from. But don't get somebody who doesn't hate Trump.
Yeah, because those guys would still take the piss out of him. You know what I mean?
Still make fun of him. Yeah.
Still tease him. The same way when Obama was the president, you have people that like
guys
had
loved him. They still made fun of him.
visceral hatred for him.
Of course,
Yeah.
you'd still poke fun at him, but why don't you do that? Instead of it being late, she's right. They are cowards. Instead of just fucking sinking or slinking away from the controversy, get a comic that doesn't have an opinion like the other comedians have had.
They don't let those comics be famous enough.
Right.
Hollywood doesn't welcome those comics in. So then they're not famous enough to do the Correspondents Dinner.
I mean, if they had Colin, it would be more neutral, but he would slam both sides,
Sure.
and he'd be fucking great at it. He'd be great at it.
You know who could pull it off? Joe Coy.
Joe Coy would be great.
Probably.
He'd be great.
He probably. I mean, I don't know his stand up, but if you just want straight stand up,
What happened last time he was in?
So last time he was
I'm not
in,
listening, so it doesn't matter if you play.
Voss, I would appreciate if you listened.
I'm
You
not
decided to
gonna
come on the
listen. I
show
don't
You
today.
didn't come on and mention it.
I don't care.
You're not going to be a part of the show.
I am.
You took our breakfast.
You did.
You're not going to be a part of the show, though.
I shared the breakfast.
I appreciate that, by the way. Turkey bacon was great.
You did delish.
I had 1 piece out of 5. I gave
That was
4
your
away.
choice.
That was very nice
I
of
gave
you.
4 away.
That was very nice of you. Now, you came in here
Yes,
on fire.
I was on fire.
Just
No,
you
I-
certainly weren't.
Okay.
I don't
stand
I don't think
corrected.
on fire.
No.
I don't think on fire.
No, not
Yes.
at all.
Okay, well, you are in the sense the way that people burn dog shit on a porch.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. So, don't put it out with your boot
Yes.
again.
I don't like Voss's. I don't want people to laugh face. Shut up.
Yeah, like you can't
I
make that
laugh
once.
when it's funny like that.
I'm
one
not
you
saying you have
said.
to laugh, but he's
Yes.
making the why would they laugh?
Because they're fucking robots.
What?
The
No, they're
noose, the noose was funny. That's something you laugh at.
Yes.
That was funny.
But they enjoy seeing you get made fun of.
Yes, we do. Would
Yeah, I like when Voss is referred to as flaming poop.
Yeah.
Say that again.
No,
I
don't
like-
repeat it. Don't repeat it. No, he missed it.
See,
You're right.
Voss, the
Oh,
show
missed it.
the show likes it when Jim strikes out. Everybody
Yes.
here
Oh,
likes
God,
to see
it's my
Jim
favorite.
bomb.
I'd like to see him do well. I think he's funny. I don't want to see him bomb.
But what I'm saying is, when he
You-
doesn't bomb, we laugh.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
it's
but-
funny.
Yeah,
I
some
mean-
of it isn't. Come on, you got to admit, some of it you're just.
Here's what
laughing.
wasn't funny when you walked in and
I
started
wasn't
bringing
trying
up
to be
Joe
funny.
Coy
I just
for
said hi.
absolutely no reason.
Hour late.
Now-
by the way.
I wasn't late.
It's at least
I
30
wasn't
minutes
told.
late.
Yep.
I wasn't
So
told.
the question,
Verbally you were.
the question then came up.
Verbally
I believe that Travis.
Here's what I was bringing up. It has nothing to do with Joe Coy. It's about you and him not sticking up for your friends. in any, no matter what goes on, it doesn't matter. You don't even have to play it. Here's the bottom
When have we
line.
not stuck up for our friend?
And why did it
For
take
Bonnie.
90 minutes to get here?
Yeah, just say it.
No, it just hit me why I brought it up.
No,
I
it
didn't.
didn't.
I was half asleep when I walked in.
That's not
So
true.
I didn't even take my morning go to the bathroom.
Oh, I'm glad.
I didn't take my go to the bathroom.
I don't want to say I don't do poop material. So the fact, no matter what goes on between Bonnie and Joe Coy, or Bonnie and fucking whoever you have in here, or me, or whatever, no matter what, you take our side because we're part of the team, and that's my opinion.
You're wrong.
You
Why?
guys don't
Why
do
you
that
think I'm wrong?
yourselves.
Yeah, you don't
What
do
are
it. You don't
talking
even take
about?
each other's
If you-
sides.
If you came into my show and we had a show here, I would always take your side. If you were
All I've
arguing
done
with
is
somebody.
do shows with Bonnie, and she just trashes me because that's what we do.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. You guys go back. What I'm saying is, if Bonnie and a guest or me or whoever, Colin,
I did your show.
no,
and you and
stop.
Bonnie and the guest would trash me.
No, that's different.
Why?
I'm saying if you were
That
going
was
after,
affectionate.
if you were going after somebody,
Nobody was
That-
going after anybody.
No.
if they're going back and forth and you're taking his side over her side,
I thought she started it, if I
She
remember
didn't start
correctly.
it.
I don't remember.
he came in. I heard.
Well, then let's just play it.
No,
Shut up. Just play it. We have
no,
it.
because she's going to be mad I brought it up. Because to her it's nothing, but to me,
All right, but let's just play
And-
it.
and
go
she
ahead,
came
play.
in an hour and 10 minutes late.
she didn't.
She
it was
came in an hour.
traffic.
It doesn't matter. She came in, which we love. She can come in. We're happy to have her. And then she's. Yeah,
Do you think you're not going to
believe-
get your balls busted for being 66 minutes late?
Yeah. Let's just
No,
start.
68 minutes.
It was 66. Jim remembered.
No,
Yeah.
that's you start at
Let's.
68.
Where's the beginning
No,
of it?
I'm not
All right.
sure exactly which one is the first one.
Well, where's Shitface?
It says
Yeah,
nothing.
Shitloaf. Where's the first one?
Rob cut them up, but
Oh.
Whoever did. What's the first one?
Rob, come in here and help Troy navigate it then. Let's go.
I mean,
This
you
has
would-
nothing
you would
to do
think
with
that
Joe
he would
Coy.
label them 0102.
Yeah, that would make sense.
He didn't.
Yeah. No, he didn't.
Where is he?
I don't know.
Well, can we get him?
He's just jogging up the hall. Come on, let's
Yeah,
go.
he's in the
Let's
office.
go.
Why is he running like?
You just send a bunch of clips with no numbers?
We don't know which is first. Which one's first, Rob?
Joe calls out Bonnie for being late.
Okay, which one? That right there?
There's two here.
Bonnie brings attitude. Joe calls her out.
Which one is first?
The top one.
Okay.
Oh, not this one?
No, that's
Bonnie
again.
brings attitude. Joe
Okay,
calls
here we
her
go.
All right, let's
There we
hear.
Just label the clips.
That's good. I'm glad you went deep to start.
All right, leave me
Good
alone.
stuff.
I'm here, aren't I?
Wait, you
Fucking-
can't come in with attitude.
Can you believe that?
God, man, that is good.
Yeah.
Misdirection.
Stop.
What are you, a magician?
Okay, hit
Wow.
pause.
So, first of all, she goes, "I'm here." That's not attitude because it's coming from a girl.
We're joking.
He's joking.
No, he said.
No, he was joking.
Everybody's joking.
This
It's
is
a comedy
joking
show.
and being silly. She came an hour late and everyone's breaking balls. There was nothing behind it.
All right, go ahead.
I feel like you got here early now.
Yeah.
You guys are lucky to have me at
Yeah.
all.
I do appreciate you guys having me on.
I like the attitude.
It's our pleasure.
I like that.
I
It's
do.
our
I
pleasure.
really do. I'm a surly fuck, but
Right.
I like that you guys had me on.
Okay. All right, so no problem.
What's the issue? Nothing, right? No issue, or is there issue?
No issue on that.
Okay.
All right, so what's the
Okay.
issue? He's just joking. Okay, next,
But
what's the next
also-
clip, Rob?
What's the next?
Well, it would be.
You could throw a number next time, maybe?
Yeah.
You think
Yeah.
that would make sense?
Oh, I was in a rush, kind of.
Okay.
My fault. It would be.
Numbskull.
Yeah. Joe calls out Bonnie again for being late.
That was
And then
number
that-
2.
Yes, this is the Tonight Show. Miss Mizell talks
Okay.
about that a little
It's
bit.
Maisel.
Maisel.
They already, I mean, they're doing tremendously well. I don't think she's at the point now where she's like, she's past character study.
Yeah. I mean, were you there or were you a little late? Maybe you missed that opportunity.
I know.
Maybe you were 6 minutes late.
Oh, I thought I just had to be here when the show started. No,
Oh, my
no.
bad, Jimmy.
No.
I thought you said 10.
Okay, now, do we have a problem that Joe Coy gets to make fun of Bonnie for being late, even though apparently Joe Coy's not on the team?
Yeah, I mean it's.
So what should we have done? Whoa, 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 Buster.
No,
Hey.
No jokes.
No, you play that back again.
Okay.
Play that back again.
They already, I mean, they're doing tremendously well. I don't think she's at the point now where she's like, she's past character study.
Yeah. I mean, were you there or were you a little late? Maybe you missed that opportunity.
I know.
Maybe you were 6 minutes late.
Oh, I thought I just had to be here when the show started. No,
Oh, my
no.
bad, Jimmy.
No.
I thought you said 10.
See, Bonnie's laughing. It's no one's. Everything's good.
I don't like it.
Why don't you like it?
Why? There's nothing to not like.
All right, go ahead. Next
No.
one.
Tell me why you don't like it. You just said I don't like it.
Podcast talk.
No, hang on. You just said you don't like it.
Well, let me think about it.
What do you have to think? Just tell me how you feel.
Why don't you like it?
Just therapy?
Well, why does it take 90 minutes to get everything
you wouldn't
out
be
of you?
here. Yeah.
What's that?
So why don't you like it? Just answer.
It's funny.
It's hard to explain. Go ahead. Do the next one. I don't mind that one. I don't mind that one.
You just said...
Okay, I'm wrong. I changed my mind.
Okay.
You
next one. What's the next one?
Bonnie Joe podcast talk.
Okay.
Play on words. Right there.
How's your podcast?
Oh, it's good, man. It's really good, man. That turned real quick.
I meant to ask you.
Yeah, man. It's been great.
Right.
Thank you, man.
Now the ass growing thing actually starts to make sense. You're like, okay, this is just how we drive.
I just thought I wanted to ask.
This is where we go.
Because I've done it. I've never done Bonnie's.
Yeah, they wouldn't have had you on.
I did it
right?
while I was on Sirius. It was with radio shows.
Oh, yeah.
Were you a marriage counselor once?
That was the podcast
Yes,
show. I
yeah.
love their show. I mean, that show is is phenomenal.
Right.
It's very funny.
You're talking about My Wife Hates Me.
Uh-huh.
And what's the name of Joe Coy's podcast?
It's just Koi Pond.
Koi Pond.
Yeah, man.
I like that.
So fun.
Oh, that's
It's a
a
play on your
words.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
man.
love that. I love wordplay.
Mhm.
You do a lot of that in your set.
I do a lot of that. Yeah, man.
Puns
Koi
and
Pond.
Why?
The koi
Why do
pond.
I show up? No one likes me. I'm an asshole.
No,
Yeah,
we
I was
all
just
like
thinking
you.
that.
Because you're perceptive about how people feel about you. That's why you
Right.
show up.
Yeah. Bonnie's
hit it
main
down.
strength is her self-awareness.
Yeah.
I know. It's like as soon as I start talking, I go. I'm annoyed with myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I get that.
So what did we do wrong there, Rich?
Nothing, but that was very funny, the wordplay thing. You guys didn't laugh hard enough at her joke.
So what are you talking
If
about?
you said that joke, you'd be all over the fucking floor.
What are you talking about?
He doesn't know what he has not. Here's
I
what
have
Rich is doing.
nothing.
Rich has no idea why he feels a certain way. And now that he's actually hearing the audio, he knows he
Did
has
you not
nothing.
hear the audio? You just
No, he didn't.
Bonnie said they were
Yeah.
all making fun of me for being late, and you were like, "Wow, you're on the same team as they are. You should have been."
Yes. Play the next one. What's the next clip?
It would be a
maybe a little
comedian of the year.
misinformation.
All right, comedian of the year.
Like Joe Coy is a comedian, right?
I've heard that.
He probably gets the big dressing room.
He's a wordplay comedian of the year.
He is.
Yeah, that's my stick. Wordplay.
Did you say stick?
Stick.
I never heard it.
Stick.
You gotta shush it up.
Okay, so Joe Coy was shitty because she was late, and then Bonnie's shitty because wordplay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see the issue here.
I see a lot of. There's more laughter on his behalf when he says something, but when she says something that's funny, you kind of shrug it off. And do you see that? Do you hear that?
No, I think we're
You
just
do.
reacting
When he
normally.
when he said, "What are you 8 minutes late or 6 minutes late to the taping or whatever?"
Because it was
you were
funny when
saying-
he said it because it was a
But-
callback, and now
but-
we're in it. Now Bonnie and him are going
and
back
her
and forth.
Back about wordplay.
We understood it.
Yeah, but you're not laughing.
Are
or
you
giving her
complaining
the-
that we didn't laugh at your wife's jokes
No,
hard
no,
enough?
no. You're not
Yes.
giving
Oh
her.
my
sounds like.
God!
No, you're not.
Yes,
giving
he
her-
is.
It's very douchey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Shut up,
awful.
don't you turn.
He's right. He's right.
I'm not. No, I'm not complaining. You're not
Yes,
laughing.
you are.
I'm
Yes, you are.
complaining that you're on more leaning towards him.
No, we're not.
Yes, you are. You
Rich,
don't feel
we're
that?
we're
You liked
leaning
his jokes
towards
better.
We're
You don't
leaning
feel-
towards the show.
I don't care about laughter. You're
Obviously.
leaning towards Jesus, no one's quicker on radio than you. It's fucking unbelievable. Like 4 like that.
Should we have laughed more at that?
4 like that. That
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
See that? See what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Yes. Bombing.
I've proven myself enough. Some days you just come in and you just try to get through this.
All right, let's hear more.
I'm tired of it. Let's talk about
'Cause you're
some other
wrong.
stuff.
You're wrong.
Okay, so I'm wrong. I admit I'm
So
wrong.
apologize.
Not to you.
To Joe.
I didn't say anything about Joe. I didn't
Well,
say-
then apologize to Jim and myself for saying that we're not
I
loyal
apologize.
to our team.
That we should have been more on the team.
Yeah, I think so.
You don't know what
Still
So
you
you
mean.
don't. What are you saying? You're saying
I
three
mean,
different
I'm-
things.
I have different opinions on the matter.
It's
I
one
never-
thing though. You can't have. You're taking all
Right.
sides. What do you mean? Here's the thing. You want to be right,
Okay,
but
I
you've got
didn't-
no evidence supporting it.
So far, I don't.
Okay, all right.
Zero.
So then we'll listen to
I don't.
another clip. Okay,
No,
all right.
So
all right.
far, I don't.
Okay,
Is there
that's-
another? We'll listen to one more clip.
What's the next clip?
Fans must love wordplay humor.
Okay.
Bonnie says Joe's fans.
Really? Repeating, traveling to see me, and you see him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I got to change it up. I really do. And it's like, it doesn't matter if it's 2000 or whatever. It's like I see the one person in the front row. It's like, fuck, I got to change it.
So they're
That's just
traveling.
me.
They're following you like the
Wait,
Grateful
you
Dead or
recognize
something.
people in your audience?
Yeah. I got a few like that come, especially if I'm on the East Coast side, they'll
People
swing.
really love wordplay.
What?
See? She just keeps hitting them.
And we just laughed. Was that not enough of a laugh?
Yeah, should we? We should have done the clap.
Get him, girl.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so
You realize you didn't know what you were talking about.
I never said anything negative about Joe Coy when I came in.
Yes,
you
you
wanted
did.
me
Yes, you
to.
did.
You wanted me to.
Yes, you
No,
did.
yeah,
The
'cause you-
implication was there.
We
No,
weren't
there
even
was no
thinking of Joe.
implication. I didn't say anything negative.
You brought him up for no reason.
For no reason. We all knew what you were doing.
No, you didn't.
Don't tell me what I thought. I thought you threw Bonnie under the bus for him, and I was wrong.
Yes.
So I'm saying I
Why
was
did you
wrong.
think we threw Bonnie under the bus?
Because that's what you do.
No, not
When?
When? Who we throwing under the bus?
Not you.
Well, then who?
Who? Me?
Not really you either.
Then who? What are you talking about?
We don't know what you mean, Rich.
The old show.
We're our third year of this. Like
Yeah.
This isn't your third year.
this,
Yeah, it
we've
is.
completed 2.
You two have been here for 2 years.
2 years.
It's
Yeah.
been 2 years since I spoke to Opie.
Yeah.
I guess so.
I guess so.
Holy fuck, you lose track of time when you don't
Old,
fucking talk
yeah.
to somebody.
You and Bonnie need to get over your insecurities of
I
being
don't-
thrown under
Bonnie
the
has no
bus.
insecurities. It's me. I look out for my family.
For
And I
what?
thought- well,
You're
I'm
apparently
wrong.
not.
I said I was wrong. I made a mistake. That's all. I thought that
I don't know
you
what it
were
is about that household. Remember, for they thought that we were against them too,
Trying
and
against
trying
them
to get
being on the
them-
show.
No,
Yeah.
not
They're
him.
paranoid
No,
people.
I was told you were.
No,
not
Bonnie.
him.
Bonnie
But-
thought I was too, and then she
No.
was like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "What do you?" I'm like, "I was his best
if
man at your
you're
wedding."
told something, you bring it out, and then you said, "No, I didn't do this." That's
Right.
all. We didn't. Once we heard that, we confronted you. You said no, and we moved on.
Well, you didn't
So-
confront. You were shitty for like a year, and
That's
then you
true.
No, I
actually
was
asked.
never shitty to
No,
you.
you
I've
didn't.
never been
You didn't.
shitty.
You didn't confront until you stopped talking to certain people. Then you asked.
That's right.
Yeah, but I never was shitty. I always treated you.
Bonnie
I always,
was.
No, she was never shitty to you. Never.
Was she?
No.
Yeah, sure.
No, she was.
I mean, you remember?
No, you don't.
Yeah, she
No, I don't think so. And I was wrong about one. I didn't trash Joe Coy because I don't know him. I can't trash somebody I've never met. I came in bringing it up, thinking that you
Let me
threw
ask
her
you.
under
Okay.
the bus.
Let me ask you this.
Thinking that you threw her under the bus.
If you knew if something was on your soul, right? Like this was. This is on your soul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not on my soul. It was in the back of my mind.
And you came in and you're like, I want to confront this, but I don't really know what I'm talking about.
Well, no, I don't know how to get into it.
Why wouldn't you have just gone back and listened to it to figure
Sure.
out if you know
Well,
what
how
you're...
would I do that?
We're on the serious. We're on
You get
serious.
on demand.
Yeah, on demand.
I can't go through all of that.
So
I'm
instead,
busy.
you just come in here and
I was wrong.
make a whole rigmarole and have to be proven
Yeah, but
wrong.
now it's good radio. It turns. It's
great. I love it.
It's good radio.
Sure.
I admit I was wrong. I made a mistake, and the bottom line to me, and not because she's my wife,
It's because she's
was
your wife.
much funnier in that interview, in my opinion.
Well, it's
Well,
not
she's very funny.
She's
but
very funny. We love having her on. We'll have her on tomorrow. if you
fucking
want her
the
to
show
come on.
was fun that day.
Okay, so I was wrong. Let's move on. Let's talk about the comedy connection this Friday and Saturday.
Rich, you and Bonnie are going to have to accept that Jim and I love both of you.
Don't say love. That's a strong word.
Jim
It
and I
is.
love. Rich, I love you.
No,
Do you know that?
Don't start that. That's
Jim,
gross.
don't you love Rich?
A lot. I love Rich.
Rich,
Listen,
we
I-
love you and we love your wife. We love you guys.
Well,
Do you know that?
Yeah.
good.
Look at me.
Is
Look
it weird
at
to hear?
Look at me when I tell you.
Yeah.
Rich, I want you to look at me
Rich
in the
has
eyes.
molested autism.
Okay.
Because I take some shots and it's not, I want you to know that I'm joking because Rich, look.
I take shots.
Look
too.
at-
That's
but
what we're
look at
doing.
me.
I'm
I
looking
love
at
you.
It's hard, but I.
I love you and I love your
you too.
wife. Do you love
I
this?
love you.
You do, right?
Yeah. Is
What
it
about a
weird
hug,
to have
guys?
someone
You
say?
guys should hug.
Yeah.
What about a hug?
I'm sorry, Rich. I'm sorry. Let's
Come on, hug it out, Rich.
get in here, Jim. Get in here.
There we go.
Get in here.
Group hug.
Get in here. Hey, let's rub beards. Let's rub beards. Yeah.
I don't like it at all.
I'm sweating.
Yeah.
See, doesn't that feel better? You okay, bud?
Yeah. Just old man right into the mic.
Doesn't even cover his
Just
mouth.
makes
No.
old man coughs.
And by the way, he was off mic before he coughed.
Of course he was.
And then he returned to
leaned
the
into
mic
the
to
mic
cough.
thinking he had something to say,
Turned his head in.
but it was just his esophagus.
What do you call it? I was wrong. I
agree.
I
Pete
thought-
in Illinois is right.
What's
Okay, I guess you mean in order to make this right, we hugged him.
Yeah, we hugged him. Come on.
We love Rich. We love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And Pete, you there?
Yeah, hey, I think the only way that Rich can properly apologize is by him taking off his shirt.
No, I can't do that.
If you
today.
could just, I mean,
that's not going to happen. I'm 100%.
The whole show you were giving us an attitude for no reason.
I
You were
didn't give
wrong.
you an attitude.
You did. Yes, you
No,
did.
in the beginning, I was wrong. Turn your cameras off. I'm not doing
To the
it.
mic. You're coughing into the mic,
Say it.
talking to it.
No. Okay.
It's the holidays.
I'm not doing it today.
It is for Thanksgiving.
Real quick.
we got to get one in, Rich. We got to get one in before Thanksgiving.
It's not happening today.
Rich,
First one of the new
After
contract.
Thanksgiving- After the New Year's, a new
you
one.
came in here so shitty today.
I didn't come in. I came in bright-eyed and whatever.
No, you did not.
I
No,
did
you
too.
didn't.
I did.
You were
too.
mad about Nike,
I
and
don't
you
think he
thought
knows
we.
the end of that phrase.
No, he doesn't.
What?
He doesn't.
He doesn't what?
No, the bright-eyed and what?
What's
Oh, that was a great pull, Travis.
Bright-eyed and something.
What's the second?
I said I don't-
Empty-headed. Bright-eyed and empty-headed.
Rich.
You don't know the end of that phrase, do you?
Not at all.
Bright-eyed and
Bright-eyed.
Rich.
I came in bright. It's not gonna stop. Stop. It's hack. It's hack.
It's not hack. You
I'm
did give us
getting-
an
listen, I'm
attitude.
getting- no.
You gave us a major attitude. We need to show a
I
photo
didn't
to
give you a bad
apologize to
attitude.
Joe
No, I'm
Coy.
not- No, I'm not doing it today. I'm not dealing with this at home. Excuse me.
Oh, you
today.
belched. There's only one.
There's nothing to
Okay,
deal
well,
with.
Guess what?
You came in swinging.
I didn't come in swinging.
Yes, you did.
Sit
You
down.
did.
You're not. You're, no.
Rich.
It's not going to work. You're not going to work.
Rich, let's
It's not
just
happening
real
today.
quick.
Let's just
It's
do it.
not
We got to end the
happening
show.
today.
Come on, Rich.
No,
Run out of time.
No, good. Comedy Connection Friday.
We gave
and
you.
Saturday,
We gave you breakfast.
December 1st.
We gave you breakfast.
That's true.
I'll take half of it back.
We don't want. You already ate half of it. This isn't GameStop.
I already what?
Ate half of it. This isn't GameStop.
Yeah, we
It's
don't.
GameStop.
It's a reference to earlier on the show.
That's right. When you were late
When you were late.
and missed it.
I wasn't late.
Then take your shirt off.
I'm not taking it off today.
All right.
Stop.
What if we take a vote?
No. What?
Who,
no.
who does not raise your hand?
You take your shirt off. I'll take mine off.
I'll do it after.
No.
Who does not
That's like
want-
the guys on Grindr. They always say, "Show me yours first."
Okay, listen. Who does not want Rich to take his shirt off? Vote. Okay, that's one. Who would prefer Rich does take his shirt off?
Oh,
Come on. It's 5-1.
It's a
dude.
landslide.
It's
6 to
not
1.
happening this
The
time.
cheap
Do it
version.
real quick.
I got too many shirts on.
No,
I'm
no,
not doing
We
it.
got plenty of time.
How many shirts
No,
you got?
I got
Button that
this,
top button.
and
You have
Shut
one
up.
shirt.
you're not allowed to talk.
He makes a good point. You didn't even label the tracks
I
right,
know.
Rob.
That is true.
He didn't even label the tracks
Just a
right.
sloppy
know.
mishmash
Right.
of tracks.
Right. You okay, bud?
Oh, I think it's my wife. Hold on.
No, it's not. There's a number with no name on it.
Who is it?
There's no name on it. Why would it be your wife? It's just numbers.
I know. I keep getting these fucking.
Because you probably give your number out to fucking Best Buy and all these
I
companies.
never give my
Yeah.
number. Never.
Nike.
And I'm getting like 5 a day.
Block
Stop
'em.
with the shirt thing. It's not happening.
Can we see what
today.
your undershirt is?
You see, show your undershirt. You're blocking. Just block those numbers. Block them.
I do block them, but
Those
I get
buttons?
so many.
Those are snaps.
Those are
What
snaps.
is
Are those
Yeah.
snaps?
That's easy to take off.
Yeah, these are snaps.
Yeah.
Come on.
Troy, rip those off.
Stop it. Go back to your fucking corner.
Rich,
It's not happening
stop being
today.
a killjoy, man.
I am. I was a killjoy the second I walked in today.
I know. That's why we got to pick it up. We
It's
got to
not-
end on a positive note.
It won't be positive. It won't be positive. I'll
Yes, it
show you my
will.
back.
Okay, take your shirt off and show us your
Show
back.
the back. I
That's
see the
fine.
back.
You never see the back.
No, we
Exactly.
never
Let's
see
see
the
the
back.
I'm not going to turn around.
All
I'll show you-
right.
Okay. All
I'll
right.
show you the back.
All right. All right.
Vote now. You're happy with the back.
We're fine to see the back.
Happy with the back. Shirt off.
Exactly.
But I don't turn around.
But you don't have to turn around.
Say if you
I
turn
promise.
around.
Uh-huh.
Say if you want me to turn around, you'll get me those Nike ones.
Okay, if I want you to turn around, I'll get you the.
If anybody in here says turn
All right,
around,
fine.
Okay.
raise your right hand. Okay, you'll get them for me.
I will get them for you.
The
Rookie of the year, Jordan
If you
Woods.
ask me to turn around,
In a child size
Yes.
8.5.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
all right.
Okay.
You guys got to take
All
a
right.
group photo
You
anyway,
can't
right?
get out of this.
Okay.
All right.
Let's
Okay.
see the
Hold
back. Talking to the mic. You're just yelling.
I can't talk into the mic and do both at once.
You talking to them.
It's okay. Take it off. Take it off.
You never get.
Okay. Just,
It's your back. What happened to your thing? All right. Turn around.
Look at his crack.
We see your butt crack. You look good. What's the matter with you?
Rich, we can see your butt crack.
You're not getting any. No, you don't want him to give up.
I didn't see any muscle movement during this.
There's no muscle movement in that back. That back is an airport for cum.
His back is worse than his front.
What are you doing? You're not fat. He's covering his stomach with his shirt.
Come on. Another little picture.
What are you doing, Rich?
I'm not doing the. I'm not quit. You're violating me.
It literally looks like they're hassling a homeless man.
He's doing like when a cartoon woman, like when their clothes get taken off and she has to cover her chest and everything.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I don't care. For me, I don't know.
By the way, this is technically bonus time, so everybody knows. Yeah.
What's that?
All right, here's one to show us. You're not fat. What's the matter with you?
Look at him covering his torso. He's covering his titties.
You're not fat.
I know I'm not fat.
Then what's the problem?
He's covering his
There's
titties.
no problem.
Yeah, you look good.
Comedy connection.
He's holding his shirt up right now, the way like a woman ties their towel over their breasts.
Yes.
Yeah.
He
I'm
just
not
came
being
out of the ocean.
violated by you guys. Stop or
Real quick.
beat it. Beat it.
But don't violate him. But
Oh, I got to talk to you about something after this.
Okay.
Talk shirtless.
Let me see your tip.
No.
hey, everybody, hands up!
Yay! All the guys are doing it.
Hands up. Okay.
Comedy connection.
I see nipple. I saw a nipple.
Hey, look
I'm seeing nipples.
What's the matter with
I
you?
can see nipples. He's still got his shirt covering his belly, but I can see nipples.
What's wrong with your belly? You're not even fat.
Nothing's wrong with it.
He's
but
breathing in.
These fucking guys online, well, fucking they
They make fun of you?
No, they fucking
Photoshop?
yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame.
Do they make you look better?
With your fans.
You don't think they're going to do anything with the spot of his butt crack showing, do you?
No, I don't.
Oh, where's my crown? I don't mind that.
It was showing.
You see the scar on my back in the middle?
Yes, exactly.
They took
How many loads have hit that?
They win a stuffed animal.
Rich's shirt is off.
When they land on it.
Rich is wearing no shirt.
No, I know he's not.
They fucking... And plus, this is Bert Kreischer's bit, taking his shirt off. It's not my
It's
bit.
a different bit.
Yeah.
Huh?
You're taking your shirt off for a different reason.
Yeah.
Well, it's his bit. I don't want people
You were
to
doing it before, Bert.
No, I wasn't. He's been doing it for years. It's...
Oh, you look good there. Look at shy, sexy Voss. Look at coy, rich Voss. Look at sexy, shy Voss.
Oh.
That is a centerfold shot.
Nice fucking chest, man.
Wow, look at shy, sexy Rich.
Oh my God.
You know how
That's better.
sometimes girls get, when they get implants, they get those like little wrinkles?
Yep.
Yeah.
It looks like you have breast implant wrinkles.
Here's what's great. Right where the microphone is in this photo, we just tweeted it out at Jim and Sam Show. And I'm sure we'll put it on Instagram at Jim and Sam Show.
Right now.
On my Instagram story at Not Sam, you can see Voss with no shirt. It's really making the rounds. But if you
Look at that fucking... That's a nice...
But you know what's great? If you cut the photo right where the mic is, you still get bare chest, bare arms, just sexy looking Voss.
I do look good in that.
You look great.
I look like a centerfold in
Yes,
that.
you do.
Like in Old Men's Weekly or something.
Exactly. See, Rich, I tried to tell you we love you. I love you.
Stop.
You know?
Look at that. Look at the arms.
Oh,
man.
look at him hiding. Hi, boys.
Hi, boys.
Nothing to see here, boys.
Looks like
Let me see my back.
It really does. That looks like an ad for a bar in P-Town.
Yeah. The back pictures aren't as good.
Heading to
Well, let me see
Providence.
They're not that good, Rich.
No, the
Not
front,
good
the front
back.
one is
Yeah,
the
front's
best.
better, see?
Do you think that's a good picture?
I think that's the type of picture that we would see hanging up in our yogurt spot in West Hollywood.
Don't put
Yeah.
that up.
You're going to put it up. Don't.
No, you look better here.
Yeah, don't put that
All shy and
Well,
handsome.
put up the back too, Troy.
Which one don't you like?
Troy, if he took photos of his back, you got to put the back up.
No, you're right. Okay, sorry.
Nothing wrong with
Because
that.
we were talking about his back and his butt crack, so the fans aren't going to know what we're talking
No, you're
about.
right, you're
We're going to
Plus,
look
he
stupid.
specifically wanted you to see his back.
Yes, he did. He showed it off.
Yeah, we got it. It's part of the deal, man.
Look
I
at how
don't.
shy he is with his stomach.
Troy, if you don't post a photo of his back with his butt crack showing, I'm going to owe him shoes.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
not true.
Hi, boys. Nothing to see here.
That's a good fucking...
What a come hither stare.
Oh,
I
my
didn't
God.
know my arms were that nice.
Oh, yeah, they are. I did.
You did?
I can see them from here.
They're pretty nice.
They are pretty nice. Look at them. Look at that.
Yes.
Oh, God. Jim. You work out more than I do. Do you think that his back is very nicely defined?
No, there's zero definition in that
No,
back.
it's because what are you kidding me?
Zero.
Except where the crack is.
Yeah.
No, the back isn't bad.
It's horrible.
Are you kidding me? I didn't do my lats.
What? You didn't do your lats, what, since 1980?
No, let us try to poach from Sway. It'll be an issue.
Oh, yeah, we'll get Capone in here.
You kidding me? I mean... yeah, we'll bring Noriega, too.
Yeah.
What? On Sway's show?
What? Let me tell you something.
Ouch.
Okay, we got to fire back.
That's an attack.
I'm trying to think right now, technically we're probably still a couple of days away from actually signing contracts.
Right.
Oh.
So I don't know how far into battle I want to go until the ink is on the paper.
Yeah, because Sway's got a big fat contract.
We could take his 10 o'clock guest.
Who's that?
Nurse Noelle?
Oh, yeah, I was hoping we'd get her.
She stinks.
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
Did you wave at him and go? Because he might not know he's...
Is Rolando's around?
This is a Spencer.
That one girl that does the booking.
Well,
but she's in a panic trying to pull him out. So
all right,
it's probably just the one. I don't blame that girl. Like,
no, it's not her fault.
Yeah,
she's low on the totem pole.
No, somebody there asked him to come in, and he just stopped in for a minute.
Go to war with Sway.
Huh?
I'll go to war with Sway.
Yeah.
That's Sway war.
I mean, he's always been very, very nice to me, but fuck it.
Yeah.
Incredibly nice. He's one of the nicest guys here.
Is Roger Stone here? I'll just take Roger early.
No, Roger's
not.
Okay.
Roger doesn't come in early.
Roger's
He's barely on time.
Yeah, Roger's still getting dressed.
So is he just in for a second, or is he doing a segment in there? Because we'll bump that motherfucker.
Fuck him, just cancel him. I love Dr. Drew.
Oh, he's coming in. He's coming in.
He's coming in. Okay, all right.
Everybody play it cool.
All right.
No black jokes.
Hello, Dr. Drew.
Dr. Drew.
Oh, we were going to cancel you. We thought you were going to do... Good to see you. Oh, good to see you.
We were
second away.
We were a second away from...
I heard the direction you're going. I didn't like it.
Yeah, we were about to go to war with Sway.
I saw that.
Even though he's been nice to us for years, we were like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
wait a minute. Dr. Drew's in there? War!
It was about to get very 1965 in here.
I haven't seen you since you did my podcast.
Yes, I did. I enjoyed that very much.
Well,
thank you.
You visited Corolla since, but didn't visit me. Come on now.
I kind of wear thin on podcasts, so I don't know if people want me more than once. I
want you more than once. We were just getting into it last time I talked to you.
I enjoyed that very much because Adam's podcast is great, but I mean, Adam does kind of like a segmented radio show almost.
Adam does a gigantic 3-hour monologue, and you sit and listen to it.
That pretty much is it. Yeah, I mean, there really is. There's a fine line.
I interview you, right? It's different.
It was a conversation. I enjoyed yours very much.
Thank you.
I would do it in a second.
I'm glad you're here.
Next time you're in town, let's do that.
I know. Dr. Drew told me he thought I was sexually abused. It's been harping in my fucking brain for a while.
I mean, you're 100% right.
We discussed the possibility of that.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if.
Which stories did you tell him?
I don't remember. I just remember he's been in my head for
whatever they were. There were so many and so intense. I had to put it out of my mind. I had to forget it. I couldn't sleep.
They really are damaging. There's like this photo of Jim when he's like a little kid, and it's the most adorable little kid you've ever seen, right? He's probably like, what, 6?
I was 1975. I was 5.
What happened?
Pull it up,
dude.
Oh, my God. It's so painful to think about.
And he's got this little Band-Aid on his head.
Oh.
And it's like you want to believe, like, oh, he's probably playing with his trucks.
Oh.
And like he fell and hit his head. And he goes, oh, no, I wasn't molested. He goes, I was not molested. But that little nick that I got on my head, that was because I was running away from the bully that used to make me perform fellatio on him. And I'm like, at that age?
And that's not sexual abuse?
I'm like,
no,
dude.
I mean, come on. I was good at it. What are you going to do? Can't help it.
It was his calling.
Look at that, Dr. Drew. Look at that photo. I mean, just the yin and the yang, the just like
heartbreaking.
And then it is heartbreaking.
I can't keep this going. I can't do it. I can't look at him.
It's horrible.
Yes, what's even worse though is the fucking wallpaper in the back. That's what a 1970s shithole I lived in.
And your classless parents.
Oh my God, that is a classic 70s print.
That is 1973.
Yeah,
Edison,
New
Jersey.
New Jersey. Yeah, perfect.
If there was any question as to whether Jim Norton was Jersey trash,
right?
Take a look at
Put the dishes away. My God,
bread on top of the fridge. We were garbage.
I saw you on something not that long ago where you were like playing a press from the audience asking questions, and they showed the outtakes afterwards. Is it Love, that series or something like that? And you were just going off sexually. They let you just go, and they didn't put any of it in the story, but they put it in the outtakes later.
I don't remember.
And I was like, wow, Jim's worse than I thought.
Isn't that amazing? He doesn't remember. That was just like, that's a day in the life.
I know.
Like the thing that you were like, oh my God, this is sticking with me. That's
was that Amy Schumer's show?
Yes, it was Schumer. That's right.
Oh, right. I don't remember any of this stuff. That's the only time I ever played a reporter.
Yeah. Have you heard, because you don't mind if I brought up stuff you brought up on the air before, right?
I love Dr. Drew.
Have you heard about this penis therapy that people send audio shock waves,
gains waves
into the penis to try to heal it?
Yes.
Is this a real thing?
It's a real thing. I'm not sure how effective it is. You know, I have prostate cancer, and so I had a prostatectomy, and so I was. Oh, look at this! The young man is like, oh,
wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, and I had that 5 years ago, and so there was a possibility that I could have those kinds of problems. So I was sort of paying attention to all that stuff. Everything turned out fine. I have no issues on that.
Did you have to pump? They say if you pump.
No, I got no issues, Jim. We're focused on no issues.
No, I have a pump I use. My penis pump broke. And the fucking loser breaks their dick pump.
What'd you do?
How'd you break your penis pump?
I don't know, but the charge won't take anymore.
Using it too much.
That's what it was.
Bottom line.
I think so.
But
So you use because you were using your penis pump like regularly, but not like to enlarge, but to just make
to keep the blood flowing.
Yeah,
I'm going back to Sway's.
It does that. It does that micro damage, and all of a sudden it's supposed to, the new blood vessel. You understand how it works. It has been effective. It doesn't give you any size. It just makes you a little harder.
Well, the pump to really have effect is supposed to be a ring that snaps around the base. Of the
there
penis.
is. Yeah.
So you have to snap the outflow and increase the inflow, and that makes you harder.
Yeah, and then it just kind of stays there. And they do that after you, like the gains waves treatments. They do. You feel a difference.
Yeah. They are effective.
Yeah.
Yeah. All this stuff is effective, and none of it's 100% effective or effective entirely, or not everyone's satisfied all the time or anything. But for the most part, if somebody has problems like this, you can expect to have good outcomes. Like you'll figure something out.
It's a nudge, and it's cumulative. A few different things you do. You take that. You take a Cialis.
Yeah, there you go.
Stop tweedling your nipples. All that stuff adds up.
Can I ask you about the humping? You don't mind if I ask you about the humping?
You can ask him.
Okay, I'll ask him.
Evidently, you can ask me anything. So just let's go. Let's
we trust your opinion.
Well, because I've been obsessed.
The humping.
The humping. I've been obsessed with the humping.
It sounds like a bad M. Night Shyamalan. The humping.
The humping.
Yeah, it's coming.
What is this?
So Jim had spent several years of his life as a frequent and constant masturbator, and
shocking.
In his effort of penis health, which goes along with the shockwaves and the penis pump, he wanted to be able to have to use his penis more healthily. And to be able to maintain an erection,
like a magic wand.
Kind of. He wanted to maintain an erection and to be able to climax without a whole bunch of shit going
Without a
on.
bunch of bells and whistles. I was basically using my dick as a dopamine lever. You know what I mean? It was just constant edging.
That's masturbation addiction. Is really what that is.
Well, that's Jim.
Yeah.
But so what he
did.
did.
We were kind of talking about this in the podcast.
We want to remember, but it makes sense.
That's sort of the stuff we were talking about.
What Jim did.
But this is much more efficient hearing all the dirt straight up. We're not expecting it from you, but go ahead.
So what Jim did was he said, I'm not going to masturbate anymore.
Okay.
Because that's the issue, that I just do it over and over again. And there's no sensitivity.
Right, that's good.
So what he did was he bought a sex doll, but just the pelvis part, like a severed pelvis.
Was it somebody's?
It was
like some porn star or something.
No, my fleshlight was, but my fleshlight kept caving in, and I kept bumping my pubis on the plastic. I got so mad one night. I took with my oily hand. I broke my fucking fleshlight on the floor. It was all lube. Yeah. I was like, "Fuck!" And I just broke it. I was so mad.
Like a frat guy on the phone with his girlfriend.
I am actually feeling bad for laughing.
He slammed the fleshlight.
I broke it on my floor.
I'm getting concerned.
Okay, so what he does is he's been trying to have sex with not full on sex dolls,
pelvis.
but pelvis sex dolls, because he says
latex pelvis.
Right.
Yeah.
If he learns to fuck the sex doll.
Oh, I see.
And hump it.
Yeah.
without touching it,
playing with my nipples or doing all sorts of stuff.
Then he can start having sex with women again.
He's so thoroughly desensitized himself and made himself dependent on what the masturbatory experience is.
Yes.
Yeah.
As Adam Carolla says, sex is good, it's just not the real thing. So that happens a lot to people.
So you think that's a real thing, what Jim's doing?
Well, it's an interesting solution he's trying to adapt here, but the what he's experiencing is a common thing.
My therapist told me it was actually it's really...
It's an interesting, I'm looking like
it's a bridge.
Well, the fact that he wanted to stop masturbating, that's a good thing. But the problem is now he's with his pelvis. How often? See?
Not very often. I haven't in weeks.
Good. Okay, good. So
what he'll do is he'll get on the bed and he'll kneel next to the pelvis, and then he'll set his laptop up in front of the pelvis.
That's good.
Is that right, Jim?
Yeah.
So we're getting off. We've met before, right? You look so familiar.
I don't
to me.
know. I've done Adam's show.
Maybe that's what
I'm
I'm
Mark.
around there, Mark, to see it. But I
see
think because you look so familiar. But what ultimately is under, and this is not the funny part anymore, but what's ultimately underlying stuff that Jim's talking about is an intimacy problem, intimacy disorders. So it's interesting that rather than going, hey, I should stop the masturbating and develop a relationship with a human being, he goes to a latex pelvis.
Yeah, I'm going to fuck this pelvis for a while.
And so it's still kind of the same problem as perpetuating.
So you're saying that it's an emotional thing, it's an intimacy thing.
It usually is.
Which means that the solution is not going to be found in the penis.
Or the pelvis.
Or the pelvis
or
in
the
general.
latex. But you'll admit this, that there's usually a longing for a real relationship behind
Sure.
it. Yeah. See, and that longing oftentimes the people that have lots of relationships and yet they don't know how to have a real relationship. So that's why that longing continues.
We're in the same boat there.
Yeah. Well, you're in a relationship, though. You're doing well.
But you've been in a long
tough.
relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard.
Mm-hmm. So
unlike you.
I had a question for you that's totally non-sex related. How did you and Stanhope make up? Because you wrote the foreword to Doug's book.
Yeah. So that's a great question.
That's right.
Thank you for asking that.
Yeah,
I love Doug. And I love
Doug.
Yeah, he's the best. And I really was, you know me, I'm out of it. I don't know what's going on half the time in terms of culture and stuff. I just sort of plod through and, I get to meet everybody. And so that's how I get exposed to stuff. And I heard that Doug was just railing on me on his stand-up, like really railing on me.
It was about smoking weed, right?
He was just railing about it. He's very anti-12-step. Because his mom used to drag him to 12-step meetings and stuff.
He and Jim actually at one point got into a huge argument on the air about
I wouldn't even say it was that much of an argument.
12-step thing.
It was like, I know he's got his, I wouldn't even say it was an argument. It was a disagreement about it.
It was a disagreement.
Doug celebrates his humanness, and I love that about him, right? And if he gets into trouble, he'll deal with it one day. And he thought I was the don't do drug police or I'm going to judge you police or something. And I'm the farthest thing from that. I love people like Doug. I worry about him. I care about him. This thing tends to progress, and he could get into trouble. And I hope we can help him if he needs it someday. In the meantime, I glory in who Doug Stanhope is. He's a great guy and a great comedian and he's doing crazy and dangerous stuff. But okay, that's his life. And he came on my podcast armed to kill. He wanted to, he came in just to destroy me.
Did you know,
and
this
I didn't
guy's,
know that really. And I was like, it's not, I was sort of confused. I'm like, Doug, you got the wrong idea. And we made up on the podcast.
Oh,
so
great.
When you booked him on the podcast, did you know that there?
I knew he'd been railing on me, so I was expecting trouble, but I didn't know he came to kill. He came to really destroy me. And I'm who I am, and he's honest enough to accept that. And we became friends.
That's interesting, though, that you were like, I hear this guy's talking all this shit. Let's book him on the podcast. Let's figure out what this is all about.
I'm always up for that.
That's how it should be. Face to face is so much better.
Yeah, and that's that's more of a hats off to him than to me, because he knew how he was feeling and how bad it was and what he wanted to do. I was sort of kind of clueless, but let's talk about it. Let's get into this. Because what I was hearing was so far from who I am that I thought, wow, there's something going on. Rogan does the same thing.
Yes, exactly.
Rogan, it's like, dude, that is not who I am. I think he has the same misconception.
He just had
me.
Roseanne on.
And I keep saying, Joe, we were friends. Let's come back in there. I think.
Wait, you and Joe had a thing?
He keeps railing on me too lately, and I think he thinks I'm. I don't know. He's sort of anti-treatment for addiction. He thinks I'm anti-pot or something, which I'm not. And it's like, I'm a doctor. I'm just trying to help people. That's it.
Yeah,
it's very simple.
Did you ever go through a point where you were like, because you've been in the media spotlight for a long time, but I think that stuff really started to hit when Celebrity Rehab became such a big show. That's when people really started to.
Yeah.
Do you ever get to places where you're like, I don't want to do this in public anymore. I just want to help people. I'm going to go into this quiet room where nobody's looking and just help people and not be.
That's what I do all day. But I like our culture is sick, right? So I like the fact I'm grateful that I have a chance to try to change things on a larger scale. I enjoy that. But day in, day out, I'm helping people one-on-one. That's what I do.
But have you ever wanted to just give up the media stuff?
My daughter and I were talking about this last night. She goes, when are you going to retire? And I go, I feel the things are such a mess in this country right now. I feel like I have unfinished business. It's the weirdest feeling. I would like to retire, but I feel like, I sort of feel like, I'm a quarterback on the 5-yard line and I got to get something into the end zone. I don't even know what that means. It's a feeling. And so the answer is I'll keep doing it until, whatever.
It means you just saw the longest yard. Great.
Perhaps. But it's weird that I can't tell you what that means. It's weird. It's a feeling.
On what level is it? Because people are doing pills like crazy? Is it because everybody's going
out
nuts?
Of control, the outrage
politics?
and the hate and the extremism, the tribalism, the narcissism, all this stuff is like, it needs to get solved, and I want to be a part of the solution. I'm going to help solve it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's too much for me to go, I'm out. I'm tapping out. I too much that I feel like I could do. So
it's overwhelming too. There's so much of it, and there's so much coming from so many areas. It's overwhelming to look. So you just, how can you sit back and not do anything you enjoy doing?
Right?
You like
and
what
I enjoy
you
it
do?
too, and I'm grateful,
Yeah.
and I have this huge opportunity, and it's like a weird synthesis of stuff I know how to do, and my talents, and my skill, and my training, and it's like, geez, I would feel sort of irresponsible also just tapping out.
Right. To just sit on it, right?
I don't know if I could sit on the sideline. It's literally like there's a game going on, and it's like you need the team needs your help.
So you do when you watch, like when you look at all the outrage going on a psychological level, you want to help people with that too.
Well, it's not that simple. I look at the outrage and I go, okay, I know the history and I know what's going on in media, and I had a cable TV show, and I see how that was so duplicitous and all this. But what I see is what I call the narcissistic turn, and people don't really understand this, is that our personality styles in this country have shifted. When I was first working in a psychiatric hospital in the early 80s, we have a part of the form when people are admitted, with their personality diagnosis. And you would see all kinds of personality diagnoses in there. And it's come about mid-1990, all narcissistic disorders, 100%. 100%. And that was a shift. And that shift is now being reflected in all our, yes, no, digital black, white thinking, in all our outrage, in all our personalization of everything,
But that
in
started-
all our human sacrifice behavior. I mean, all that mob action on social media.
French Revolution.
Exactly. And I wanted to put a chapter in my narcissism book from 10 years ago about pre-revolutionary France because I could see this coming.
Yes.
I saw it coming. Now people want me to write a book about this whole thing.
Yeah.
Because we're here.
Explain the connection.
Do you think social media has a lot to do with, like, now everybody's being heard,
Yes.
so when their opinion
Well,
isn't acknowledged, they get angry and they think their opinion means more than one person's opinion should?
It's an echo chamber, and yes, it's gratifying in that way, Jim, and also it's a public square. And guess what went down in the public
Town
squares back in you must be a history buff, because in the public squares, that's why Europeans started subdividing their public squares and making them smaller spaces. Because you give humans a place to congregate, bad stuff
It's
goes
gonna
down.
get ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who knew we were going here? From Jim's pelvis to...
I was gonna.
My pelvis is usually the jumping off place for all discussions on this program.
What do you think started this in the 90s? Because you're still like this. It seems almost like part of like social media and that culture is a symptom of what was already starting.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. It's the trauma. We went in the 60s, 70s, and to some extent the 80s, we went through, you experienced it, Jim, an epidemic of childhood trauma and adverse childhood experiences. Epidemic. And we're not really dealing with that yet. We're not really talking about it in the context we should. In the 60s, we just unraveled. And kids were just sort of cast out, and families were destroyed, and kids were exploited and hurt and traumatized like crazy, like never before. However, if you go look at pre-revolutionary France, same shit was going on.
Uh-huh.
So do you think we're going to have a French Revolution here?
Well, how do
we're in it. Well, the guillotine is the public square, which is Twitter.
Right.
That's the guillotine.
Wow, that's great.
As opposed,
Yeah.
And much like the Russians, when they would dispatch people, they didn't very often send people to Siberia or kill people. They fired them because that was the end of effectively the most powerful thing you could do. That sort of ended their life, especially in that system.
To take away their job?
We're doing that now.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to be fired. Everyone's got to be fired.
That's what they did to what's-her-name in Les Mis.
Right.
They fired her. She had to become a prostitute. She had the kid. She died.
Right.
Selling her teeth, selling her hair.
If
Dream to dream.
corporations and businesses had any ethical backbone,
Uh-huh.
their first move would be, first thing we're not going to do is fire. We'll look into this. We're not going to fire them. We'll discipline them. We'll do all kinds of things. Fine them, whatever. No firing.
They fire you for saying, you know the reasons, saying things, not even that egregious, just saying something that offends
it's
people.
insanity, this thing we're into, where everyone has to be fired for what? Telling a excessive story about a helicopter being shot at. It's
Right.
Like, you got to be fired.
But you're
That's
right,
what it
because they get fired, and then they do get cast away in the sense that, like, the mob just wants to know they got fired and punished, and then nobody ever thinks about them again.
Exactly.
Nobody follows up. Nobody. It's
Then
just
a
like,
new thing comes.
They're done. Let me move on to this thing.
What do you think they did with the guillotines? Next.
Yeah.
Next.
Who's next?
People do that though because no one feels like they're being heard. Everyone feels like we have no impact. So if you're a part of something that gets somebody fired or gets a result, you're like, oh fuck, I have some kind of an impact.
And I'm a hero.
Yeah, I had a tangible effect on
But that's
something.
a grandiose narcissism, right?
Yeah.
And that's what's underlying all that. And so behavior of crowds in the setting of predominant narcissism, very dangerous.
So how do we flip it? What's the solution?
Well, awareness first, and then not trying to make a case against firing everybody that has a misstep, and raising a healthy, working on our families and educating people properly and working on a healthier system. Healthier.
Yeah, because I guess it's one of those things that has to happen generationally.
Yeah,
right.
We can dampen our narcissism, right? Now we're amplifying it, right? Dampen it down. And not our narcissism is bad. I don't consider it pejorative. It's just a style, and it's a style that has a liability. Well, it gets bad because underneath it can be feelings don't matter, and therefore your feelings don't matter, and then you don't matter, except to gratify me, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
What are you promoting? I know you're doing something with Chris Christie. You're doing a panel with him.
No, just go to my website. That's the main thing.
Oh, you just your
Doctor.com.
website. Oh, okay.
Yeah, everything's there. Let's just do it there. I have tons of podcasts, as you know, and I'm interested in promoting that stuff. And I published a multi-part series on the opiate crisis, and I'm going to put that out as an audiobook, and you'll see the narcissism stuff up there soon.
Yeah. Do you get competitive about being the doctor that has the most attention on you, in the sense that since you started this thing, like you're one of the early ones, and when Loveline was first starting, there weren't a lot of doctors out there, but there are a lot more doctors now.
Dr. Steve.
Great communicators, right?
Yeah.
That are like, okay, I'm going to be doing this stuff too. Do you have that kind of Hollywood competitiveness in you?
No, but I have a problem with people that make claims to professional standards. That let's put it this way: if somebody says I'm Dr. So-and-so, and you look on their website and they don't have their credentials there, they are not a doctor, and who knows what their training is. If people that have the training or she put it out there, they want you to know about it.
Yeah.
People that have just some sort of educator training or something, it's like, give me a break.
I think I know who you're talking about.
I think so too.
There are lots of them. There are lots of them like that. That fits a lot of people. I went to medical school. I did a residency. I did a postgraduate. I have 2 board certifications. It's on my website. Yeah. You'll find it there easily.
Yeah, that's true. People who do that kind of work to get that kind of stuff, they would like everybody to know for the rest of their lives.
They want you to see where they graduated, what they did.
Yeah. Please ask me those questions.
Yeah.
The other ones, they go, so-and-so is a world-famous educator, and he's been on lots of podcasts with Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. And it's like no, that's not your training.
And more importantly, who the fuck are those guys?
We're back with more best of Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Nick Kroll is coming in. He's coming in early.
He's promoting Big Mouth. Pardon me. Season 2 premieres on Netflix this Friday.
It's his animated show.
Yes, Nick is really great.
I didn't realize I've been listening to Nick Kroll's voice in my house over and over again, because I didn't realize until last night that he's in the film Sing. Sing is a big hit right now in the Roberts family home, and I didn't realize until yesterday.
Oh, it was me?
That it was you playing Gunther.
Yes.
Do you like looking at, we're just talking, I shot something recently, I looked at myself, and I hate looking at myself. Do you like looking at yourself?
No, I can't stop. But I
isn't it weird? It's like a perpetual car accident.
Yes, yeah. It is like, oh, this is what Hades is.
Yeah.
Is like having to watch yourself over and over. But I hate it. And I have to, like, when it's something of mine, I have to watch it 3 or 4 times before I can begin to, like, give notes on it, about the content, because all I'm doing is watching me like, oh, okay, well, my note is my fat face and my shitty forehead and my double chin and then my stupid fat stomach. So, yeah.
Do we have a different me we could put in?
Yeah. It's the worst.
Do you figure out a way to separate yourself from it eventually, where you're like, I'm not even going to consciously be aware that that's me, because otherwise I'll never get out of this cycle?
I just literally have to watch it a few times, and then I'm just having a lot of work done. I'm just getting my eyes done. I'm gonna shave a little off the chin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shave the bridge of the nose a little bit. I'm getting my dick done.
Yeah, I actually am having my dick work done.
Yeah,
it's great.
It looks great.
Are you having your dick work?
We'll get into it.
What do you mean you're having your dick work done?
I'm wanded with sound waves.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah.
On your dick?
Yeah.
To do what?
It's just it regenerates tissue. It like these little.
You're going for Eastern medicine on your dick?
Yeah. Well, no, it's
Western.
Yeah, it's very Western.
Yeah,
Sure. Salads.
It's Western grip.
Yeah.
Wow. So it just like regenerates tissue, keeps
because
everything.
it causes these little teeny micro tears inside, and then the tissue regenerates when you have to pump your dick twice. It's a whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah, but it actually helps.
Have you noticed a difference?
Yeah. It feels
In your
better.
hard-ons?
They're more frequent, and I'm also not masturbating as much, which helps too. Because my dick after a while was just like, all right, already, I got it.
Yeah,
just cowering. But it does actually. It feels a lot better.
I've tried to curb my masturbation.
It's hard, right?
Yeah, I tried to curb my porn consumption.
Because you do it when you're not even horny. You just do it. It's almost like eating when you're not hungry. You're like, what am I doing?
Well, it's like you run out of Ambien. You're like, I gotta go to bed. I'm gonna watch some porn, go to sleep.
Well, is that also because we all are, I guess, one of the last generations to know what it was like mentally before porn was just all consuming everywhere?
Yeah.
So like you're like, I want to get back to when I could get excited just looking at like a swimsuit issue or something.
Yeah, I want to bottle the smell of a porn magazine.
Yeah.
You remember that
boy, do I.
smell? Yeah.
Yes, there's different ones. There was the high gloss one.
Yeah.
There was the new magazine. And then there was the smell of old magazines when you'd find them in the woods with your friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone's old Playboy stash.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah. All of them.
What was the most exciting?
Real triggers. I don't know. I mean, I also have the smell of like certain moisturizers. Like I remember as being like early lubricant.
Oh
wow!
So I'm like, dude, fuck. I'm just like,
what would you like? Like something like a hand cream or something?
Yeah, exactly like that. Like a weird fancy hand cream from the guest bathroom.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then that started to sting. So
it does, right? Yeah. I never got into hand cream for that reason.
Yeah.
It was too cold going on.
Yeah.
And then it was just uncomfortable after a while. So with lube, it's very difficult.
But that's amazing. Like you go to a friend's house and they have like Jergens or whatever in the bathroom, and you just think you're lotioning up your hands, and you go, "Oh my god, I've got a hard on."
Yeah,
right
why
now.
do I have a hard on? Yeah.
Do you still use cream or lube or no?
I have like a sort of more of a lubricant now that I
stuff called Pure is really good. PJUR. It used to be called Eros. It works really well.
Now, is that you hoping to get some free?
No, I
He's
can't.
got a lube sponsor,
dude. I have so much. They couldn't give me any more than I already have. There's nothing they could give me that I don't already own. Like, I go through that stuff really quickly. I back it highly.
You use a lot.
I do, yeah.
That's why he has a Costco membership, so he can go and get the big
Get it in bulk.
Yeah.
I know. Who would have known? Costco's got the best lube.
They of course they do.
Who would have thought? But they do. They really do.
But it's hard. It's hard to quit that stuff. It's really. So you must love doing animation because you don't have to watch yourself. You just got to hear
Exactly. I don't have to watch myself. I don't have to put on any makeup. I don't have to put a wig on. I don't have to do anything. I just show up and do voices all day and then leave. It's great.
Yeah.
It's the best. It was the perfect thing out of something like Kroll Show, which I was doing all these characters. It was a great time, but it just was physically exhausting. So animation is a kind of a great way to kind of be able to do both of those things. The show is all about jerking off.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like you get to work through a lot of your own shit as well.
Yeah.
Like all your insecurities that like haunt you when you're looking at yourself.
Yeah.
You actually get to work through them. Like there's lots of stuff about having a little dick in there.
Yeah.
When you're a kid and trying to
figure it out. So yeah, it's a show about me. It's based on me and my best friend from childhood, Andrew Goldberg, about going through puberty. So it's two kids, one who's like super, like in season 2, one of the first things that happens is based on something that really happened to Andrew, which was he had that little like puby mustache that kids get. And his father made his mom wax his upper lip. And she waxed his lip. And then he could grow a beard, like, he could grow a full beard at like 13, 14 years old, but no hair on his upper lip because it had been waxed through the root. And so he was missing hair here for years, and it looked literally like, we would call it his reverse Hitler. But I was like a super late bloomer. I didn't hit puberty until, I don't know, like really into high school. Like I didn't grow pubes. I couldn't masturbate. But I was, so it's about these kids who were like best friends who were kind of everything in common except what's happening to them physically. physically. And for me, I was like so aware of what was going on around me, that my friends were jerking off, that they had all this stuff, and I just was like, I hadn't hit puberty. I actually got pantsed like in 7th grade, where a girl like pulled down my pants and pulled down my underwear too.
No,
in front of
hairless.
Yeah, hairless. Yeah,
no.
hairless little boy dick. And in front of my like middle school crush, the girl that I was in love with throughout elementary and middle school, and now I'm a comedian.
Yeah, that humiliation never leaves.
No, so it's about that,
Wow.
and in season 2, the big new character is the shame wizard, which also I think is a pervasive thing that never leaves you. Andrew gets caught jerking off to my sister's bathing suit. And the shame wizard sort of sees that and then begins to haunt him and slowly haunts the rest of the kids, because I think it's around puberty, middle school, that the idea of shame really enters in and takes over people's lives and either sticks around or not, depending on how you deal with it.
The first time you jerked off, were you watching anything or no?
The first time I was like kind of playing with myself, because just, figuring shit out. The first time I came, I was looking at a Victoria's Secrets catalog, but I was weirdly wearing a condom.
What? Why?
Because I had an older brother. He had condoms, and I was like, I just want to try on a condom, see what it's like.
Right.
And then I just started kind of messing around, and it just happened to be.
So the first time you came, you were jerking off with a condom on.
Yeah, and it's the last time that worked.
Yeah,
they are atrocious.
Yeah, but it was this weird. It's like all of the show's kind of about all that stuff. About boys and girls figuring out that like. We kind of talk about the girls are horny too, and figuring out what's going on with their bodies, and so it's a lot of that. So it is weirdly therapeutic. It's like you're spending a lot of time stuff that I literally am talking about in therapy. I'm then in the room the next day being like, still going through that stuff.
That pants pulled down with the little hairless penis and the girl who has the crush on you. That's like literally, that's something that never leaves. Like that's, again, like you said, you're a comic. That's right there, the root of a stand.
When I saw it on the cartoon, I was like, please God, let this not be a true story.
Yeah. Well, it is. So it's a true story that truly did happen to me. And it definitely had a truly lasting impact on me.
Did she laugh at you?
No, but I have a very clear memory of her looking at me and then looking down and me being like, this is, and then like pulling up my pants. And the girl who did it was like, didn't mean to pull down everything, but I was wearing silk boxer shorts.
Good boy. I like that. Young hef.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're in 7th grade and like you just are like, I'm gonna wear silk boxer shorts. Exactly. I thought I was like a little Hefner. And the girl who did it to me was the first girl to grow boobs. Like, like all of a sudden there's that girl who just matures.
Yes.
And every guy is into her and sexualizes her, and the girls then feel bad about their body and maybe like slut shame her. And that's sort of what a lot of season 2 is about as well. And it was that stuff doesn't leave you. Sorry, what was there? There was, I can't remember there was some point I was trying to make that I don't remember.
About
now.
it being a true story
and being therapeutic.
Fuck yeah, all of it. It's so true and so weirdly therapeutic. To now talk about it and deal with it. It is like it starts to truly take some of the power and terribleness away from it, because I think also within that like season, it's really about this shame wizard and how he kind of haunts all these kids in different ways. And I think one of the things about shame is it's like when you don't talk about these things, like you don't actually begin to delve into what they are, and shame kind of grows its power through that.
I wouldn't have any jokes if it wasn't for shame. Like literally, I'll sit down and think of something, and I just look at shame and go, "So what do you think?" And it just chimes in. That's how it is.
You write down what he says.
It's always there.
Yeah.
It's always. And when you talk about it, people think, "Oh, you shouldn't." It's like you don't. No, I'm just kind of vocalizing what's there.
Plus,
I'm not saying it for an effect from you.
Plus, you realize that everybody had a horrible childhood. Right? Like you realize on some level, it's not like this unique thing where you were the only one that got humiliated.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of the show for us, is it like on a like level of like, oh, well, hopefully everybody will identify with what happens here, of like, God, I couldn't stop masturbating, or like, God, I got pants in front of the girl I liked, or God, my boobs got big and I wasn't ready for it, or I didn't have boobs and I felt terrible about myself. That everybody now, then, as we look back on it, had that experience, and kids now are going through that themselves. That like the cheesy version of it is that like you're not alone, because I think puberty feels like you're so alone going through this, like that you're this disgusting creature that has these crazy desires and habits, and not realizing like everybody's going through that.
Yeah, you feel unique and horrible, but no, because no one talks about it.
Right.
When you're really young, no one talks about being embarrassed or feeling like a piece of shit. Everyone's just kind of putting on the front like everything's okay.
Yeah.
And even the people that do are adults, and you don't believe them. You know what I mean? Because you're not hearing it from classmates and people that are doing the exact same thing. Have people that you knew back then reached out to you and been like, "Oh yeah, I remember that." But like,
sure, yeah, we definitely have. I mean, we still have friends from that period of time. You know, we have the characters are a bunch of different pieces from different people. But one of the stories that I'm still friends with this dude is one of our friends on the show. It's me and John Mulaney. John voices Andrew, and then the character, our friend Jay, is voiced by Jason Mantzoukas, and it's amalgam of a few different people. But one of the things that we had is our friend from that period of time used to fuck his pillow. And so Jay on the show fucks his pillow a lot. And our friend was like, "Oh, well, I fucked my pillow, but I also like later in grad school had a Gatorade bottle that he filled with like a warm sponge that he would have sex with."
It's amazing how people created fleshlights.
It's truly. He really had the fleshlight before it was the fleshlight.
I was never good at that stuff. Guys that would put stuff in between.
Yeah.
I tried
Like
doing it because it was dirty.
stuff?
Yes,
Yeah.
I read a dirty story one time about how someone had hollowed out a banana and wrapped it in electrical tape and like put water in it or something like that. It was something like one of those stupid penthouse forms.
Yeah.
And I tried it, and it was
you
just
did try to make one.
awful.
Yeah.
That might be the only time I've tried that. I tried something, or
homemade.
maybe something else one more time.
Yeah.
I was never good with objects.
I would always cut open a Coke can and try to fuck that, and I just
I just tried to force it right into the natural hole. I didn't want to injure myself.
Yeah. Lots of room.
Yeah, I was never good at that though. I'm never good at humping. Like I would just jerk.
You've always been a kind of a jerker.
I have been, and it wrecked me.
What was it? Do you remember the first time you masturbated?
Yes. My friend and I were showing each other our penises under a Hulk doll. Like we made the Hulk doll.
Incredible Hulk?
The Incredible Hulk.
You
was a
wanted your
large
dick
Hulk
to
doll.
look big.
What's that?
You wanted your dick to look big.
It did, but it was the wrong color. Hulk was green, but we suspended disbelief, and we were kind of looking at each other's penises and blowing each other, and I almost came in his mouth. But I was like, I didn't know what it was, so I ran to the bathroom and pointed my dick over the toilet, and then when he went home, I tugged it.
Yeah.
And came.
Have we heard this story before?
I don't know if you have or not, but that's a true
Travis,
story.
is this familiar to you?
The Hulk part is familiar. I don't know if the rest is.
I especially didn't know that was the first time he came.
No, I didn't. I jerked off. I jerked off. I've told the story
No, but you
before.
jerked off. It was preceded by your friend blowing you.
Yes, for the Hulk, but he was blowing the Hulk, not me.
Okay, so that's
we
fine.
weren't two fucking potential queers exploring our sexuality. No, we were just both straight.
Yeah, both straight. Fucking
absolutely. We're just helping out the Hulk,
sucking the Hulk's
not
cock.
each other.
Yeah.
If you ever tried to do an animated show like Nick, everybody'd be like, we can't put this on.
Yeah,
TV.
By the way, I'm not exaggerating. Go watch Big Mouth. We could do that. I mean, we couldn't do like little kids sucking each other's dicks directly, but
right. But if you blocked it with a Hulk doll,
yeah, it gets pretty. It's pretty like it's on Netflix, so it is pretty dirty. I mean, it is like they have truly let us do everything. Like last season, we have a bit where the hormone monster that I also voice, that Andrew has, is the voice that's just like, touch yourself, Andrew. Suck the Hulk's cock, Jim. That was basically, there's a moment where he skull fucks the severed head of Garrison Keillor. So we go to those places, which has been incredibly fun, and it's the beauty of being on Netflix. They kind of like, yeah, go for it, man. Sounds good.
Do you miss Broadway, or are you happy to not be doing that schedule? Because it seems really like a lot.
I miss it. I had the fucking best time. It was like it was the best gig. I miss it. I don't mind it. I don't like that schedule was not bad. You were working like, we were working like 3-4 hours a night. And you just, we would be living in the city and walking uptown and doing that show.
And your show is one of the few that you could kind of mix up and
you had different guests.
Yeah, we had a different guest every night, so it kind of felt new every night. And also, it was me and John. We had written it, so it was kind of like just doing stand up in one place, like where it's like we don't have to, if we don't remember the lines, Then we changed the lines. There's no director afterwards being, hi, the line is ... So it was the best gig. And honestly, being able to do it with someone, like if I had been on my own, I think I probably would have like gone a little crazy. But just the idea that I was doing it with my friend every night was the best. It was so fun.
Matinees seem like the worst part of that, doing it during the day.
Yeah, we had 5-show weekends. We'd have a Friday night show and then 2 Saturday, 2 Sunday, and that was pretty exhausting. We didn't do like a Wednesday matinee because we were just like, ain't no old ladies coming out to see Oh Hello.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I would do it. I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it's a very funny show.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Why don't you redo it, or do you want to do it again?
We might go. I think we're figuring out what the next version of something would be. I think we would love to go write another one. It just we finished that. I went back to do Big Mouth. John went on tour, and it's just trying to find that enough time where you're sitting in the same city in the same room to be able to write the next one. So I mean, I would love to do another one. It was really fun.
How was Diddy to work with? Get him to the Greek.
He was great. I mean, he was largely indifferent to all of us. And then I told him about, like, he was talking about how he liked to go to the spas, like the Russian baths in New York. And I was like, oh, you got to go to this one in L.A. And I told him about a place, and he all of a sudden was like, oh. He kind of like all of a sudden was like, all right. You have information for me. This is good. And he was very nice after that. I mean, he was always nice. I mean, it's like, it's Diddy. I think there was a brief period of time where he was like, I think I might go become an actor. And he showed up and he was like, I need to behave. I need to be good. I need to be ready. And so he was on great behavior. And then I think he was like, oh, being an actor kind of sucks. Like,
what did they do? Lilies of the Field? Didn't they do a remake of that?
Yeah. Or
am I remembering the wrong part of the movie?
He was maybe a Raisin in the Sun.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
You're right.
I mean, it's pretty close.
Yeah, same.
Lilies in the Field, Raisin in the Sun.
Which was the nun one?
Sister Act 2?
That was really good. Better than the first one, which is rare.
Yeah.
I thought so too.
Lauren Hill in the second one.
Is she?
Yeah. She's like the cool girl in the second one. But I do think he literally was like, I'm going to be an actor. And then I think a lot of people are like, I'm going to be an actor. And then you're like, oh, being on set sucks. It's boring.
All day. You go sit down, come back, camera problem.
Yeah. I think it's like, I get it. You're like, I get people being like, oh, no, I'm not doing this.
And for a CEO like him, to be at the whim of somebody else at all times, because actors are just like waiting for instruction pretty much, right?
He's like, I think I'll go and own Ciroc.
Yeah, I'll do that instead.
You know what? Instead of saying some line written by some annoying Jewish guy, I think I'll just go own a vodka empire.
Yeah, it seems like an easier way to make a living.
Yeah, I would say so.
Because you don't have to be somewhere. Having to be somewhere is what stinks. Having to be there early is what really... Like, if you're at a certain level, I imagine you can say you don't want your call times being before or whatever.
I guess.
You have to be at a real high level, though.
But I think it's, I remember, like, my first job in New York, I was a PA on, like, a commercial, and I remember, like, driving one of those cube trucks, like, through New Jersey, being like, I hope this makes it under the bridge. You know, when you're driving like a height thing, you're like, fuck, I hope this thing does not scrape the bottom of this bridge. And I remember being like, all right, it's 7:30, calling the office, being like, so I want to wrap up because I got a dinner at 8. And they're like, what? Fuck are you talking about? Like, I was like, oh, it was the first realization of like, oh, this is not my time.
Yeah.
None of this is my time. And it really doesn't change very much.
So did you want to be an actor or a comedian to start?
I think I don't know if I knew growing up. Like, I didn't know you could actually do this. Like, I was like, I know there are people like actors and I know there are people on Saturday Night Live, but I didn't know like one could actually go do it. But I think I kind of wanted to be, I don't know. I think I wanted to be famous when I was a kid. And then I was like, oh, I want to be funny. And then I started doing improv and in college and was like, oh, I love doing this. This is the first thing I've ever done that I just want to do. And then it was like, oh, I think I also want to act. I want to be able to do both. And it's kind of been this effort to like do all of those things. And then now being able to do animation, I'm like, oh, this is kind of one of the best things to do.
So once you started to figure out once you found improv and you start to hone in on like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Does the I just want to be famous thing start to dissipate in favor of I want to do this? Or are you still going like, I want to do this to be famous?
Well, I think once you start to get famous, you realize like it's not that fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's not bad sometimes, but it's also like, I think that's like the great fallacy of American society is that like wealth and fame are the thing that we're all quietly, not everybody, but largely it's like, no, go, like, go pursue wealth and fame. And then like, you're like, and I don't think we take into account, you're like, oh, it seems like almost every famous person is miserable.
Right.
Like, oh, right, like everybody ODs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, every famous musician dies very young.
Yeah.
You're like, maybe there's a correlation there.
Well, the only thing worse than wealth and fame is poverty and anonymity.
That's right.
That is true.
It really is a U curve. We're going for one or the other. We don't really realize that somewhere right in the middle is that sweet spot. But everybody gets to the middle and they think they're only halfway there, so they keep going.
Yeah, and that I think honestly that is kind of the beauty of animation is that like for me it's like I get to make the show, I get to creatively do everything I want to do, and it's not my face every day, all day on camera.
Right.
And so when you're on the street, it takes people an extra second to be like, oh, they really have to be like, I know who you are. I like versus just being like, hey, you know, like. But I mean, look, I still love doing that, and I still honestly love being kind of famous. But you know what I mean? It's just weird. It's like this weird thing where you strive for it and then you get it, and it can be kind of more complicated than you think it's going
Well,
to
there's
be.
a level you hit. Like I was walking in last night, and two cops stopped. Hey, we're family, but you can still walk and no one gives a shit.
Yes,
and then there's a level
great.
of where you can't go anywhere, and that's probably
And we've seen
annoying.
we've seen it with people that we've worked with, and it's like it's just tricky, man. It just gets to a point where like your life is no longer your own. You have wittingly or unwittingly signed some social contract that you're like, yes, I get to fly privately wherever I go in the world, but wherever I go in the world or wherever I go in this country, 10 people are going to stop and talk to me no matter what I'm doing, who I'm talking to, and it's a real kind of weird contract.
Like you have to be able to afford the nicest house possible because you can never leave your house.
But that's the thing is like, what's that life? You know,
Right.
like what is that life being in your like secluded home?
But you get a bunch of free shit too.
You do,
which is great.
All the lube you want.
Right. You get tons of lube. You get whatever you mention publicly. If you're like, yeah, I use this lube. That's for life.
I know. I
You're
don't
good.
mention good things. I should mention trips and hotels, but I talk about lube and RX bars. Fucking asshole. What do you remember the first girl you met doing stand up? Like the first time you met a girl from being a professional comic or improver?
I've my whole thing with women has always been, before I was famous, so tied to being funny. It was like so much of what my currency was that I will say this. I did a little while back, this is now a few years ago, where I was like, it was a woman that I had known for a while. I didn't pick her up, but like, and she was really beautiful. And we went home and we had sex, and then she called her parents. This was like 2 a.m. Called her parents, put me on speakerphone and said, "Mom, Dad, I just had sex with a Jewish boy." And this was with her parents, who were in the middle of the country at in the middle of the night. And
blonde girl named Eva.
It was one of the most bizarre. It was truly bizarre. I was like, this feels very weird.
Well, how did they respond?
They were like, "Are we on speakerphone?" They were like, this isn't the first time that they had this happen.
Yes, because there was a black guy, there was a Jewish guy, there was a Spanish guy. Yeah. Well, she was just doing something to get a reaction of mother and father.
Well, they were actually Jewish, so I think it was still a reaction, but I think there was like she was hoping that they would be proud or something like that.
She finally got their approval.
Right. Whatever it was, I was like, I don't like this. Like, this feels weird that I felt used. So do you remember the first girl? Yes.
I do, yeah, but it was very infrequent that it would happen. I didn't even have sex with her. We didn't do anything, but it was the first time I could have, but her brothers kind of cock blocked it.
Really?
She was awful looking. Yeah, but so
she
what?
wasn't attractive?
I wasn't great either.
No.
She rubbed my leg under the table. I'd never had a girl do that before. It was after a set somewhere in Connecticut or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I've ever been more turned on, because I was like, this is from being a comedian. This girl likes me. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
And we were going to go out to the car and fool around. and her brothers were standing in the doorway watching. It didn't happen.
So what did
Are you
do?
sure the brothers didn't want to get in there and get the Hulk?
They would have
involved?
been more than welcome. They have a reputation.
Yeah.
That's a superhero blowjob kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, but that was just from being, no, it went nowhere. We didn't hook up, we didn't have sex, but just from being funny, the fact that happens. And Nick is promoting Big Mouth, which is season 2, comes on Friday on Netflix. You can spend the next couple of days watching season 1.
Yes, if you haven't watched it, catch up. It would be very helpful before watching season 2 to watch a bunch of kids jerk off on season 1.
People love the show. Now you're a Westchester boy, right?
Yeah.
You call it the Bestchester?
No, but I should, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Go to the Bestchester Mall.
It's just so funny because I'm from Westchester, and I tell everybody, the Bestchester. Everybody says that, and anybody that ever goes to Westchester or meets somebody from Westchester goes like, "Oh, you guys call it the Bestchester?" And they all go, "No."
Yeah.
Nobody says that.
Where are you from, Westchester?
New Rochelle.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Now we rule. That was what I remember. Like for me, I had a bunch of friends from New Rochelle, and they go, "Now we rule."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Why do you call the Bestchester?
I guess so. It's just what you do.
I think it's great that you're both in the same part of town and have nothing in common.
I know,
and don't
like,
know anything
about that.
I like going to New Rock City.
There it is. Everybody knows New Rock City.
Yeah.
New Rochelle.
Yeah.
Well, New Rock City is like a whole. There's a movie theater there. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
I go to the movie theater in New Rock City.
Here's the best part about New Rock City is they opened up this it's like a shopping center and everything. They called it New Rock City in an ode to New Rochelle. But nobody's ever called New Rochelle New Rock City.
No.
It's never been said before they opened the shopping center.
Yeah.
But now you just say it.
It's not like Bestchester.
It's that everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody just says
Everybody names him.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I like the fact that you're just proud to be from Westchester.
It's the best.
You shouldn't be.
Why?
It's fine.
It's the best.
I have no pride in my hometown.
Where are you from?
You're from
Jersey.
Yeah.
Gives a fuck.
Well, exactly.
Wow. Doesn't mean anything.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It does. It means beefsteak tomatoes.
You know, I guess that they're a Jersey, but I don't know. I have no affinity for them. I don't believe in tomatoes.
You ever fuck a tomato?
I have not. No.
I have to imagine the acidic nature of tomatoes would come back to sting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had a friend, one of our writers, who fucked a pineapple.
Ooh,
that's brave.
That is brave.
That's a brave fruit to fuck.
Jim was fucked by a pineapple, so that's.
Yeah, no, like I said, and very rarely did I use any objects or anything like that. It was always my hand. It was never inanimate things.
Well, you knew he would always be there for you.
I did, yes. Or my friend.
Yeah.
A good old buddy.
Yeah.
We are back with more Best Of. Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
I try to sleep. I just can't. It's not like I'm out doing shit. I'm laying in bed.
Yeah, but
I just couldn't last night.
You're walking around too. But you also, what do you do? What do you do before bed? What were you watching? Probably some bullshit 70s talk show or a beheading video.
I didn't watch anything. I didn't watch anything. I just went out with Jonathan and came home. I did not watch anything last night.
Well, you probably got all excited. You were like eating Chinese food, looking at your manager's bulge. You were like, "Wow!"
I tried to fuck my fleshlight. I couldn't.
Your fleshlight,
yeah.
Not the sex toy you talked about yesterday.
Not the doll. No.
No.
It's the doll is humiliating.
Why did you buy that?
It's a long story.
Do you want to get into it, or?
No, I'll show you. I'll take a picture of the doll. I'll bring it tomorrow.
All right, we'll get into it tomorrow.
Can I look it up?
I don't know what it's called. I was craving one, just because I'm not jerking off.
It's the same.
No, it's not. It's the same. It's a different motion. I'm so used to jerking off.
So you're not jerking off, but you're using fleshlights and
because the motion
sex
is
dolls?
the fuck motion is different. I'm just trying to train my body to want to fuck again. Like I'm so crazy with jacking off. I haven't jacked off in a while.
So you can't. You're trying to stop yourself from the jerk off motion. But you want to hump.
Yeah. I'm standing and
you want to hump to completion.
That advice was given to me. It actually makes sense.
What are you talking about? It makes sense.
You train your body, dude. For so long, I get used to coming a certain way.
I see. So you're worried that you won't be able to climax with hump motions.
Yeah.
Because you're so used to the jerk motion.
The doll I bought was it was bigger than I intended. They didn't have what I wanted.
Okay.
I didn't want a doll. I just wanted this one thing.
You just wanted a dude.
And no, just a doll.
I see.
And I go to this place.
Did anybody give you that advice that maybe the reason you can't climax is because the person still has somewhat female features?
No one has said that. Luckily.
Well, as a friend, I'm here to tell you maybe something you want to explore.
No, that's not the problem. Trust me.
All right.
So I walk in, I buy this, and it's a big item.
Is it just a torso? Is it a full body?
It's a torso, but I didn't want that. It was creepy to me.
Right.
Because it looks young. Like, I didn't know that there was a head on it, which makes it, like, it just looks like it's creepy. I fucking hate this thing. I hate it.
So it's a torso. Does it have arms?
Yeah, but she's like laying on her knees with her ass up and her feet hanging off. Well, yeah, it's her.
Of course.
But
so she's good. She's a full body.
Not really. It's smaller than I thought. It looks like a kid. It just
I thought you just said it's bigger than you thought.
No, I said smaller than I thought.
Oh.
It was not as big as I thought. It creeps me out. I fucking hate it.
Oh, so you're saying because it's like a full person, but it's smaller, and so then it makes you feel like it's young.
Oh, I hate it.
I see.
I pull it out of the box. I was so creeped out.
Why don't you return it?
Nah, the box is all beat up. You can't return a fuck toy. It was in the Bronx. I bought it on my way to see Ozzy. this giant place.
What the hell is your life?
Wait, you...
Sharon, I'll be right there. I just need to make one quick stop.
Quick pit stop.
Yeah, I'm going to stand up on stage and watch the Ozzy show, just on the stage, and on the way there, I need to buy a child fuck doll.
No, it wasn't a child. She's an adult, but it's just a smaller one, because they said it had size 6 feet or something like that. But
you don't even like
small.
size 6.
You got it in the Bronx?
It's a giant place.
So
why did you go to the...
Hang on, it wasn't even on the way to Jones Beach.
No, not the way. But I wanted something I wanted a place that was a little bit bigger.
You have to go through Queens, right, to get to Long Island from the city?
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad of a ride, actually. It took me an hour.
Why did you go
to... You went to a different borough
why
to
did
get
you
a
go
sex
to
doll, and then you went to go see Ozzy and creep at him strangely from the side of
Why did you get a size 6 sex doll from the Bronx?
Because they didn't have... I went around in the city a couple places to find something.
You checked like the in-store tracker online, and
I wanted a couple places.
Yeah, the UPC thing?
Yeah.
This place was big.
Like when you're looking for collectibles, you mean?
This place was big.
I see.
So I went there. It was a giant warehouse. They're playing loud rap music. And I'm buying this giant fuck doll, but the box is all taped up. And I'm trying to play it off like I need the box in better shape, so I'm giving it as a gift, which was a lie.
I'm giving it as a gift. Why did you want the box in better shape?
So I knew it wasn't kicked open. Yeah, that's it. The Romantic Depot.
In the Bronx.
Place is massive, yeah.
Yeah, no, there's one in West Nyack as well.
Wow, they have 7 locations.
Yeah, it's a big place.
I see. They specifically say on their website, Bronx Megastore.
Yeah,
right. It's like Costco for fuck dolls.
Yeah, they had a.
If you want to buy a gross of dildos, that's the spot to do it.
Yeah, it's a big place, and inside, I just wanted to get this because I'm not jacking off. I'm trying to not do that.
Right, you're trying to be healthy. So in order to be healthy, what you wanted to do was drive to the Bronx and buy a sex doll with size 6 feet.
Well, it sounds
for health.
It does sound crazy, but when you have kind of put yourself in the crazy place I put myself mentally with that shit,
yes,
you have to do something.
Right.
You have to do something to break your mind of so I'm only going to do just get a person and go, hey, lay there, I'm going to fuck you in the mouth.
Why don't you fuck a pie like the movie?
I'd get hungry. I'd eat it.
That has nothing to do with the pie.
No.
Okay, but I'm a little confused because you said you had a fleshlight.
Right.
I do.
With the fleshlight, you have to use it like a jerk off.
No, you don't. No, the fleshlight I like. You can stand on the bed and just hold it down and fuck it. But it feels too much like you're holding your dick, and that's why I didn't like it.
You know,
that's
like
the only reason I didn't like it.
You know, like in woodshop when they have the vise on the table.
Oh, dude, that'd be awesome.
That you screw it in,
yeah.
and
that
so you can saw a piece of wood or whatever. He's got a vise connected to his desk for his fuck toy.
Do you know how great that would be?
Right.
But
so
no,
you get a vise.
You have to hold it, and I didn't like holding it.
You get a vise, you attach it to your desk.
Yeah.
Then you screw in the fleshlight into the vise, and then that way, hands free, you put your hands behind your head, and you just start humping. That could work.
When I was a kid, I used to put it in between the mattress and the box spring.
Right.
And then put a porno magazine on top.
So the visual was there.
Yeah.
But that's when you're a kid and you're just trying to figure this stuff out.
I don't think I could do that now.
You're doing some dumb shit when you're a kid.
Yeah, when you're 50, you probably should have done it a long time ago.
Right. Yeah, you're 50, right?
Yeah, I'm 50.
Okay.
I'm 50.
Throw that in for context for the full picture. All right, so you go. The sex doll is it's in a box that's a little bit beat up. You couldn't tell from the box that it was maybe a little small, or was it folded up?
No, the way the box...
It's not inflatable.
No. That's it, right? That's kind of what it looks like right there, from behind doggy.
No, it looks like a chicken.
No, there. It looks up. No, up, Troy, up. It does. No. To the right. There you go.
It looks like a chicken.
It does a little bit.
It looks
You're
like
right.
a cooked chicken.
I didn't like the big dumb breasts on it.
It's headless. It's a doll that's on all fours.
Yeah.
But it really is. You just see the torso. That's the creepiest. How could that turn you on?
It doesn't. It's not about the turning me on. You don't look at it.
You just want something to hump.
You just watch something. Well, yeah, but you just try to train your...
Travis, have you ever thought about training yourself to hump better?
No. Well, you probably...
you gotta go in for hump practice.
But anyway, it creeps me out so much I can't do anything with it.
For Jim, every day is
hump day.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's
no, I don't know why anybody would.
But I just don't. It's too.
Do you feel like if somebody went to your house and saw your chicken hump doll, they'd go like, "Oh, Jim, I'm glad you're working on getting healthier."
It does look like a chicken.
It looks like a cooked chicken.
No, but a friend of mine, actually, a guy I know, gave me some good advice on the humping, which made sense. But
What's the advice?
Just to use your fleshlight like you're fucking it. Which
but then
actually
you still
does
gotta
help.
hold it though. You just gotta.
That's the only thing I didn't like. You
have to
lean
be
on
disciplined enough to not move your hand.
It was on my bed. I was pressing it down.
I see. Kind of like Troy sticking his dick between two mattresses, right?
Kind of like
that.
Yeah.
You know what? I think you could try to fuck a bagel. I think early on I tried to fuck a bagel when I was like,
fuck everything as a kid.
Right. Anything.
Bagel?
Yeah, anything that there's a hole in it.
Yeah.
You're like, I think that I could work this out.
Yeah.
When did that become an unattractive option for you, Travis?
17 years ago.
I never tried to fuck food.
You should. I mean, it's better. You're fucking it. Keep fucking that chicken, Jim. Maybe that's what Ernie Anastos or whoever said that
Ernie
was talking
Anastos.
about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep fucking that chicken.
I don't like the tour. The whole thing was just creepy, though. I mean,
So
you
why don't
turn it over on its back, and it looks, and the bottom is flat, so it looks like a fucking turtle.
Oh.
I hated it so much.
Why don't you get a real doll?
Nah, I don't want. It was literally temporary. It's temporary. It's just one of those things I'm trying to just do a little bit.
Okay, but so why don't you temporarily get a real doll?
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want it. I don't want it to have a personality. It's like, ugh.
You don't.
The fleshlight
it's still a doll.
No, but meaning the fleshlight's good enough. I just want to. I'll watch something and do it. The fleshlight's good enough. I just didn't like holding it like that.
Do they make fleshlight contraptions that allow you to hump? Like, do they make?
I don't know. You have to hold it.
Do they make holders for it?
You have to hold it, I guess.
I know that they make them so they have like a suction cup you can put in the shower.
I guess I just could. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Jim just standing humping in the shower.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Wouldn't that be awesome? You got to be like Sting. You got to figure out whatever he does, where he can like fuck for like 6 to 7 hours and then just mentally will himself with no hands into orgasm.
I know. He's pretty amazing.
If you just stop for a long time, will you be able to have like nocturnal emissions?
No, but
No.
I have better sex when I stop for a while.
Right.
Much better.
But are you quicker?
A little bit, but it's easier for me to get there without making myself get there.
I see.
Like when you get to a certain point, you wind up just not being able to enjoy it with somebody because you're so used to doing all this stuff by yourself, and it's not like a fun experience with another person. It's just this isolated thing you're doing.
Can I ask you this? When you were fucking the chicken doll with little baby feet, were you tweedling your nipples?
No.
So what do you do with your hands?
You keep them on the side. I haven't touched my nipples in a month and a half.
Do you make gobbledy sounds just so it feels more real?
You do not. You do not.
Okay. I just don't know the culture.
Or you just keep your hands there and you hold it down.
Why are you trying to stop yourself from tweedling your nipples?
Because it just takes too much away from being with another person.
But the other person can tweedle your nipples. I don't understand what the issue.
I don't need all that. I don't want to need all that. It's too much. It's too many bells and whistles.
But if you like your nipples tweedled, are you saying it's because you can't do it? It's one thing to just like your nipples tweedled. It's another thing to need it.
Yeah.
And you don't want to need it. You'd like to like it.
You want to like it once in a while, but you don't want to fucking need anything. Like
Right.
I don't want to need any of that shit. I got to a point where I needed it and it was just not fun anymore.
Are you still sending filthy text messages with people back and forth?
No, occasional light, but nothing like it was. No. I got bored with it, all of it.
Why don't you try like knitting or something? Why don't you try some non-sexual hobbies?
Why don't you just try not coming for a while?
I did.
How long?
I mean, I've come the last few days, but I went 3 weeks.
Yeah, wow. That's pretty impressive.
3.5 weeks. I'm okay going that length of time.
You start losing your mind when you get to 3 weeks?
No, because I wasn't really focusing on it. I wasn't jerking off. I wasn't doing anything. It was okay. It wasn't that bad. I finally had sex. I mean,
let's see. You're going to the gym pretty regularly, so we can't tell you to go to the gym more. Yeah, why? I mean, why don't you like maybe model painting? Have you ever thought about maybe starting that as a hobby?
No.
Painting little models?
I despise little models.
You do?
I hate them. I fucking hate them.
That'd be great.
That'd be so awesome.
If later in life Jim just put on his bifocals and just started painting, like he had one of those giant magnifying glasses in his house where he puts it in front of the little little miniature, and he's just painting a little Dungeons and Dragons character.
Or he's making like a Titanic replica.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And he's using like the little tongs. Because it's so small and intricate and detailed. He's got a little bit of glue on a toothpick that he just has to dab over here.
Yeah, no, I don't have the patience.
Like
I don't have the patience for it, or I'm not inclined to do it. I don't want it.
Doesn't appeal to you.
Zero. It does zero. For
you
me.
just don't see a tiny little miniature, very very detailed Titanic ship and go like,
I don't.
Oh, I might want to know.
No, I
want to
kick it.
You do.
I want to kick it when I see one. I want to knock it off the table.
All right, so that's not for you.
What would be better than somebody building a big Titanic model to take a mini bat and hit it? What would feel better than breaking someone's model ship with a fucking bat?
No, you're right, because you did like the wood would crack.
Oh, like a little Yankee Stadium bat they give out on Bat Day.
That's
They're
right.
like fucking 12 or 15 inches long.
That's
You
right.
take it with one hand and just whack right into the side of the model.
That's right.
It would shatter.
Why don't you train MMA, like jiu-jitsu? Why don't you start doing that?
That's a good.
That's a good one, right?
Henzo's invited me down to because I'm too tired. I want to start doing it, but I'm just so fucking exhausted all the time, and I can't get my sleep right.
Well, force yourself to do it, and then it'll make you sleep.
Maybe.
Right?
Maybe.
If you work out in the day, in the morning, after the show, you do your little workout. Then you go and do your jiu-jitsu. You're going to go home and you're going to sleep.
You're going to zonk.
Don't you think it'll knock him out?
Oh, right out.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Just force yourself to jiu-jitsu a little bit.
I should. I want to. I know I have access to good people. I'm just really dumb.
And
I was
it's
thinking
good
that.
physically for you, but it's good mentally.
Yeah.
Right.
Throw some karate chops.
And then you won't have as much time. You'd be like, oh, I want to sit here and try to figure out what's the best like sex doll positioning, but I got to go to jiu-jitsu.
I know what the position is. Hands and knees. You can't turn her over. It's like a fucking turtle.
Right.
It's creepy.
Right.
I hated it so much. Picking it up and this like got real weight to it.
Right.
Ugh.
Was it heavy when you walked out of the store in the box?
Dude,
did they not have a better version?
No, they did not. I was carrying it out. It wouldn't fit in the bag. Like the bag, it was coming out the top.
Peeking
of
out the
bag.
top.
And as I'm and they're all black women working there. And as I'm going out there looking at me, and as she's putting the bag over the counter, my 30-pound purchase, she goes, "Have you been on TV?"
I knew it.
And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "I told you," to her girlfriend. She's like, "You were the priest on Power." I'm like, "Yes, I was." And I'm carrying my 30-pound fuck doll.
Thank God for 50 Cent.
Yep, thank God. They were very nice. They were very helpful.
Yeah.
The employees in that
Weird,
store, I
because-
recommend it highly. They were very nice people.
Because I figured you were there to get the straps, so it's odd that they recognized you from Power.
You think they told their friends that the priest from Power came in to buy a sex doll?
I hope so.
Yeah, they definitely
hope
did.
so.
They bought a chicken sex doll.
100%.
I hope.
They
Googling him.
Yeah, they finally somebody bought that chicken fuck doll.
It was really, it was not good.
I admire your libido at 50.
Why? It's destroying him.
No, I just can't believe how much sex drive he has.
Yeah,
Troy.
but it's like it's weird stuff. Like a lot of it's just for talking. So much of my shit's just been texting. Like,
Can you imagine, right? Okay. You're in your 20s, right? You're living at home still. Jim didn't get to move out of his house until he's 30 years old, right? So he's sitting there. He's going to prostitutes. He finds comedy. It's all he wants to do in his life. Not really working. You know what I mean? Finally, he ends up, he's got good friends. Jim Florentine, Bob Levy, these guys, they take him on the road. Finally, he ends up moving out. He's in this apartment with black mold that he's sharing with Florentine, whatever. He gets to a place where he's super well known. He's become a regular on big shows. I'm talking Power. I'm talking Tonight Show. I'm talking all kinds of big shows. He's got many specials. He's got 2 books, bestsellers. He's on Netflix. He's on HBO. He's on any mark of success that a comedian could possibly have. Jim's got it. Respect from his peers. And at 50, after all this, he's done it. He did it. There's no, Jim's not in the position anymore where one day he'll make it. He's made it.
I haven't.
You've made it.
I'm
Yes, you
doing
have.
okay.
You're
not
too
made it.
close. You're too close to it. I'm an outsider. I'll tell you, you've made it. And you know what he's doing now that he's made it? He's going to the Bronx so he could buy a 50-pound sex doll. So on his way to an Ozzy concert that he's going to awkwardly stand on stage for. This is what his libido has done to him.
Well,
there's nothing admirable about Jim's libido.
However, the libido, there is a little bit of common sense. I have not knocked anybody up. Well, granted, some of the women I fuck you can't knock up. But
yeah, we worked our way around that.
But I've been much more careful than you'd think. Like my libido has at times it's steered me wrong, but I have been much more cautious than you would expect. So
no,
yeah.
I mean, I don't think you've done things irresponsibly in the sense of like that. Like, I don't think you've put yourself in danger. I just think, you're getting recognized buying a 30-pound chicken fuck doll.
Yeah, I don't mind.
That's the life.
I didn't care. It was silly.
It's fun.
I kind of laughed on the way to the concert. I'm like, of course.
Of course. That seems about right. That's where I would be. This is the life.
It is what it is.
I mean, it's like being in the mafia. This is the life you've chosen.
This is the life I've chosen.
Right. You're a pervert.
Yeah.
So it was sitting in the back seat as you enjoyed
No,
housing?
it was in the trunk.
By the way,
I should have put it in the back seat and used the HOV lane.
Now we know why Jim didn't accept that ride home from Sharon. He wanted to get that fuck doll home.
Yeah, he had to get his friend home.
Yeah.
Travis's idea, though, was so good. I should have just moved my car.
Yeah, but you didn't want to lose your merch.
I did want to go home
and
and
God
fuck
forbid
it.
somebody steals his car.
That's right.
And then discovers a treat in the trunk.
Do you know what was back there?
And then uses it, and I have to clean it out. By the way, there's no good drain in it, so I had to scoop it out. I fucked it twice.
No.
I fucked it twice. I hated it.
No, you
hated
fucked
it.
Oh, God.
2 times to completion?
Hated it.
Let me ask you this. Were you humping?
Yeah.
Then it did the trick. Congratulations.
But I didn't.
You're healthy.
I just don't like the smallness.
Did you scoop it out after the first time?
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't bad enough that he wouldn't do it again.
The only reason I didn't throw it out is I want to take a picture of it first.
Right.
To show you, but it's on the line. I had to take a picture of it.
Scoop it out.
It's bald with a dumb wig. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It's disgusting. Did you scoop it out using your mouth like a Hoover?
I did not. Although it couldn't have been any worse than scooping it out with my fingers with warm water. You asked.
Were there instructions on how to clean it, or did you just know?
I guess common sense.
Oof.
Hold her up.
That's really gross, man.
Celebrities are just like us.
Yeah, it's just a picture of like of Khloe Kardashian going to Burger King, and then Jim just fucking his chicken doll with his thumb sticking up. Oh man, that's rough, man.
That's that was my weekend.
That's disgusting.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, of course you did.
I put it in my closet. I can't even look at it.
Next to your mementos.
Yeah, next to my lifestyle.
Exactly.
I couldn't even look at it. I got to throw it out today, but I'll take a picture of it first.
You have to.
I have to.
You have to share it with everybody.
The stupid wig.
So is that one of the reasons why you can't sleep? You're trying to think of ways to get the poison out of your system in a healthy way?
No, my allergies were driving me nuts last night. I couldn't breathe.
Oh.
And I put the mouth guard in, and that winds up hurting. I had a weird dream that I was being chased by the police, and I'm fucking... Some guy with a gun is going to chase me, but I had a flamethrower, and I'm standing across the street.
What are you doing,
And I'm attacking him with a flamethrower. And then the cops are chasing me, and there's a helicopter light on me. I'm like, I hope they're not looking for me, but they were looking for me. And then I see this giant hill that I have to run down, but there's a mall. So I'm like, I can run in the mall, and the helicopter won't be able to track me, and I'll be able to change my clothes.
You'd be good at GTA if you knew how to play.
Then I woke up.
Exactly. You got all your dream experience.
Yeah, you can go in the mall.
You know what Jim is a great reminder of? This is the lessons and the takeaways from Jim, that if you're sitting there right now, young person, young man, young woman, and you've got dreams and you've got aspirations, you have to know that even if you achieve those dreams and those aspirations, and even if you become very successful in your field, you're still going to be you. You're never not going to be,
of course,
you. Like
you will be you.
Your achievements are not going to wash away the you-ness of you.
No, I don't necessarily even want them to, you know?
No, but that stuff, it'll just follow you. It goes with you wherever you go. Like a chicken sex doll in your trunk. It just goes with you.
Yeah, it does.
My God.
I lasted 2 days with it, though. It's got to go.
It should go.
It must go.
You fucked it twice. You got your money's worth.
It must
How
go.
much did it cost?
She gave me a discount. It was like $400.
$400?
But it was supposed to be a lot more.
What? How much more was it supposed to be?
Over 600. But I was like, I didn't. That's not what I went there for. I just saw that. I'm like,
what did you go there for?
This other thing, but they didn't have it. They didn't have it in white. I wanted it in white.
What?
No, they didn't have what I wanted.
Can you tell us what you wanted?
It was just more of an ass that you can just kind of hold, but there's no person attached to it. It's more like a fleshlight, but a place to put your hand.
So it was like a car dealership where you were like, I was really looking for the other model, and they were like,
That's
well,
right.
what if we told you we could give you the more expensive model?
That's right.
At a discount.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jim, you got ripped off. It's $350 on Amazon.
Oh no!
That's not how much it was priced at there.
They saw you coming.
Plus, you need it now, so you got to pay that extra.
Yeah. I don't.
Well,
Want
that's
that
why.
shit.
I mean, everybody knows the sex stores charge way more in person because everybody goes in there all lathered up.
Probably.
You know, everybody goes in there all horned up. They're not going to say no. They got to leave with something.
Like, I got to fuck that chicken doll.
Very few.
How much?
Very few people. Very few people go into a sex store, get a fuck doll, and then go to a concert before they go home. Most people who buy a sex doll in a sex store are going home to use it.
Yeah.
Were you distracted at the concert?
No,
Thinking
I
about
was
fucking it.
No. I was just thinking of Ozzy. I was enjoying the show.
I believe that.
You thought he was maybe? You thought he was just thinking about Ozzy. Wasn't
I
thinking
believe
about the
he
sex
was
doll?
enjoying the show.
Did you fuck the sex doll when you got home?
Late that night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sing Bark at the
What a
Moon while
night.
you were fucking?
What's that?
What a night you had.
I did. Yeah. No, I did not.
You did not
treating
sing Bark at
myself.
the Moon?
No, I was humming Revelation Mother Earth. Yeah, it was.
Wow.
It was an odd weekend. That's my life, though. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, was it an odd weekend or was it a typical
It
weekend?
was odd. I haven't been doing much lately at all. I've been busy with, we get the show here between Chip and the fucking UFC twice a week and sets. It's like there's really not a lot of time.
Yeah.
And then you go out to dinner once in a while, a few dates here and there, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to figure out what you can do with your time, but I feel like your time is pretty well occupied.
Yeah, I mean, it is busy. I've been going to bed a lot earlier. So I've been coming in earlier. I'm going to bed.
I've been noticing you've been in early all week.
Yeah, I've been going to bed earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fine. I just couldn't sleep last night.
No, you couldn't.
Tossed and turned.
Sorry to hear that. But
Yeah, it's okay.
yeah. Just thinking about like all your
Sex devices.
your devices. That's the word. Your sex devices all over the place. Jim, when you go to like when we were in Amsterdam, they had that museum of torture where it's really just a small place, but they have all the different machines and devices and stuff that they use to torture people.
Yes.
You should pull all your stuff out. You could create a little sex museum in your apartment.
That would be cool.
There's
all
not
the
much in
different
there.
things that you never knew you could fuck or put inside you.
There's honestly, I don't put things inside me ever.
Well,
So no, if someone wants to slip a finger in there, poke it around, a little hello,
you don't put things inside you ever, or you don't put things inside your anus ever.
inside my anus.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I'm
of
saying
course.
there's other orifices.
Oh yeah, of course. But I don't put things in my ass.
Right.
Have you ever wore a butt plug at any point in your life?
No, I got one and tried it, but I didn't like it.
So you did. You had.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
It was in there.
It didn't do anything. Nah, it hurt.
Butt plug has been inside you just at least even for 1 second in your life.
Oh yeah, but
Okay.
it hurt. And I couldn't do it.
Okay.
I could. It just was. It's an unpleasant feeling. I don't like things in my ass. It hurts.
I get that. I don't either.
Like a
Personally.
tongue and a little finger, maybe.
Yeah.
A tongue?
A tongue and a little finger.
Oh, I thought you said a tongue.
Oh, no,
I was
a
like,
tongue.
what the hell is going
Tongues,
on?
yes. Yeah, pull the cucumber out.
Okay, a tongue, a finger. That's fairly typical, I think. There's
Yeah.
nothing weird about that.
Yeah, my ass is pretty normal.
Yeah. That's good to know.
Yeah.
That's good to know, especially because of all the activity that's back there, specifically during the morning.
Yeah.
The farts and the shitting and
At
stuff.
times,
It's, it's pretty disgusting.
Yeah, it's a real beehive of activity.
It is. It really is. Man, well, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Hope everybody's having a great
I didn't plan on
morning.
discussing that at all.
No, I didn't think you did. I'm glad we did. I'm glad we got to the bottom of it.
Yeah, because you threw us for a curveball yesterday.
When he mentioned the sex doll?
Yeah.
I forgot
Right.
I mentioned it.
No, I had it written down.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
I'll take a picture. I'll do a picture today and then I'll toss it.
Toss it? Toss
I'll
it
throw
salad,
it.
maybe.
No, I'll throw it out. But I got to get rid of the box because I can't have it on my floor. In like the garbage area, they'll know whose it is.
Oh, yeah, there's no question about that. Your building knows who it is.
I can't leave a fuck doll box on my floor.
Yeah. You just get in the elevator and see your neighbors and be like, "You see that thing in the garbage room?"
It's me. There's an old guy and there's all Asian couples.
Right.
Nice people.
Is it one garbage room per floor? Or
Yeah,
is it...
per floor.
Oh, so they'll know.
Of course.
They'll know about
Where are
that.
you going to throw the sex doll in the trash?
Right in the fucking trash.
You're not going to try to recycle it?
No. I'm gonna drop that fucking idiot right down the chute.
You are.
I can't have it in the house.
No.
It creeps me out.
Is the chute...
I'm actually glad it creeps me
Oh,
out.
I hope it gets stuck in the chute.
Wouldn't that
You and
be
me
great?
both. You and me both. Oh
You
my
live
god!
up
If I
high.
clogged the fucking chute with a fucking with a tiny footed fuck doll.
Did somebody put a 30-pound rubber chicken in the garbage chute?
Oh, I would love to clog the fucking chute.
Yeah, how big is the chute? Is it going to fit, do you think?
Yeah, it'll fit. I can't have it in my house. I can't have it. It's too weird.
You live way up high.
Yeah.
Imagine if somebody's at the bottom of the chute just collecting the garbage and gets killed because
because
a big rubber chicken comes out of the bottom.
They do have a thing that stops for that, but that would be a great story.
Yeah,
It
it's
would be.
40 pounds.
I don't know what to do with
That's
it.
what the listing says.
What am I going to do with it?
It's a good workout tool.
Is
You
her
could lift
soft
it.
skin lifelike?
No, it's softer than plastic, but no, I just don't like it. I always knew sex dolls would give me the creeps. It was an impulse buy because they didn't have what I wanted. It was
Right.
it was an error.
Well, are you going to buy what you originally intended to buy?
I don't even know.
You don't know.
I'll just use the fucking dumb fleshlight.
You gonna go back?
Huh?
You gonna go back?
No.
Why? It's a big megastore.
I know. You have a lot of selection.
How often do you clean the fleshlight?
Every time. It's easy. You can run water right through it.
It's just
fucking
like
blurbs out the other.
Fleshlights suck though.
They do, but I mean, it's better than what I was doing.
Jerking off?
Yeah.
I feel like the minute you wash your fleshlight is when you go like, you know what? I don't need to be doing this. Like that's when reality really sinks in. You know what I mean? Because you're all horned up when you're actually using it, and you can trick yourself into whatever.
Yeah.
But once because the gun has been unloaded, as it said.
You have that clarity.
You have that clarity. You're at the sink. You're washing it out. You see your fluids, and you're like, I don't need to be doing this anymore. This is disgusting.
That's what I love about Jim fucking this doll twice. Is because
Exactly.
he scooped it out and he was disgusted by the whole process, but he did it again.
Right, he knew I'm gonna have to scoop this out again.
Yeah, like
that
it was
thing that I
all
didn't
on
like
the table.
doing.
It's like when you cook. You have to clean the pots.
Right.
Yeah,
that's
but
right.
at least you like the food.
That's true.
That's yeah.
Well, I did enjoy the act of.
It was fun.
The last 10 seconds, the first minute, my fucking 10 minutes, my dick was limp. Felt stupid.
Felt silly.
Oh, like an
Do you use
idiot.
a
Dude, I had to thumb press it in. Sucked.
Do you use a visual aid?
Yeah, I was watching stuff.
Like watching porn?
Yeah, and just like reading stuff that was sexy to me. Nothing crazy,
Oh
nothing
my
too
God.
hardcore, but
Were
just
you on your bed?
yeah, I was standing. I look at my laptop.
Can you imagine the visual of Jim holding his phone, reading text?
No, it wasn't my phone. It was up.
reading texts, and then humping this like chicken doll, like
clumsily dropping his phone.
Oh my God!
Because there's Earl on my hands.
The security footage in your apartment would just be. That's its own Netflix special. That's a series.
Oh,
that's better than Making a Murderer.
There is security footage too.
Is there?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, because you got cameras in your place just in case.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like building security footage. It's yours.
Mine, of course.
Right.
Mine, yeah.
Yeah. You save it? Does it save
It
online
saves
in the
for a little
cloud?
while. There's nothing dirty about it, honestly. It's just the front door and the outside.
You know what I love? That Jim is like, I don't want to share my photos with the cloud on my iPhone, but there may be footage in the cloud of me fucking this sex doll reading texts. Possibly.
Yeah. No, it all goes to a hard drive in my apartment, and
Oh,
it's
I see.
and it just it plays over, like it tapes over after a little while. It's all just shots of my front door and boring shots of my outside. There's nothing exciting.
Right.
I turn off the camera if I go in the jacuzzi. I can just turn it off.
I wish you wouldn't.
There's nothing to see anyway. Just me and some fucking girl chatting.
That's
Boring.
it, isn't it?
It really is boring.
You're hanging out with girls, right?
Yeah.
So like,
That's the problem.
yeah, like what? Why do you need it's sex toys if you're hanging out with actual humans?
Because again, you don't. I don't.
girls.
I haven't been like. You don't. I just don't want to put my dick in someone's like for what. Like I mean, it feels good, but if like somebody wants more than I do, I don't want to just go. Yeah, no, I want that too. And then it's like at 50, I'm just.
You're
too,
tired of the game.
I kind of want somebody to date consistently, so I've been going on dates, and I'll find the person eventually.
You seem to be in a very conflicted position.
Why?
Well, because you know what you want, but you also know how you are.
Yeah, but it's almost like while you're single, you get stuff out of the way. Like I'm not fucking doing all this shit that I used to do.
Let me get all that chicken fucking out of the way.
Yeah, you're gonna
I'm looking for Miss Right.
Yeah. I told you like a year ago, you're not going to be able to be in a relationship until you stop. You got to stop dirty texting before.
I've cut 90% of dirty texting out. 90% has been cut out.
That's good.
It's crazy.
That's good.
It's crazy.
Because
Yeah.
for a while it was like nonstop.
Dude, there was at one point,
Mhm.
and I'm not kidding you,
Okay.
I could count down 100 different conversations. Not in one day, but like
100 active conversations. There's 100 people.
Or active or within the last month. I mean, that's years ago. It was just a long, that had some sexual thing
Right.
to them.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I wouldn't even want to
Now
talk
there
to
might
that
be
many
two.
people.
There might be two
Yeah.
or three. Yeah, it's
That's
nothing.
good.
I I ran out.
Ran out of gas.
You run out of gas with certain things.
Yeah. Well, it's not. It's also not conducive to the end result that if you actually want.
Yeah. It's not.
So, but you're going on dates.
Yeah, I go out, I eat, Ugh.
You do.
But I don't just, it's like after a while, like I'll have girls come over and just go like, let's sit outside. And they're like, well, I don't know. I'm like, no, really, we'll sit outside.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm not going to try
do
to fuck
anything.
you. We'll sit outside.
Yeah. How romantic.
No, just to talk.
You
you get older, you start wanting to talk to people and just hang out.
You just want to get to know some people.
You really do. It's after a while, you just like sit out there and fucking have coffee and
Yeah.
you know.
You got a flashlight to fuck at home.
It's more entertaining and you know, fucking someone is great. If they just want to suck your dick, that's great. But
Right.
most people don't just want to suck your dick. They'll say that because they want more.
Oh, yeah. That's what we were talking about yesterday. That, like, we were talking about the Les Moonves thing, that both parties need to understand girls, and this doesn't directly relate to Les Moonves' situation, but it's just in the context of male-female dynamics. Men need to acknowledge when they're being predatory and kind of know, okay, I'm being manipulative to get this physical thing, the end result. And women need to acknowledge when they're saying that they're okay with things that they're not, because they're tricking themselves into thinking that there's an emotional component there that is not. Like, that's, to me, the biggest sort of, both parties have to get there.
Yeah.
And they're just not. Like, and it's just a human thing for whatever reason. But
Yeah.
you are kind of acutely aware of that, it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm just not, you get to a point where certain things just don't interest you anymore. And it's not for any reasons. Like, there's no like, hey, I can't be, you just like, ugh. Internally, you don't want to do it.
Right.
You just like, what am I doing?
Well,
Boring.
It's the same shit. You know where it's going.
Yeah, even the dirty texting, it got boring.
Right.
It got boring. So dating is, I'll find somebody.
Yeah, I think you will too.
Sometimes you think you won't, though. Sometimes it feels like you're never going to.
Yeah, but that's like anything, right? Like anything that's difficult to attain. Also, your lifestyle in the past, like, hasn't been conducive to putting you in a position where when it's time for a relationship, you're ready to jump into one.
Yeah.
Like, that's the choices that you've made.
We are back with more Best Of. Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Hi, JB.
JB Smoove just walked in.
Hey. What's going on, guys?
How are you?
What's going on, man?
Get it cracking up in here. What's going down?
You always look so good. Even I've seen you in the morning quite a few times, other radio shows and here, and you always look really, really well dressed and like you're ready to be on
We've been
TV.
friends a long time, Jimmy. If you ever want to get your life together, you have no problem to call me. Morning, take your ass shopping, we'll walk around, get you. But I've seen you look great.
You see me in suits.
You know what? We got a great photo together of us both in suits, leaning against the wall. Of course, I'm twice as tall as you.
You
but
are.
It's all good. You still look nice.
That was in, was that Vegas? I remember that was some like weird award show, like some
We had an
SBS.
award show, and we look fabulous together. Something about the balance of my chocolate skin.
That's right. My alabaster tone.
And your alabaster tone, that kind of worked.
It did work.
It was a nice background.
How would you dress Jim on like a day-to-day basis? You can't wear a suit every day, right?
I think I would. I think as far as how I would dress him as a normal, I would get out of. I would work my way out of the t-shirts very slowly,
right?
But not all at one time,
right?
A gradual change from the typical grungy t-shirt look.
Mm-hmm.
But I would I would add one collar at a time, not a full collar, just one side. People notice that kind of dumb shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They say, wow, this guy got one to look at him. They're going to notice him.
Right.
It's a conversation piece.
Right.
And then you add another collar. It's kind of like growing a beard in. People, or changing your gray hair back to, back to dark.
Do it gradually.
A gradual.
It has to be a transition.
Of course, it should be a transition.
So someone seeing you every day doesn't notice.
Yeah, they will notice that.
What did Sinbad say about hair pieces? If you're bald headed on Wednesday, remember that joke by Sinbad? You can't get it. Oh, it's why would you? You're fucking young.
See, Steve Martin, his hairpiece is receding. That's the genius.
That's
so
that is
no one's going to question it because they go, "Oh, he's got a receding hairline."
Yeah.
But it's a piece.
Is it?
Oh yeah, big piece.
Good for him.
But Jim is a dashing fellow.
Do you think he could get women with a half a collar on though? Wouldn't they think he was an oddball?
They're gonna look at him,
right?
And once they look at you, you got him. See?
Gotcha, I see.
They wouldn't notice his ass if he didn't have one collar,
right?
Or even a cutoff. A cutoff is.
I'm not in cutoff shape anymore.
Like a belly shape.
Doesn't matter. You don't got to be in cutoff shape.
Right.
You're saying it's like peacocking. Like if it's a half a collar, if they look, that's all that matters.
Certain people just need something in their life to catch the attention of other people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, take this. This is a terrible example, but you drive crazy as hell, so you can get pulled the fuck over. See?
Uh-huh.
It's that easy. So if you walk crazy, you do crazy shit, Lady's gonna pull you over. They're gonna say, "Hey, hi.
Hey, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
This guy's interesting.
Why
are you wearing that half
shirt?
shirt?
They use the word eccentric.
Yeah, eccentric, right?
You know what I mean?
But you look good in clothes. Some guys look good in clothes. Some guys don't. You just have a face and a shape that you just look good in clothes. And if I wore that hat, I'd look like a sick 5-year-old.
Like a fucking idiot. You wear this fucking hat. You can't wear this shit. You know what I mean? You can wear none of this shit I got on. Right. Nothing I got on you can wear. Take all my. Don't worry about me right now, because you can't wear none of this shit. All right? Let's talk about other things like one collar and little things that you can do to help yourself.
What do you put on?
None of this shit.
Is there anything you put on that you're like, I just look stupid in that? There's got to be something you try on that you'll say, I just don't like myself in that.
See, here's how you got to think. You got to think, I'm not wearing these fucking clothes. These clothes are wearing me. That's how you got to think in your brain. See, I throw on I got like layers on today, man. This is my season. Winter, I'm a winter baby, so this is my shit right here. I love a good scarf, a good fucking hat. See, I want to go to the airport and take 15 minutes to take all that shit off. I enjoy it.
You like layers.
I love fucking layers. I love taking all that shit off, man.
You ever
go to the airport.
You ever do a wardrobe change like on your way out of security?
Oh, yeah, I change it up sometimes.
You do, right?
I'll rewrap my scarf a different way sometimes. Yeah. Whatever, man. I mean, whatever it takes, man.
It's smart. You like looking good.
Entertain yourself. You got to look good. Why the fuck not?
When
you're a grown-ass man, right, take time to look good for your fucking self. There's no sense in you grunging the fuck around. I know you don't want to impress yourself, but sometimes you got to get up, look in the mirror, and try to impress yourself. You got to walk around as yourself all fucking day. Why not impress the dude in the mirror once in a fucking while?
When did you develop your sense of personal style?
It's how I've always been.
Is that right?
I'm going to tell you about my dad. I've never seen my father wear a pair of sneakers, ever.
Huh.
Ever. I never. He passed away, but I never seen my dad wear a pair of sneakers.
Just flip-flops?
Ever. Ever. No. Just shoes. Cool-ass shoes. Cool fucking shoes. I know a lot of white people, you guys wear flip-flops a fucking lot, but
we do enjoy a good flip-flop.
I've never seen him wear a pair of sneakers.
But what if he was doing something athletic or,
It don't fucking matter.
Jogging in boots?
It don't matter. And he wore the shoe boots. The shoe boots. You know, that means, come to the ankle.
Oh, right.
Zipper on the side.
Sure, nice.
That's all the fuck you wore.
So he's a stylist. What did he do?
He's a regular Joe, man. Just a regular job. You know what I'm saying?
Regular job.
But I've never, if he wore work boots or he wore dress shoes all the time.
Yeah, but you
always wore a nice dress shirt. Always wore glasses. So this right here, if you see me wearing my glasses, I'm paying homage to my dad. That's all he did. He wore glasses all the fucking time. I saw him in the shower one time, wearing his fucking glasses.
but when you were a kid, you couldn't have thought that the shoes were cool because every kid thinks sneakers are cool. So you must have
I always loved cool ass shit. Like all I loved when I was growing up was watching James Bond movies and shit like that. The fucking Avengers and shit like that with that fucking umbrella and that goddamn top hat.
Yeah.
I love that kind of
the
cool
style
stuff,
of
man.
it.
The style of it. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I know I'm just a black man from North Carolina who was born in North Carolina, but I still consider myself very European. I don't know what the fuck happened to me, but somewhere in my DNA, middle name is Angelo. So somewhere in my family, there's Italiano. I'm Italian. Somewhere in my DNA, it's Italian people. My middle name is Angelo.
You like to appear as a gentleman.
You goddamn right, man. Why the fuck not? You guys should step up.
I'm lazy.
I'm tired. I'm telling you right now, I'm getting tired of giving white people fucking advice how to fix their shit.
Right.
Now, you guys, it's very easy for you to walk in any store and throw a nice dress shirt on one time. I'm so tired of you guys. See, I can't tell right now if you motherfuckers are walking around kicking it, or you about to take a fucking nap, or you about to go to bed for the night. I can't tell the difference.
Well, we got the white skin.
Might well be wearing fucking pajamas right now.
Here's what it is. I have short arms.
No disrespect.
You're a tall guy too. I'm 5'7", and shirts never fit me. So everything I buy has to be taken up like a little child. My arms have to be taken in. So I find great clothes, and I look like shit in them, and I'm like,
nothing's wrong with being a grown man in a child's body. You got to shop. You just got to shop in the. See, here's the thing you're not thinking about. If you buy children's clothing, right, you put it on, you're gonna look longer. You're gonna look taller because your fucking arms going to be longer than the shirt, of course. But you got to trick people. You got to trick yourself to think you fucking long and lean, but you're not. You buy fucking children's clothing. You understand, Jim? You are damn near a child. You understand? You're a fucking 5th grader right now.
Did you ever think about doing that, Jim? No, buying children's clothing.
No, there's a great Taxi episode where Danny DeVito talks about shopping in the kids section. It's like I'm a little too tall for that.
Timely.
Do it. Fucking do it, man.
As a guy who gives out advice, do you get frustrated when people do not take it? Because it seems like you have these clear visions of like, this is what this person needs to do to be successful, and then you tell them, and then you you see them just continue to fail because they don't take your advice. Is that frustrating?
No, it's not. Because look, I could give a rat's ass if you take the advice.
Right.
My job, it's not my job to give you advice. I'm just telling you. I'm just giving you positive feedback on what the fuck I'm looking at. If you don't fix your shit, you don't fix your shit. But even if I don't bring it up when I see you again, I'll look you up and down, and I'll just cut my eye a little bit. And sometimes I won't even look you in the eye. I won't even look you in the fucking eye.
Right.
I look at your fucking ear. I look at your fucking tooth. I'll look at something else. Your chin.
Yeah.
You say, he's not looking at me. And look at me. Why are you staring at my fucking chin? Because I can't look you in the eye and not be irritated.
That's true. I actually opened for you in Caroline's 5 years ago.
I remember that.
And you never looked me in the eye. So now I know why.
He was disgusted.
I was a T-shirt comic.
So you're a T-shirt comic. There's a lot. There's so many T-shirt comics.
Yeah.
You almost need to break it up.
I think it's a self-esteem
V-neck
thing.
Comics, or I don't know. There's so many different kind of shirts out there. The polo comic, the V-neck comic, the turtleneck comic.
It's got to feel right, though. Whatever it is, it has to feel comfortable, because if you're performing in something and you don't feel good in it, if you don't feel comfortable, if you feel like you're putting on like a kid putting on like their communion suit, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't. I'll wear a suit once in a while, but it always feels a little weird.
I've seen you in a suit. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'll do a little more alterations to that motherfucker, though.
You would?
Yeah, of course. You know what? Here's what I can't stand when I see pants and you got a belt on and the pants are a little bit too big. And it bundles up in the back or on the side. Not that you had your shit like that. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, in general.
The shoulders don't fit right. You know what I mean? You got to take that shit up under the arms, make sure the arms is tight. Your jacket, your suit should feel like if I get in a fight, my pants gonna rip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My arm, my sleeve gonna come off. That's how it should feel.
What about when you see somebody wearing like a suit jacket, right? But the cuff of the jacket is kind of flirting right around the top of the thumb there, like it comes all the way down to here.
You know what I feel like doing?
What?
Grabbing that motherfucker in a headlock, put him asleep, right? Put him in a chokehold, knock his ass the fuck out, carry his ass like a little baby all the way to a tailor, right? Have that tailor alter that fucking suit, right?
Yeah.
Stand his ass back up in the corner, slap him in the fucking face, throw some water in his face, let him wake the fuck up,
right?
And like, wow, what happened? And let him be fixed,
right? And then
if that is how, like, what's that makeover show? You know the makeover show where they take
Queer Eye?
They fix your fucking house.
Extreme makeovers?
Extreme fucking makeover.
Oh, right.
That's what the fuck people need.
Yeah.
Once in a while, you should be able to stop somebody, choke their ass out and fix their life. Let them wake up in a better place.
You have to knock them unconscious, though.
You're almost like the Bill Cosby of fashion.
You knock them out.
Right.
You knock them out, people are going to notice that shit. If you hug them like you love them, hey, what's up, man? Good to see you. And you just put your hand, you grab their throat from the back, you reach your arm around, and you just choke them the fuck out.
But it's essential to the plan that they are unconscious when the changes are made.
Fuck yeah. You wouldn't cooperate.
Right.
Because they would resist.
Right.
You would fucking resist.
That makes sense.
They would resist.
Choke your ass out. Slow.
What is your book about? The Book of Leon, Philosophy of a Fool. JB's book is out now.
Oh, yeah. This book is it's based on my character from Curb Your Enthusiasm. That's why it's called The Book of Leon. My character on Curb is Leon Black. It's called The Philosophy of a Fool. And this was a fun-ass book, Jim. I'll tell you. I was going to write a J.B. Smoove book, and then I was talking to Larry on set, and I said, you know what, I'm writing a book. He said, yeah, I heard you're writing a book. He said, you should write a J.B. Smoove book, And I said, I'm writing a J.B. Smoove book. He said, you should write a Leon book. I said, I'm writing a J.B. Smoove book because, I don't own the character. But the cool thing about it was he told me, he said, you should definitely write that J.B. Smoove. You should write a Leon book, JB, because, people love Leon, and they, I think it's a good lane, and I thought about it initially, but I didn't think I could do it because I don't own the character. I fight going, how you got to go through so much calling, the HBO, and doing all this fucking legwork, trying to get approvals, and it just got too messy, and I didn't feel like dealing with it. So once Larry told me I should, I went ahead and worked it out with HBO, and I thought it would be great because it would coincide with the new season of Curb. And the book came out October 1st. October 11th, the book came out. Curb came out October 1st. So,
perfect.
Fun book, man. I just wanted something comical, something silly. Well, and I based it. I really kept it contained within the character.
Let me ask you, because I was going through the book and I saw that there was like a lot of advice for how to handle women and hookups and things like that. And I was thinking to myself that this is very convenient because JB is a married man. So maybe some of the advice that he gave about finding women, you wouldn't really be able to put out there without your wife taking exception to it. But Leon, on the other hand, if Leon is giving advice,
good point. You want to do? Leon can do what the fuck you want to do.
Right.
You understand? So, and that's why I wrote the book. Because I wanted the reader to feel like they were Larry, and I'm talking to them as a Larry. So it's written in a very first perspective kind of way. So when I'm getting in Larry's ass, this book allows me to get in your ass.
Do you worry that, and I appreciate that, but do you worry that that as popular as the show is, and now that the book is coming out, people are going to start going to your stand-up shows, and they're going to want Leon, right?
Let me tell you something, man.
Tell me.
I don't know if you know this or not, but I've been on that show for 4 seasons. I've been doing stand-up for 30 years, and people come to the show all the time. They know that, they're not going to come to the show and see fucking Leon. They're going to come to the show and see goddamn JB Smooth, And I think, I think it's a character that's already kind of grounded within the show. Of course, the first 3 seasons I was just a guest, but now I'm part of the cast officially. But people know. They know that, but that's the fun part about being a stand-up. You get the chance to take people someplace they're not used to going, But that does not stop them from loving the character. Right. It does not stop them from, being entertained or, and I think, of course, there is curb, but that's not the only thing I've ever done. So I'm not like a guy who's kind of stuck, There's so many things that we can do as comedians that I think people, forget about. We all do voiceover commercials. We all do.
No, we don't.
You all attempt to.
We all audition.
You guys should branch out a little bit more. So I'll just change it. Okay, I do commercials. I do movies. I do network TV. I do late night all the time. I'm always promoting something. I'm always doing stuff. I always throw a bunch of shit against the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah.
So and I'll take that those blessings and roll with them because I think that's what makes us unique. We all can do something very unique in our own circle. You know what I mean?
Was there a while when you were doing gigs and stuff where you're like, this mainstream success is never going to happen? Do you start to feel that way after a certain time?
I never think
you
about
always
obstacles.
believed it would
I
happen?
don't never think about stupid ass obstacles. That has never been in my DNA, man. I never think about what the fuck is going to hold me back or where I'm going. I just try to go and just give like 200% to every. It could be something minor. But at the same time, I police myself. You know what I mean? I don't take everything. I don't. I feel like, you should only take shit. Money can come anytime, but you should only take shit that you're gonna be able to put 20% in, and you're gonna be able to shine in. Because when you shine in one thing, even if you get paid minimal amount of money, that shine is gonna be worth more than that fucking money that's gonna probably last 3 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think about long term. I don't think about the immediate. I don't step on toes. I don't burn bridges. I just kind of do what the fuck JB do. You know what I mean? And I think that's something really authentic about that. And you can sleep better at night knowing that, if you're a producer, Jim, and you got a fucking movie, you've been writing this movie for all your fucking life. 20 years you've been trying to get this goddamn movie done. You hired me to be in the fucking movie, and I show up and I half-ass it.
Yeah.
I'll give you 30%. You like, this fucking dude's fucking my dream up. Now I'm fucking your dream up that you already had in your mind. 15, 20 years you wrote this damn script. And I show up half-assing your stuff. That's not fair to you.
Do you know Patrice said that he had done a project and he had written something or it was his thing, and there was a guy kind of being a dick on and Patrice said it changed him. He goes, "That's what I was." He said, "I realized when it was my thing and someone was doing that how fucked up that was."
Yeah.
But it changed his opinion on things after he saw a guy doing it to his thing.
It happens, man, and you got to realize you half-assing someone else's dream.
Right.
So I turn way more stuff down than I take because I just feel like if I'm going to show up there just because, it does no sense in me being there. You know what I mean?
Because you're not going to do it the way they want it.
I'm not going to do it justice, and someone else can get that blessing. Someone else can do this. I'll even recommend somebody to do it. That way, at least a friend of mine or someone who I think is very talented can do it. Why the fuck should I show up just for the money? And that's never been me, man. So, and that's why I think there's something really cool about, because we are comedians, right? But at the same time, we run a brand that we represent on stage, and we gotta brand ourselves, and whatever the hell we do really well, that's what people are gonna call us about. They don't call us just because. They call us because, hey, Jim is a bad motherfucker, man. I would love to see him play this role. And I'm so sorry you got stabbed in goddamn Power. But I fucking love that. I love that show, and I love you in that character.
Thank you.
I'm going to miss your ass. God damn, they stabbed the fuck out of you.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a good one. I enjoyed that
ass.
gig.
Let me tell you.
I was happy I got 2 seasons
But
out
the way
of
you
it.
got gutted, that shit was. I'm telling you, man. That role. When I first saw you in that role, I said, God damn it. You know what I mean? I clapped because I want my guys. I want everybody to win.
Yeah.
But I want my guys to fucking win because I just know that this stand-up shit is just a vehicle. That's all the fuck it is, man. I doubt anybody wants to be a 75, 80-year-old man still on stage in some smoky-ass club. You know what I mean? Just fucking still. I doubt it. I want to get somewhere, and seeing everybody doing cool shit. That's what makes all this worthwhile.
Doing gigs, I still want to do. I always want to do gigs, but you don't want to do them in a smoky club where you're anonymous. You don't want to do them where you're going in and like fighting to tell the audience, "Look, I'm fun." Like you want them going, "Hey, your name's on the ticket. We like this guy."
You don't want to do that. I promise you don't want to do that shit forever. That shit will fucking kill you. That'll kill you before anything.
What happened to your 4 courses?
4 courses.
I fucking love that show, and you had me on twice.
I know, man. You were great too on the show, man.
It was fun.
That sometimes you do these projects, man. We did 4 good seasons of that show, man. I think it's fun. We may even try to acquire it because we shot it evergreen. So we there's no current events in there, nothing in there. All we talk about is real shit that we go through, our lives, our love, everything we love to talk about, as real people, because people get a chance to see you behind behind the comedian.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? We tell jokes, but who the fuck are you? And I think that show did a great job. We did a great job with that show, putting it together, man.
Of mixing and matching people, too.
Yeah, we put some great people together. We had a great table, man, that day.
We had the one that was weird. It was you, me, Todd Barry, Gilbert Gottfried, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Jerry Cooney.
Jesus.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, oh my God, that dude was so deep, man. And we asked this guy shit that the normal dude would ask, and we went in on him, man, because anything about science always intrigues me. I fucking love it, man.
Even Jerry Cooney it's weird to hear, like, usually the boxers are the best guys at the table because they have the best stories, the ball players, the athletes. But when a guy like that, like an astrophysicist, then everybody just wants to ask fucking 8-year-old child questions.
Right.
Stupid ass shit, too. Stupid ass questions. Dinosaurs and shit. Were they fucking real? You know what I mean?
You asked if dinosaurs were real?
Huh?
Do you doubt?
You guys asked if dinosaurs were real?
I didn't ask.
I just like to keep shit entertained. I just ask some stupid shit.
Right.
'Cause it's just weird that there are dinosaur-looking animals around, but they're fucking small.
Right.
We're sitting there like, wait a fucking, what the fuck happened?
Right.
Is it possible that we evolved into bigger people? I don't fucking know what happened.
Oh, shit. So you're saying that, like...
We were tiny. And they were the same size.
An alligator is the size of a dinosaur, but we grew.
We were fucking tiny.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah. Dumb as fuck.
You just blew my mind.
I know it's dumb as shit. It's a dumb ass question, but I had to ask him, man. I had him at the table. I had to get that shit out of my head because I know it's some fucking dude sitting in front of his goddamn TV eating fucking Cheetos or some shit like that, wondering the same goddamn thing. So I didn't ask that shit for me.
It's a good point.
I asked that shit for his dumb ass.
But then again, wouldn't he say no because you look at the bones and those are the size, and we stand next to them and we're still smaller than
There's so many rumors going on around here. Some people say that shit ain't fucking real.
Yeah.
The Holocaust wasn't either.
Built them goddamn bones and shit.
Yeah, I've heard dinosaurs were not real.
I've heard that too.
Yeah.
How about the flat earthers? There was a guy who was just going to take off in a rocket, which I don't know why he thinks he's going to go higher than a plane, but he said he was going to take off in
a rocket.
A rocket.
And look down.
Space rocket. Yeah, he's going to check for sure.
And
some people just don't believe shit.
They don't believe it.
See for himself. His guy's he's going to risk dying just to make sure the earth is not flat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what the advantage to that is, though. Like, who's lying about the earth being flat for what?
Well, that's the next step.
Lying? You know what I mean?
That's the next step.
If the earth wasn't flat, if the earth was flat, that kind of would eliminate gravity. And it's like, how the fuck do you what's under the earth if it's flat? What the fuck is on the other side?
Right.
It's just plain. It's just nothing underneath. And can you get to the edge and grab hold and look under to make sure ain't shit underneath it? What the fuck is under it if it's flat? That's what the fuck I'm trying to figure out. What's on the bottom of fucking Earth?
I think I heard a
China?
The flat Earth theory was just like that. There was nothing there was nothing under flat Earth, but that there's pits, right? There's pits, so Earth goes deep,
right?
But it's not round.
So how the fuck do you explain the moon? You see that shit every night. What the fuck is that shit doing? And where's it going at? Where the fuck does it go at night?
Because it goes.
And where does the sun go at? Where the fuck do they go at?
Right.
Huh? Is the moon putting the sun in his pocket and just like, and then where the fuck is the moon and the sun going if the world is fucking flat? What the fuck do they do?
Maybe they just go up and down.
Are they doing this like a pendulum? Are they just swinging back and forth and shit? The fuck?
That's a good point.
That's a good goddamn point. What the fuck does the damn moon and the sun go?
And can you go? Flat? And can you go and peek over the edge and look under the earth and see what's
Can
right?
you grab the edge of Earth and peek under it? You know what I mean?
Right.
Could you bungee jump off of the side of Earth?
Theoretically, right? You could.
Right, and then go lower, look at the bottom, and then come back
down
up.
to check and see if the Earth is what's underneath the Earth is if it is flat.
Do you think the aliens are real?
Fuck yeah, they're real.
Because Neil deGrasse Tyson comes in here and he will not comment because there's not enough scientific
Of course
evidence.
He's gonna comment. You don't want to end up dead and shit. They'll kill that motherfucker.
Right.
They'll cut his goddamn throat.
Right.
They'll gut his ass like they did Jim Moore and Powell.
That's Neil deGrasse Tyson.
You know how many scientists disappear all the time? You seen these goddamn movies? That shit is real.
So you think that they're covering it up?
I don't know if they're covering it up. I think there's definitely. I think there has to be evidence that some shit is not. I'll tell you something, man. It's impossible to have this vast galaxy that we have out there, and there's no other outside life. You know what I mean? But see, there goes the balance between science and religion, and that becomes a whole different story because, you know, there's evolution, and then there's religion. There's so many different, you know, you can go any direction you believe in.
Right.
But there is an argument for both. You know what I mean? You know, but you gotta also realize there are also people who believed in the sun gods. There are people who believe it's so many the god of wind. There's so many different things that through history, and it opened my eyes when I went to Belize, and we went on a tour. We saw all the ruins, you know, the Mayan ruins, you know, out near Guatemala. So this is amazing because, you know, the tour guy, he showed us all kind of cool shit. So all I'm saying is this: there is a balance between science but people also can see science and also believe in something bigger than that. You know,
right?
So there was this. He showed us a ruin, and he told us how the emperors would trick the people, the followers. You know, they would pop up in one part of the ruin of the temple, like in the middle, and then they would, you know. It would almost feel like they're the ones who caused this sun to come out, you know?
Oh, I see.
And then they would go back in, and then it would appear, it's a staircase on the back of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So they would run up the stairs and get them to the very top. And everybody go, oh, how do you get up there? You know what I mean?
Right.
Kind of like
They didn't get step. They didn't understand steps.
And sun would come up and shit. That's power, goddammit.
Yeah.
That's fucking power.
That is power.
What? If you can control people with just something that's gonna happen every day.
Can you imagine if you could take credit for the sun? If you could convince people,
he would
that's
really,
me.
he'd get laid.
But see, your ass gotta be on schedule. Your
Right.
ass can't fuck around and oversleep and let the sun beat your ass
true.
up.
Oh yeah,
People fuck your ass up.
Oh wait, it wasn't him.
We'll kill you.
Revealed as a fraud.
How do you
Hey man,
explain?
where's he at? Hey, the sun's coming up anyway.
Or somebody else would just run up and steal it.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, he's got it.
How do you explain a cloudy day?
How do you explain it? See?
Right?
See, that's what I'm telling you.
You're gonna look weak.
You fucking up when you start mixing science and religion.
Right.
Did you see Apocalypto?
Some things you can't explain.
Right.
Apocalypto about the Mayan. Did you see that?
Yeah, Mel Gibson.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal movie.
The top of that fucking temple, they're just lopping heads off and they're rolling down.
Oh, it's crazy, man.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And sometimes things start very minimal, and all of a sudden they become folklore. They become whatever they want it to be. You start cutting heads off. You start sacrificing motherfuckers. It's some shit just. It started out very small.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Somebody killed a fucking grasshopper. And so, you know, they started cutting off grasshoppers' heads. And they say, no, they start cutting off people's heads. It just started to escalate.
It morphs. It escalates.
Yeah. There's probably a few steps between grasshopper and people, but it leads there.
I'm saying they work from grasshoppers to fucking lizards,
right?
To fucking goats, whatever it is,
right?
But that shit ends up being people's heads rolling down that motherfucker.
Yeah, because grasshopper heads just aren't as fun.
They aren't.
Yeah. Watching one of those plink down, it just goes down one step and stops, but a person's head bounces the whole way down.
Yeah. It's true.
So what happened to your RV? We were talking about that the other day.
My RV is doing fine.
You still use it?
I already turned you guys onto this shit. If you guys have not experienced the RV life yet, I'm very surprised you guys have not ventured into that world yet.
I want to get it. I want to go into it.
I thought I really did a good selling job to you guys of how amazing it is. No, it's not. It's not. I mean, it's not expensive.
Are they hard to drive?
It's a great investment, though. Huh?
Are they hard to drive, like on the highway? It's a lot of machine.
I'll tell you something. If you can't drive for shit already, you should not be in an RV.
All right, I can
So
drive.
one, you got to know how tall it is. You got to remember how tall it is.
Oh, right.
'Cause I'm telling you, you rip the roof off that motherfucker.
Yeah.
If you don't know what the fuck you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
don't think you're going to have a big-ass RV and get hungry and pull up to McDonald's drive-thru. You'll fuck that McDonald's up.
Yeah.
You tear all that shit up.
Yeah.
When's the last time you were in yours?
I put it away. Most time, right now in California, it's about to be the rainy season, and I had it out all summer, man.
You did.
Oh man, I kicked it, man. Next time you were in LA, I don't want to keep telling you, Jim, because you're my friend. Because you guys are okay. I don't know you guys. I don't know how you guys carry your lives outside of this shit. But I hung around Jim. So Jim, if you ever in LA, give me a call, man. I'll pull an RV out any fucking time.
I really want to see the RV.
Man.
I'll take you up on
Go to
that.
Santa Barbara, kick it for a little bit. I know a great little hotel out there, man. It has an amazing bar. I pull that motherfucker up. They know me already. They'll watch my shit, keep it out front. We'll go in there, have a drink, kick it, man, talk some shit to each other, get back in it, and drive the fuck home, bro.
Hey, had the wildfires affecting you at all out there? Or no?
Oh, yeah.
Even if your house is not in the line of fire, it still affects you because you got a lot of friends out there.
Right.
You got to travel. Even where I live at, those fires, man. I've been dealing with that for the 10, 11 years I've been there. There's always fires. This fire just happens to be one of the biggest fires.
This one is worse.
This is worse. And it came at a time when I left LA to come here on Sunday, it was already 70, 80 mile per hour winds already. So when it's that windy, when I tell you that wind, they call it the Santa Ana winds. So if you catch that, number one, even without fire, you go in your backyard and all your shit is against the fence. Everything. All your shit is just pushed against the fence because the winds are too strong. Now imagine that with a fire.
Right.
So here's the problem we fucking got in LA. See, the rainy season in LA is, I think, February, March, April, right? So this year we had so much rain. It was so bad. Flooding everywhere. So what happens is it rains so fucking bad that the vegetation grows. All that shit in the mountains grows out of control, right? Then you get the summertime. It's over 100 fucking degrees every goddamn day. That shit dries the fuck up.
Yeah.
Now it's all dried up, right? And you're sitting there waiting for it. You say, you know what? This ain't gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
You see how tall it got? And it's dry. It's fucking dry. And you're sitting there like, this is gonna be a problem. And then all of a sudden you get a fire like this. Now here's the double whammy. All that shit burned up, right? It burned up all the way from freaking the whole Ventura Valley is fucked up right now. This is terrible. People losing houses, pets, all kind of shit. This is fucked up. So here's the double whammy. All that burns away, right? Now the mountains, the valleys have nothing to hold the dirt in place. You see what happens? So now the rainy season is about to come again. So now you're going to have mudslides all fucking rainy season. Because it can't hold, there's nothing to hold it up against the hill. So this is a fucked up part.
Wow. Yeah, the fires are really scary.
It's bad.
Don't they give firefighters like some kind of a blanket or something to lay under if they get caught out in it, and it kind of will blow over you? I think that there've been guys who have survived doing that.
So many things because they are so used to. I got to give a shout out to those guys, man, fighting that fire because they do so much work, man. It's tedious. It's hard. They have to battle the wind. The wind is what's killing us.
I didn't know they had 70-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh,
that's how it spreads.
That's how it blows and it spreads, man. And what happens in my area, even though I live probably 15 minutes away from that area, at night all we see in the distance is the red flames.
Yeah.
And then in the morning, your car is covered in ashes. The air quality is bad, and all you do is breathing and you're smelling smoke.
How scary is that? Because you're watching people's houses burn. Like that's fucking scary. It's like this somebody's whole life is. Christopher Lloyd said his house burned a couple years ago. He lost all these mementos and things he had built up and movie props and it's your whole
crazy.
life.
Imagine living somewhere where all you keep thinking about is the next big earthquake. And a fucking fire comes, it's like shit.
Yeah.
You can't beat it.
Got the wrong
You got
insurance.
fires, you got earthquakes, you got mudslides, you got all this shit going on, and you're sitting there like one of these three
is gonna get you.
The evils are gonna get me at some point. You know what I mean?
You
sit there like.
Don't forget MS-13.
That's true too. Did you grow up in Mount Vernon, New York?
Money on Mount Vernon. That's right.
Do you find Westchester to be the best Chester?
Of course it is.
That's right. I try to tell people this all the time.
Where you from, man?
New Rochelle.
You're a Huguenot.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, maybe we should kick your ass all the time.
Well, yeah.
What's a Huguenot? Is that the high school's?
That's the high school football team, yeah. But I tell Troy that Westchester's the best Chester, and he doesn't. He's like, nobody says that.
I still don't know what the fuck a Huguenot is.
No, I don't either.
I don't either. High school, what the fuck?
They got that.
Did you have high school pride or no?
Of course, man. We talking about a big rivalry. We are neighbors, and that's our biggest rival. Is New Rochelle.
Go New Row, go. They got the fleur de lis.
Oh, we got that too.
That's like the thing, the purple and the white fleur de lis. Yeah.
We're the fighting knights, man. We're the knights.
That's better than a Huguenot, probably.
Way better than a Huguenot. Probably.
I forget what North Brunswick, New Jersey's mascot was. Could you look that up real quick? We have to wrap with JV. Travis just telling me in my ear. I guess you have other places to go.
Indeed.
He's promoting the Book of Leon, which has been out since October the 1st, I think.
Yeah, man.
And Philosophy of a Fool, which is, of course, based on his character Leon on
Fun book,
Curb.
man.
But
I recommend all you guys read this goddamn book.
Yeah.
This book is so fun. It's a good time to laugh, man. I think Curb was a great Curb season, man. Our last episode finale was Sunday, man.
Are you guys doing another one?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know.
Is Leon gonna get his own show?
Ooh.
I think, you know what? Here's what I think, man. I don't think so, because I think what people love about Leon and they love about Curb is the interaction between Larry and Leon. That's what makes the show work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of course, Leon can interact with anybody, but there's something about Larry and Leon that's kind of etched in stone right now, and amongst all these amazing TV shows, man. And I'm just happy I got a chance to work with Larry, and it was my favorite show before I got on the show. So I don't think I think it's very easy to ruin a character, and it's very easy to I think that's why I think Larry also hates spinoffs also, but I don't think I think there's enough of Curb locked in right now. If he decides to come back again, that'd be great. But I don't think a Leon spinoff is. I just think that it's overkill. I think the fun thing about Leon is those small bites of fun.
Yeah.
With Larry. That's what makes the show genuine. And I think it's easier to remember these small moments of a character than the overkill.
Yeah, it's like Aftermash. When they tried doing Aftermash with three of the characters.
What the fuck was that?
It doesn't work.
Yeah, you start to you get greedy, and you start to try to get more mileage out of stuff that you really don't need.
Yeah, you don't need to do it.
I think it's best to have a character kind of be memorable in that way. Like, man, that Larry and Leon had a great run.
Go out on
That's
top.
why you're successful. You're a brilliant comic, but you have such a smart way of looking at this stuff. It's really practical. Don't be greedy.
Don't ever be afraid of saying fucking no. I'm telling you. Ever want to go shopping?
I do. We're gonna go shopping, and I want an RV ride. Those are two things I
That's
want.
going to happen, man. You got my info. I told you before. Call me if you ever in LA. I'll take you out.
Okay, I
Have
will
a good
do it.
time.
You can fit a lot of she-males in an RV.
Let's go wine tasting.
I don't drink. I'll go with you though.
You can drink a little wine though.
No,
wine
I can't.
Wine's like 1%.
Have a little bit.
I'd be vomiting in your RV. Believe me, you wouldn't like me.
No, I'm not saying no. See, wine tasting. I said wine tasting. I didn't say wine fucking drinking.
Spit it out.
Do you know what wine tasting is?
I know in theory what it is.
He's
but
a swallower.
I'm not a good taster.
All you're doing is tasting
I'd be
the
throwing the
grapes.
wine on my face and back.
You're just tasting the grapes and that shit, and you spit the shit out if you want to. But it's beautiful.
I'm a
it's
weak
classy
man.
shit. I take you shopping, right? I dress your ass up nice. Maybe a little bow tie.
Ooh, a bow
Fuck that,
tie.
a little bow tie.
Maybe
Maybe
the Elijah
little
Muhammad.
Hat, a little
Yes.
fucking hat. And people would respect that shit. A 3-piece too, with a fucking pocket watch.
Little Farrakhan.
I would. No, that's not Farrakhan.
He had a bow tie.
No, you wore bow tie before Farrakhan?
That's right, Elijah Muhammad.
He invented the goddamn bow tie.
Howdy doody.
That's actually.
That's so fucking racist of you,
It's
man.
coming across as racist.
I'm going bow tie.
It is coming across
Bow
as
tie's
racist.
been around for ages.
Well, I picked
A
one
long
guy.
time.
Goddamn
Long
bow ties.
time.
Caveman.
God damn, you might as well say bean pie. God, you fucking up.
I don't know
Yeah.
what bean pie is.
You said bean pie. Bean pie would have worked better.
Very
Oh,
racist.
okay.
Very racist.
But anytime, bro, I'll take you wine tasting. You don't gotta swallow the shit unless you want to swallow.
We'll be back with more Best of Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.